The Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
I want a pedicure.
Go to a petting zoo, you dummy.
I want a pedicure with breast knuckles. Clock them with breast knuckles.
Opie and Anthony.
This weekend, I went to a lesbian bar.
Are they making out and stuff?
Yeah, there was some making out.
What did it smell like when one of them burped?
An old tackle box.
This is where entertainment is going. Larry King gets confused when Fran Drescher starts speaking Spanish.
The power of Christ compels you. She's speaking in tongues, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And finally, we are back live.
Yes, back from our vacations.
Broadcasting across America.
Hi.
And Canada.
Hello, how is everybody?
Boston's not awake yet.
What? Why?
Because the Red Sox played in Japan.
Japan opening day.
The game ended 10 minutes ago. I don't know. But the Red Sox won. To start the baseball season.
Does it really matter? Because it was played in Japan.
They like to do that. Yes, it does matter.
I think it's silly.
It'll count in the standings. Because Japan is already into April, I guess.
What?
Isn't an opening day like April, not March? Like, how does that work?
I don't even know. I don't, it doesn't count to me. To me, I don't care if it counts in the stats, the records for the team, everything. For me, it doesn't count.
All right.
Japan.
What day is it? It's March 26, 2008, to prove that we are finally live.
Oh, it is?
Because I was listening to some of the replays over the last week and a half.
Sounded live.
Sounded live. I'm like, wow, is this live? Oh, no, it can't be live because I'm listening to this from my living room.
Right.
But I got a little confused at times. Phone number 877-212-O&A. Back from vacation. Actually, we should have started back on Monday, but we took our regular week off.
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to do every once in a while.
Sure.
And then we had a little TV project that we were doing yesterday and Monday.
Yeah.
It started Monday in a hotel somewhere here in Manhattan. 5-hour creative meeting.
Yep.
With a bunch of people from L.A.
All those things up on the walls. They tape papers up on the walls in the hotel and write on them.
Shucka. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, we'll do that. Shucka.
That's a good idea. Make that into a Post-it and put it on the wall over there.
Change that and then put that card over there. Tape it to the wall better because the wind seems to be blowing him off the wall.
Blah, blah, blah. But we actually taped a pilot yesterday for Comedy Central, and we can tell you this much. Keith Robinson, who's an animal.
Oh, my God.
He's one of our comedian friends who is too scared to do the radio show. I was talking to him about that yesterday. I'm like, why are you scared to do our radio show? Yeah. We all want you on our show. Jimmy tries to get you on the show all the time, and you're always busy. What's that about? He's from Philly. He's black, and he's an animal.
Yeah.
He's just an animal.
He is out of his mind.
And he pretty much beat the crap out of Rich Voss. That was part of the TV show we taped for Comedy Central.
Yeah.
So you would assume Comedy Central, the Opie and Anthony shows, is loosely based around comedy, right?
No, this should have been like one of those Ultimate Fighting, maybe on Spike or something.
Yeah.
It was, wow, what a brutal beating.
Well, did Voss look bad? Did he look bad, or did he look like he could at least take care of himself?
He had a couple of good shots.
Voss had more than a couple of good shots.
I think he had two good shots.
Look, Keith definitely beat the crap out of him, but Keith also pissed off Voss to the point where Voss took out some of his karate moves.
He went karate on his ass.
Yeah.
He went karate on his ass, and he wasn't supposed to. And, wow. But then Keith just got pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. All I saw was Keith pummeling Rich's head. and face, just beating the crap out of his head. There were some shots where Voss's head went back, and Voss had no idea how to defend against it.
No,
because he was in close.
It was terrific.
Because Keith was in close. If Keith is far away, then Voss is going to get karate on him and start kicking.
Yeah.
But when he got in close, it was just, he pummeled Voss's head.
Well, Keith was doing the rope-a-dope on Rich Voss.
Yes,
a little different.
He had a dope against the ropes.
Thank you, exactly. A little different than how Ali used to do it.
The dope-a-dope.
The dope-a-dope. The dope-a-dope-a-dope. And then also as part of this TV taping yesterday, it's a pilot. We'll see if they pick it up. Big A got his eyebrows shaved right off. Oh my God!
Did he? Oh, when you think Big A couldn't be creepier, he had his eyebrows shaved off.
Yeah,
and just looked like more like a serial rapist than he does now. Why wasn't he offered a gum or a Tic Tac or something?
Bad.
So bad that the room, let's just say there was a room full of bizarre freaks that we have known over the years.
Yeah.
And every time we had to go into this room and talk with them, the whole room smelled. The entire room smelled like Big A's breath.
Yeah, you could get away with bad breath as long as you're not too close to a person. Like, let's say I have bad breath. You guys would never know it. I'm far away.
Far enough away. I could talk to the side. You do little things, right? His breath was so bad, like Ant was saying, the whole room stunk when you walked in. The whole room. He infected the entire room, so that when he was removed from the room, later on when we went back in, the smell was gone.
He probably was nervous.
He had a nervous mouth.
I think when he gets nervous, his mouth glands.
You think he goes
wacky?
He goes.
Yeah.
All that with the white crap in the corners of his mouth.
It's the only thing that bothers him too. That he feels really self-conscious about.
Then he
should.
Smells.
You can make sure you can make fun of anything else about Big A, but when it comes to his breath, he gets really depressed, and he gets that look in his eye like he's going to kill somebody.
Oh yeah. He doesn't like being joked about.
I believe we also shaved Pat from Menake's eyebrows. I'm hearing.
Was it?
I'm hearing. Yes.
Yeah, Pat was his normal ham self.
Going back to Big A, I'm getting a communique from Pat Duffy, who's on our phones right now.
Yes.
He writes, I had to sit next to him for hours because Pat was in that room as well.
Yeah.
I think my clothes still smell. Is that true?
His clothes.
Pat's not known for making a joke, so I'm assuming this is like the real deal.
Awful. I was like as far as away from 3 feet away from him, and every time he would speak to me, I would just get so grossed out, and I could just smell him for hours afterwards.
Dude, he was talking to people that not even near me.
Yeah,
and you could smell his breath everywhere.
Unbelievable.
Poor nervous Andrew.
He's got to do something. Oh, do you have
Big
something
A.
about? It is
Big A.
Yes, I'm here.
What's up, Big A? How'd you feel about the taping yesterday?
It was okay, not bad.
You might be a TV star now. You know that, right?
Yeah, maybe.
How do you look with your eyebrows, guy? We didn't take a picture. We should have taken a picture so we could have put it up on ONARadio.com.
Did you pencil eyebrows in?
No. Actually, I sent the picture to Danny.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, where's the picture?
It's a wallet size. He carries it with him.
All right. Danny's got the picture. We'll put it up on the website. But Big A, a lot of people, I know you don't like talking about this, but we have to bring it up. They really, really don't like your breath.
Yeah, maybe a Tic Tac.
I know. I was chewing gum, and
yeah.
Brush my teeth.
What was it? Crap flavor?
I think you need to...
New Wrigley's vomit gum?
I think at this point you need to just pull all your teeth out there, Big A. You need to pull out your teeth and scoop out the gums. Get all that goop out of there and start over.
It's like freshen up when you bite it. Garbage juice shoots out.
A shot of dumpster juice hits you in the back of the throat. Big A, we're making fun of your breath.
Oh,
you know that,
Big
right?
A. Oh, Big A. You okay, Big A?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Big A, you might have to get some floss in between the teeth. That'll help.
Just something I think is going on.
Yeah. What's up, Danny?
Well, Big A needs to resend me that photo because I think he thinks he sent an attachment. There was no attachment on his email. So resend me that photo, Big A.
Big A.
Andrew, what is it? You get very nervous? Is that what it is? You get very nervous and your glands go kind of haywire?
Yeah.
I know I brush my teeth, and I also use mouthwash.
Yeah, but you got to get it. You got to get in there with like dental floss or a little rope or something. and you got to scrape your tongue.
Oh,
do you brush
with a backhoe?
Yeah, with a backhoe.
Do you brush with a big brush that kind of stands up by the bowl? I'm sorry. I'm just
Sorry, Big A. We're excited. We're back live and haven't done radio in a while, so we figure we'll just pick on you.
We have to pick on somebody. Yeah. We haven't picked on people in a while.
It's hard to pick on people when you're not doing a radio show.
Yeah, you get punched.
They will actually punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Big A.
Yes.
All right, you got to scrape your tongue really, really good. And the little scraper's going to smell like you. Oh, it's going to be awful, but it'll help a lot. And then you do a little dental floss.
Okay.
And maybe pull out a few of the rotten teeth in the back.
Is that what it is, you think? You think he's got some rotters back there? Or?
His teeth don't look like they're that bad. When he does that creepy smile, the teeth look like they're okay.
Creepy smile.
The teeth look all right.
Yeah.
Well, Big A, big TV star. They were very happy with what you did yesterday.
Thank you. And I apologize. I tried to come in. It was clean and all, but...
Also...
People suggesting someone needs to drive a Zamboni over his tongue. Perhaps that would clean it up. That's very good viral.
Maybe like just the salt you use in your driveway.
Yeah, just kind of lay it down.
Throw that on his tongue to kind of dissolve the crap.
How about
because, dude, I'm obsessed with trying to keep my mouth clean at this point. Dental floss. Look, I got dental picks. I got everything.
Dental floss, toothpaste, mouthwash.
Gum. I'm always poking, and I'm always...
It's the greatest breath I ever smelt, and I've smelt it all over the world.
I'm also getting the latest elixirs that you kind of gargle
Elixir.
with. A million different ones, and
why the obsession? You don't have bad breath.
Well, I think we all have a little.
I mean, at moments. But.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody
and then
has their moments, and you're yapping for hours on end.
And I couldn't get my mouth clean until a few years ago when I started really. I went to town with the tongue scraper. Oh wow! I can only imagine if Big A scraped his tongue for the first time.
Well, we should get someone to.
All right, Big A, if you're listening still, do not scrape your tongue. You're coming in either tomorrow or Friday.
No, I can't.
Pat Duffy, you in?
No.
Pat Duffy's in.
What's he got to do?
I know the perfect scraper to get. It looks like a little spoon, and you go, and by the time you're done, there's a scoop of goop.
God,
and Pat Duffy will...
It's like butterscotch ice cream.
Yeah, Pat Duffy will take his medicine, right?
How about a breath goop ice cream? A breath goop mustache.
I don't even know if I can't do that one, man.
Right.
I would rather do the baby diaper mustache than the Big A tongue scraper mustache.
I like how we've fallen into this immediately within returning to the program.
Also, really fast, this whole Comedy Central thing, they had us taping from 10:30 in the morning to like 9 o'clock at night. We're all exhausted. But Eastside Dave is going to be a star.
Yeah.
He's an animal.
They all loved him.
He was an animal during this taping yesterday.
Because he'll do anything, whether he's asked to or not, whether it's needed for him to do.
Right.
Or not, he'll just go out on the street and do anything.
Well, while they were like shaving eyebrows, there was the water and the shaving cream goop.
And the hair stubble.
Right. Eastside Dave, he couldn't wait anymore for what they wanted him to do, so he just started chugging.
He was drinking.
The concoction of hair, shaving cream.
And water.
And he did some other things, and he had comics puking yesterday, Jimmy, and not Bob Kelly, who were used to having puke. Because Kelly wasn't in that scene.
I heard Robinson may have gotten a little queasy.
Keith Robinson?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's something. I can't even describe it. There's something. Just...
Yeah. And then, what was the other thing I want to mention? Oh, then young Sam.
Sam.
Young Sam stepped up yesterday. Young Sam refuses to do anything for this radio show, but you throw a TV camera in front of his face, it's a different story.
He wants to be a TV star.
We have told Sam, do this. He says no. He says no more than anyone else on this staff.
What do you mean?
It's Comedy Central.
What do you mean?
Pilot.
You don't
Chance
do
to
anything.
Shine. What did you do for this TV project yesterday? Tell Jimmy. Jimmy has not heard this yet. He's going to be very proud of you, by the way.
Yesterday, we found a gay, homeless, drunk man who I kissed on the lips twice.
Look at Jimmy's face.
Why twice? Because once for the bit, and did you rehearse? That's when we kind of do a cold run.
It was kismet.
I think we weren't happy with the first kiss. And actually Sam said, all right, I'll give you a good one.
Bob Kelly, in his infinite wisdom, decided we needed to do a second one. And then, for
Bob
whatever
was
reason...
totally loving it, I bet.
Yeah, for whatever reason, then Bob Kelly grabbed me by the face and kissed me on the lips, too. Which I think was just something for him.
Something he'd wanted to do and probably needed an excuse.
Oh, yeah. He's always talking about cherubish Sam and how he wants to do things to him. And
it was terrible.
Yeah, but you left out something.
Oh, the homeless guy.
I heard that the homeless guy spent the morning in a glory hole.
He mentioned when they...
Well, you can't be in the actual glory hole, but he was doing stuff through a glory hole.
He was on the other side of the glory hole.
See the recipient?
Yeah.
But you can't really be on the other side of a glory hole. A glory hole is what it is. It's like...
Well, you got to be on the other side.
One guy's standing and one guy's tying his shoes.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
But supposedly this guy bragged that that's what he was doing. Not for a little while. No. He was doing this all morning.
All morning.
He had just come from 2 different glory holes.
and
you kissed him on the mouth.
On his lips.
Twice. He was chugging it, Sam. He was lifting guys up and chugging.
Oh, God. Is that horrible?
That was a hard one to break to the girlfriend.
I bet.
Yeah.
Especially while she's packing and leaving from here.
I had to gargle with soap water. Not like soap, like for your face.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I gargled with it.
Hours after the fact.
I know.
Doesn't matter.
Were you out there with Eastside Dave?
No, he was.
Okay, he was with the other guys?
Wait, she made you gargle?
No, but, kind of, and I was going to...
Listerine's better. It's got alcohol in it.
We didn't have any Listerine, so I just...
Do you have any booze in the house or anything?
No.
A fish stick?
And also, for the record, Pat from Munaki didn't shave his eyebrows.
Oh, he didn't?
We rolled him down the Union Square Park stairs.
Right.
Because the other team had already shaved eyebrows.
Well, now you're saying there's teams involved with our show.
No, the other...
Interesting.
By team, I meant Big A.
Yeah.
Had already shaved his eyebrows.
Yes.
The big guy.
It's okay. Homo.
So, I don't know. Comedy Central seems really hot on this project. We'll see if they pick it up.
Yeah, we'll see.
We filmed for like 8 or 9 hours, and now they have to make 22 minutes out of it and then sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
We'll keep you informed. We'll see if they pick that up.
It was fun. It did go on forever.
Oh, my God.
But, it was fun.
It took us away from our radio show. We were supposed to be back on Monday.
I know.
A lot of things happened since we've been gone. What? I don't know.
Action.
How was your vacation, Anthony?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
What'd you do? Anything fun?
Really can't say.
What?
I just can't say.
Why?
I don't know.
Can I smell your belt?
No. Let me see. I got some electronics put in.
Why can't you say what you did?
Did that.
You're being a little too mysterious.
Mysterious?
Yes.
I don't think I'm being mysterious.
You're being mysterious. Why can't you say?
Can't really say. It's just kind of hanging out. I just kind of hung out. That's all they did. Just hung out. Don't grill me on this, please.
How long do you think you can keep this ruse up? Are you insane?
It's not a ruse. It's not a ruse.
Give us one thing.
It's just, all right.
Why can't you tell us what you did on your vacation?
I got a big screen TV.
But that's not something you do on vacation.
Very nice.
You said you can't talk about your vacation.
I'm having my pool guy came over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But this is stuff you could talk about.
Yeah, that's what I did, like vacation. Because I didn't go on my normal vacation that I've been going on for years and years, which is either a cruise or, down to the Bahamas or something like that.
Yeah.
So I found myself at a loss of what to do. So I decided, I'll just, cruise around a little bit. I sang karaoke.
You did?
Yeah. A little karaoke.
So you...
I'm not a gigolo. Jiminy Cricket. No, I didn't get married.
I love how Anthony thinks no one is on to him whatsoever. Are you crazy?
I didn't say no one's on to me as far as whatever on to me means. What I'm saying is...
You might have a great poker face when it comes to playing cards, but when it comes to your personal life, who are you kidding?
Yes, Jimmy?
Did you take did you take a special trip to Taiwan?
No, I didn't go to Taiwan. Yes, I went to Indochina, to some Southeast Asian nation, and had fun with little lads.
I love when he comes through.
I took a trip to the Caribbean and Turks and Caicos. And, see, look.
How was it?
Look, that was my vacation.
Oh, that's nice.
I went down there. I didn't do much of anything. I laid around on a beach.
Sounds nice.
Took a lot of walks. Took a lot of swims. Had a few drinks.
That's good.
Very, very mellow.
That sounds fun.
That's what I did on vacation. Now, Anthony, once again, what did you do on vacation?
What?
We were off for almost 2 weeks. You bought a big flat screen TV? You got to give us something. Jimmy, what did you do on vacation?
I said I did some karaoke.
I went away with Anthony.
All right, the cat's out of the bag.
Alternative.
And so is Jimmy.
Alternative Life Radio.
I just stayed in town.
You did?
Yeah, I had stuff
You
to
did
do.
spots and stuff?
Yeah, I did.
See?
Yeah.
See, not everybody just does these wild things like running off to the Caribbean. Some just hang out.
Nobody cares for me. Nobody.
So you don't want to share?
What's there to share? It's just,
We were off for 12 days, I think. 11 days.
Yeah.
You bought a large flat screen TV.
Yeah.
And sang karaoke.
And sang a little karaoke.
There's a lot of hours you're missing in there.
A lot. Well, maybe there's a lot of karaoke. Sang some karaoke. Saw some fans.
I'd imagine in 11 or 12 days you could do maybe 2 or 3 hours of karaoke. That leaves a lot of hours, my friend.
All right. Let me think. What else? All right. I slept.
Yeah.
It was nice to be able to not have to wake up at an ungodly hour.
All right. Even if I give you
day.
10 hours of sleeping a day,
10 hours
still
a day.
A lot of hours that are unaccounted for.
Let me think. Anything else I could really sleep? Karaoke, big screen TV. No, that's about it.
You know this house of cards you're building? You do know that
what?
Eventually the whole thing comes tumbling down.
I know it does.
All right.
But can I just have this moment?
That's all I'm saying.
Where it's just still standing and there's no breeze yet.
You might want to try some crazy glue on the cards because this house of cards is getting a little too high.
Well, look.
All right, I guess you did nothing on vacation.
I just kind of...
I'll believe you.
Hung out.
Yeah.
That's all. What's wrong with that?
Jimmy, why aren't you grilling him? Help me out here.
Because I don't know what to ask him.
See?
All I want to know is if he uses magnums. I just want to know. That's all I care about. Is what he's packing.
What are those?
We have
couldn't be prouder. Exactly.
Get those pesky things away.
Absolutely.
I could take one off with a pinky and no one will know. You always got to do a little pinky thing on the downstroke. That thing comes right off. Hey, screw it. How many years do I really have left?
Yeah. You know what? It starts to look like, as it comes undone, it starts to look like the night before Christmas. Who's that dude with his stocking cap on?
The stocking cap. Ebenezer Scrooge's little Christmas hat. That's what it looks like before it just comes off completely and it's lost in the sheets.
And the ridge is holding it for as long as it can. When you're standing, if it's upside down, it looks like a big feed bag.
Oh, God. Just get rid of Snuffleupagus. Yeah.
Humping around?
Huh? What? No, I wasn't saying that at all.
Kevin in Connecticut. Kevin.
Yeah, hey, Ant.
Hey.
How come you're saying you just hung around and Keith the cop called Ron and Fez and said you were out touring the country?
What?
Oh, no. Another clue.
Wait, first of all, Keith wouldn't sell me out.
Keith
like
is not
that.
a true soldier like Club Soda Kenny.
Keith wouldn't sell me out.
I can't get anything from Club Soda Kenny.
Oh.
He said he was at your house while stuff was being installed.
So Keith was at your house and you were touring the country.
Well, Keith...
I mean, if this was on another radio show, then it's,
fair game.
It has to be fair
Keith
game.
was at my house because I'm having all kinds of electronics and things installed and whatnot. And the house is being decorated and designed, and I got the pool thing happening. Mm-hmm. So I need somebody there to supervise, and Keith is the guy for the job.
And you couldn't be there because you were in the middle of a dance marathon at a local high school.
No, I wasn't. I don't know what he means, touring the country. I wasn't touring the country. I was just on vacation. So what's the problem?
Did you take any trips? Like, did you have to? Let's just say this. Did you go to a place where you had to either get a ride to or park your car for a few days?
No. Okay. Not necessarily.
All I ask when this huge, big, tall house of cards comes tumbling down that you finally open up and share.
Uh-huh.
Because you got a story to tell, my friend.
Why? Well, perhaps a book.
You got a story to tell.
Look.
All in due time.
I'm not used... Let's just say I'm not used to taking vacations alone. That's all. I've usually, for years, I've been in a relationship and would go on vacations together and whatnot. And this time is the first time on vacation where I am a single gentleman. So perhaps...
So you're trying to say that you were alone on vacation?
I was... let me think how I could say that. I was... I spent some alone time. Is that good?
Did you really?
Oh, now there's Anthony Spottings?
Yeah,
there's Anthony Spottings?
Where's the Anthony? Paul in New York. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey there, Paul.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah. What's up?
No, I just got back from Las Vegas, and me and my friends actually thought we saw Anthony there dropping some money with a couple girls.
Vegas with a couple of girls dropping some cash.
Were you in Vegas?
I really don't think I was in Vegas.
All right, let's say hi to Chris. Chris, what's up?
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Pretty good.
Hi,
what's up, bro?
Ladies, that's funny.
Anthony, is it true your favorite karaoke song is Sugar Mountain by Neil Young?
You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain.
Yeah, that's what I call it, Sugar Mountain.
I got the joke, Chris. Very good. Hey, this morning we got breakfast courtesy of Quick Check. Want to thank them for the fine, fresh food that's sitting over there, welcoming us back to the radio show. All right,
love the fine people at Quick Check.
Absolutely. We got to take our first break. Yes, Jimmy.
I had one of those cookies.
Yeah.
And do you have any idea how badly I want to go back and eat more of them?
Yes.
They were really fantastic.
But you're trying to get yourself back into shape.
Doesn't matter.
No.
It's for breakfast is fine. I'll burn it off. A little sugar's good in the morning. Knock it right off.
All right. Phone number 877-212-O&A. Just getting started. We got a very busy show. Ben Mezrich is coming in studio to talk about the new movie 21. It should be called Bringing Down the House because that was the book he wrote that was huge, a New York Times bestseller, but he didn't want it to be confused with that other dumb movie that came out.
Well, it sounds like one of those, like a black movie, Bringing Down the House.
Right, but it was about bringing down Vegas, bringing down the house, but he had to change the name of the movie, which is going to star Kevin Spacey, to 21, so he's going to talk about that today.
Short and sweet.
Dude, we got Rampage Jackson coming in studio. That guy...
Is he in today?
Yes.
Rampage.
He came in about, 4 or 5 months ago. He gave us great radio. We're excited to see him in studio today. Also, Triple H talking about WrestleMania, an old friend of the show. We haven't seen him live in studio in years.
He's coming in?
Yeah, he's coming in.
Jeez.
Very cool.
What a day.
And then some loser later on will be calling our show. Who gives a crap? It's the Opie and Anthony Show. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. First time live in about a week and a half. Took a week vacation, and then we did a pilot for Comedy Central the last 2 days. That's why we're starting back up in the middle of a week here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, but we figured it was a way to get a couple more days off from the radio show.
Yeah, quite frankly.
I was ready to just BS the audience. I'm like, you know what? Let's tell it like it is. We could have easily done our radio show and taped this thing for Comedy Central, but we knew we could get away with taking a couple extra days. Hey, man, we're just like the people listening here, right?
Yeah.
We want to get off as much as possible. Also, we're getting really close, but the O&A Animation Festival, we started hinting about this. We started talking about this before the break. We are going to have an all-out animation festival. We definitely got the date. Okay, Thursday, June 5th. It is definitely going to go down, the O&A Animation Festival.
Write that down.
We're talking celebrities. We're talking red carpet. We're talking comedians.
It's going to be a gala event.
Absolutely. An animation from all our listeners. We got some fine cash prizes. We got tickets that are going to go on sale at Ticketmaster sometime in April, first week of April.
Mm-hmm.
I think by Friday we're going to have all the details. We're letting two venues fight it out because they both want it.
What day is that?
Thursday.
Oh, it's a Thursday?
So we will be off Friday, June 6th. Take note now. And we're trying to keep this as a cheap ticket. So far we got down to $10 with a $5 service charge. My God, man.
What?
My God, man.
Be like Eddie Vedder.
If you want to be involved in the Animation Festival, you could pretty much take any clip from this radio show from all the years we've been doing radio and animate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
We'll also give you some audio clips that you can choose from up on the website that we cannot promote, that is named after this fine radio show. And you can also go to oandaradio.com for details on the first annual. Does that make sense?
I think so if you're anticipating more, sure.
Yeah, if we plan on doing any more.
I think we should do this every year. So the first annual O&A Animation Festival, more details by the end of the week, okay? And we're trying to figure out what Anthony did on vacation, and he's not budging here.
Well, I budged. I really kind of spelled it all out.
Did you?
Yeah. I got to big TV, and I did some karaoke.
And you had some of that experimental surgery.
What?
That's what you said, right?
No. Oh, that's what someone's saying on...
Are you pregnant like that guy on TV?
What?
Man says he's preggers?
No, I'm not pregnant. I had no surgery.
There is a guy, and they're taking it pretty damn serious, that he's saying he's pregnant.
Robert Kelly, hoping against hope, but it's not just an eating disorder.
You know, we missed a big week too, man. The governor of New York.
Holy jeez. The one that left or the one that's in there now? Because they're both just hysterical.
Well, let's bring everyone up to date. Elliot Spitzer, you know, he got caught in that prostitution thing.
Little prostitution ring sting action.
And we learned over the break that he likes to have sex with his black socks on.
Pulled all the way up to his knees.
But the New York Post, a bunch of scums, I don't know if you could say the other word, a bunch of scums. The headline was, Elliot Spitzer likes to keep his stockings on. So they made it kind of look like he might be wearing some women's stuff.
Oh,
and then you had to read the article to see that it was actually his black socks.
Yeah. Did he have those old garters on, too, holding him up?
So he couldn't wait. He probably couldn't even get his pants off fast enough. As soon as that young piece walked in the room, his socks are on, his shoes are on, his pants are around his ankles.
Did that stupid smile of his and just jumped on the bed.
And also, one of the madams said that he liked to pay to watch other couples have sex. So the Post prints this story. And then the madam was back in the paper going, I didn't say that.
No?
But the Post took kind of sort of what she said and just went with it.
Yeah, might as well.
So anyway, we lose Elliot Spitzer. We get this guy who's he's black.
He's blind.
It's key to say he's black because he's the first, black governor of New York State.
Yeah.
So he's black and he's blind, and wow, that hasn't slowed him down.
Nope, this guy likes effing.
Turns out he was having affairs.
Yep.
Him and his wife admitted that they had a rocky little road there in their marriage.
They were trying to say that they had this little rough spot in their marriage where they both went off and had relationships with other people. But it turns out that very recently, during one of these Hillary Clinton campaign things, he's darting off to this event with his old girlfriend.
His old squeeze.
That he was cheating on his wife with.
Yeah.
And they're saying, no, this is just because he's blind and needs somebody to lead him around.
By his, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Doing the old elephant walk. Follow me.
Tug him around.
Follow me, governor.
Tie his dental floss to it. Come on.
Giddy up. But, this guy is a hoot.
I was reading the paper today, and someone, I think it was in the editorial section, just wrote an article saying, shut your mouth and just start governing the state.
Yeah, you don't have to spill the beans.
Everything.
He's being so preemptive that he's just spilling everything he's ever done and not doing the work of the governor. He's so afraid that the press is going to find this stuff out and make it a big scandal that he thinks it's best if he just gets it out there immediately.
Did he do coke too? He said he did.
Yeah, there's cocaine.
He's like, I did coke, I did pot.
I like whores. I'm out there.
Then he's like, look, a lot of people out there did a lot worse than I did. Honestly, I don't give a crap if our politicians smoked a little weed or did a little coke, because pretty much everyone has.
Yeah,
the majority of Americans have tried coke and marijuana at this point. I love how we all make believe we haven't tried this stuff.
I think he should be thrown out for his awful wedding photo. That picture where he's just looking off into the distance. His wife is looking at the camera and he's looking, I don't know, off at the priest.
He looks like Abdul-Jabbar, but as a midget. What a creep he looks like.
He looks like Abdul-Jabbar when Abdul-Jabbar was Lou Alcindor.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. Going back.
When he was playing with the Milwaukee Bucks, if you really want to go with this bit.
Why couldn't his girlfriend or his wife to take his head and go, look this way, idiot?
Just turn your head the right way. The photographer should just went, yo, here.
Yo, maybe they did. Maybe he was actually facing the back wall. That's as close as they could get him.
Yeah, I'd like to see the other pictures that they didn't take.
I would just tell the governor, listen for the whistle.
Yeah. And just look.
I'm going to be taking your picture. Just listen for the whistle.
Tweet.
Oh, I look over here. So, I don't know. What's going to happen with this guy? Is he safe?
I think because the Spitzer thing was so huge that this guy really would have to have done something bad. I think he's all right. I think he'll be safe.
Yeah.
But oh God, there's a picture of Big A with his eyebrows shaved off. This is horrible.
Oh my God. We were talking about this earlier for our little show we filmed for Comedy Central yesterday. We'll see if they pick it up, a little what's called a pilot. We did shave Big A's eyebrows, and look at that picture. That will be up on ONARadio.com later today.
This is a frightening picture. This looks like the picture that is put up, like they have to catch this guy immediately because of an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
Wow. Creep.
Anyway.
A ghoul.
So you think the governor stays?
Yeah, I think he'll skate, probably. And it might be, we are a very guilt-ridden nation. It might be because of his race or his handicap. They'll be a little more lenient with him than if it was just, stupid white guy in there that did coke and cheated on his wife. And I don't know what else is coming out about him. But we'll see. I think he's all right, though.
He's blind. He can say he didn't know it was coke. He thought it was an antihistamine.
Had a
I
cold.
was a little stuffy. I didn't know. They told me it was Afrin.
I stayed up for a week and built a house.
Let's go to Matt. Hey, Matt, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Just thought I'd say, hey, we had a good time on the weekend, eh?
Who?
He was singing karaoke up there at the restaurant there.
Where?
And it wasn't up in New York, so I'm not going to give it away, Anthony, because it was really fun and we had a good time.
Okay, wait a minute. What did I sing?
There was too many for me to remember. It was a non-stop karaoke fest.
Wait, you were doing karaoke out of state?
It might have been. I
don't think it was really. Well, I don't know, Anthony. I'm not going to go there, man.
Wow, this guy's okay. He's being a good egg, but I think he was there.
Wait, so Matt actually saw Ant doing karaoke. Is it fair to say that it was off Long Island? Let's just go with that.
Does it sound like I'm from Long Island?
Nope.
Oh, wow. He sounds like he might be from another country. What the hell did you do on vacation, Ant? And why is your iPhone going nuts right now?
No, it's not. Well, Matt was a good boy. Matt doesn't give people up. That's nice. You're a good egg, Matt.
Let's go to John in New York. John?
Hi, I heard Anthony spent a lot of time at his health club. I believe it's called the Emperor's Club.
The Emperor's Club. Stupid Elliot Spitzer gets that place shut down.
Not only that place, now they've decided to shut down all of them.
Yeah.
Another one
all
got
the high
shut
ends.
down. All the high ends are getting shut down.
See, I'd have been a high end guy.
Let's say hi to Wes, the trucker. Wes?
Hey, I spotted Anthony this weekend down in D.C. Singing karaoke with knee-high socks on at the Mayflower.
I can assure you I was not at the Mayflower Hotel in D.C.
All right. How about Cool Circus from Long Island? Cool Circus?
Hey, Ed, I was wondering if on your vacation you ran into Dennis Hoff. How's he doing out? How's Dennis Hoff doing?
Why would I run into Dennis Hoff? I don't pay for it, my friend. I don't pay for women.
Ant doesn't have to
men.
pay for it. He has a radio show.
Young boys, I'll pay for it.
Of course.
You don't have to pay for it if you have a radio show.
That's right.
Right, Ant?
That's right.
Right? Huh?
Pay for it.
I actually saw Dennis Hoff.
Did you?
I didn't talk to him. I went to talk to him and he was gone. At a UCB show that Amy Pollard does. It was very funny.
Very cool.
Would you be hanging out, talking to you if you were him?
No.
You just go back there and bang all your broads that you own?
He had his one regular.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of vacation, we love to do a bit called Unlucky Lottery or Sucks to Be You.
Yeah, very confusing.
Did you hear about this story?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my God.
Have to make a verdict.
It freaked the hell out of me. Listen to what happened to this lady. And just imagine in your head the odds. Seriously, try to do a little math in your head as you listen to this story.
A freak accident off the waters of the Florida Keys. Judy Zagorski was out on the waters Thursday in this rented 16-foot fishing boat with her family. That's when this large spotted eagle ray jumped out of the water, striking the 55-year-old head on.
It collided with the victim at a very intense force, causing the victim to fall backwards. The sister that was on board immediately ran to her aid and attempted to do CPR. But by all intents and purposes, she was probably already deceased.
Wow. The fish wins. The fish wins.
Hey, man, I don't know about you, but the fish are starting to get pissed off.
They really are getting
like, enough.
Aggravated.
We don't want to be eaten anymore. Enough. Enough. Go back to chicken.
What kind of fish was that? Like a something ray? It wasn't like a stingray.
It was a ray?
It was a ray. It wasn't I don't think it was a stingray. I think it was, they said what kind of ray.
But they all
It was in the ray family.
They kind of look the same. They got the little wings and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a spotted eagle ray.
A spotted eagle ray.
They're so much bigger than regular stingrays.
Oh my God!
That's why this lady died. It wasn't just like a little 1 foot thing.
This thing just came out
I think the next clip explains it. It weighed 75 pounds and had like a 6 foot wingspan.
She got killed by an oversized water bat.
Yeah. Oh wow!
She was killed by a sea monster.
Yeah, a sea monster came out and killed her. It's a monster.
At least when you go to heaven, man, you got a story to tell. Oh, listen, beat this one.
Wait, was she just, the boat was going and this thing just happened to jump?
Yes! Yes, Jimmy!
And the momentum?
Yes!
That's unlucky. lottery.
The boat is just tooling along. This thing decides to fly out of the water. Is this one of these things that has to jump out of the water every once in a while, I guess?
No, I mean, not to my knowledge anyway. This, I think, was just like a complete freak accident.
And those things they usually hang out at the bottom.
More to the story.
Wow.
The ray, 5 to 6 feet in wingspan, weighing 75 to 80 pounds, was also killed instantly.
Aw.
Zagorski was declared dead here at Fisherman's Hospital in Marathon.
And the fish was declared dead at Humans Hospital. That's terrible. Poor little fish.
It is also where her 88-year-old father was held briefly for observation. He was on the boat when it happened. Spotted eagle rays are not stingrays. They're known to jump out of the water.
Oh.
Like stingrays, they have a sharp barb that can be lethal. However, investigators don't believe that's what happened here.
Because of the fact that she was bleeding quite a bit. But after the further investigation, our investigators determined that there was no visible puncture wounds on the body.
No, she just got slammed with 75 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. 75 pounds of meat hit her in the face.
Could you you can't imagine this one.
Did she see it coming, though? Like, or was she
No.
hopefully looking the other way? Hopefully she wasn't like a large thing looks slippery. Uh-oh. No time to duck. Smells like fish. I'm floating above, looking down at my dumb father, feeling a giant sea serpent on my face.
What just happened?
Looking down at my dumb father, he's thinking he's got Alzheimer's because he doesn't understand what just happened.
No, he's remembering my prom. My father's remembering my prom and the bright future, and he never thought he'd be peeling a sea monster off my face on a boat. And that's how I would die.
Who would ever guess that way?
She probably took good care of herself. She went
right.
breast cancer exams and probably ate healthy and did what she had to do.
She's out boating, just having fun.
Sea air.
Being a little active.
And you end up getting killed by a water bat.
A damn monster flings itself out of the water into your head.
How do you think it feels, too?
Oh.
It survives. It avoids sharks. It avoids, like, being sucked into a whale's mouth. And it's killed by someone wearing, like, jeans that don't fit properly. The last thing it smells is denture breath and fear. She had coffee. Awful denture coffee breath.
Oh, wow. That's a unlucky lottery story. Wow. It's got to be. If they're known to jump out of the water, it's not like it was jumping into the boat. It was probably just jumping out of the water.
And I know I missed the boat was moving, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
moving pretty good.
So that's kind of, that kind of added to it, I'm sure.
Well, I think getting hit in the face with 75 pounds, no matter what speed you're traveling at, is going to be pretty traumatic.
Doesn't matter what the hell, how fast you're going.
I think they're being play with this story. It sounds like she lost her head or close to it. I think this thing just destroyed her.
There's a lot of blood.
They said there was a lot of blood. All right, we got to take a break. After that cute little story, we got to take a little break.
Cute.
Then her face went right into its guts. Like her face, its body probably smashed.
Oh, it probably did smash and just make a big splat sound. Both of them together.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right. Other things. A lot of stuff happened over the break. World's tallest man struggles to fit in. We'll get into that.
I love that big Russian dude. He's great. 8'5".
All right, we'll get into that after the break because it's one of our favorite bits to talk about these freaks. And modern day Elephant Man transformed by full face transplant.
Full face transplant.
And then you got the Detroit mayor arraigned in sex text messaging scandal. That's a terrific story. Study shows the best marriages are between hot women and ugly men.
Of course. No, who would argue? No matter what she says, you're like, all right. There's never an argument to be had. She's like, just hold my purse at the mall and I'll bang you. Fine.
Can I buy you some tampons? I'll go in.
And we got other
you
things.
Stay here in the car.
And other things. We got a lot of catching up to do. It's the Opie and Anthony show. La la la.
Are we back?
Bam, bam. I don't know.
We're not. Something's not playing. We need music.
There you go.
Yeah.
The whole show falls apart if we don't have our music when we come back from break.
We don't know what to do.
Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton, who's been traveling around the country since we last spoke, right, Jimmy? Doing that comedy thing. And what happened in, you got a story or something?
By the way, the Denver and Minneapolis fans, two places I performed Denver once and Denver and Minneapolis, complete savages, like
nice.
The other fans in the country. It was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, two of the best road gigs.
Of course they don't. Of course they love this show in Denver. They don't get enough air out there.
Yeah.
They're starved for oxygen. You saying that?
Starved for oxygen and entertainment, obviously.
We had, I know, really
stupid joke.
In Minnesota, on the hotel, they told us that Bruce Springsteen was staying at our hotel.
Yeah.
And, on a much higher floor, I'm sure. So I didn't see him at all. And as we're leaving for my gig, there was a guy outside this black truck, and he goes, "Hey, Jimmy." And I go, "Hello, sir." And then Kenny goes, "Bruce was in the truck." Apparently, this guy was Bruce's driver or whatever. So me and Kenny walk to my car, and we're looking in the rearview mirror, and I see Springsteen sitting in the passenger seat on a cell phone.
Murray Springsteen?
Murray Springsteen, great uncle of Bruce, and a great inspiration for so many of those New Jersey stories that he tells. Because Bruce's father wanted to move to Connecticut, and Murray said, "Stay."
Hey.
So it's So we're driving away, and I'm looking. We're at a red light.
Sure.
And I'm looking at a half block behind me. I'm like, "That's Springsteen. Why am I not going?" I'm like, "Kenny, let's try it."
Why am I not stalking him?
Bruce gets out of the truck and he signs an album for someone. Me and Kenny run a half a block back towards my own hotel. We run into the lobby, and Kenny's like, "Oh, I guess he beat us. The elevator's closed." I'm like, "No, it's not." I see the elevator open. Me and Kenny burst onto the elevator, and there is Springsteen and his guy, and just me and Kenny. And they hit their floor, and me and Kenny just kind of standing. And Kenny is such an awful actor. He's like, "Jim, he's like he's looking for the floor to hit. He's like, "We got to make this quick." And I'm like holding a camera, looking at Springsteen. I'm like, "The gig's up, idiot."
Yeah, he's on to us.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Can I have a picture, Bruce?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure, man." And
was Clarence on the elevator too? Oh, sorry. I just heard you say something. Nothing. Nothing at all. Thought maybe he hit one of the upper floors.
So it was very awkward because it was, so of course I gave the camera, his guy actually took the picture, and he puts his arm around me in the elevator, and as we're going up, Kenny's just trying to act like we meant to get on the elevator, and he was very nice. And we took the picture and rode all 15 floors with him. He goes, "All right, guys, this is my floor." And we're like, "All right." And then he gets off, and we realize we haven't hit a floor. So we just ran onto the elevator.
Oh, no.
And tried to look casual. And I'm 40 years old. I'm holding a camera, and I got my shot. Not the greatest story.
How annoyed would he have been if you hit every floor between where you were and his floor just to be on the elevator with him longer?
It was so uncomfortable. When dumb kids, you had to use the card to swipe to hit a floor.
Yeah.
And watching Kenny try to improv and go, "We gotta be quick, Jim.
We gotta be quick."
It's like the camera's out, dummy.
We got on this elevator to go upstairs.
And it's like, Kenny, could you stop? A UCB member, stop improving. I'm trying to get. I got the camera out. Bruce is right here. Why don't you wait till he gets off, and then we can improv going to my room.
Did you just reference Upright Citizens?
Yeah, well, because I went and saw one of their shows. That's the only improv reference I can make.
I got it.
I got to be honest. I'm not an improv fan. But that was
got it.
Hilariously funny. The show.
The shot of Springsteen, he's got his arm around you like, "You're buds, man."
Yeah, he was actually surprisingly down to earth. He was very cool.
We'll put that picture up on ONARadio.com with the picture of Big A without the eyebrows.
Did you do anything like, "Hey, Jim Norton," or "I'm a comic"?
His guy knew me, though. Whoever
No, really?
knew me. Yeah, because he had said hi to me when I walked out the door.
Ah, that's
hey,
good.
Hey, Jimmy. And I don't know if that was Bruce's guy or if he was a local cop, but he was whoever that guy is. "I want to hug you."
Wow.
And then I had another celebrity encounter, which it's the worst story ever told. Well, it makes this dumb story I just told look like I survived a plane wreck story of interesting.
Jimmy, we just went out for sushi. What's the big deal?
Oh.
All right, you're right. But no, you remember you ordered the spider roll, and I got the California roll, and they mixed it up. And I'm like, "Oh, I think I got yours." And you're like, "Oh,
that's great. Who got what roll?"
Yeah.
Thanks for trying to help that awful joke.
That's all right.
Thank you.
I figure I was in the tub. You jumped in with a toaster. We're both going down.
There you go.
Got hit in the face with a ray.
All right, what's the other one, Jimmy?
I was out. And I was in a store, and I was...
Oh, congrats. It's about time.
Yes. That was actually damn good. I was walking to my... to get a cab, and I get in the cab, and Bruce Willis gets out of the cab.
Oh.
And
it's a Bruce weekend.
Yeah, Bruce Willis gets out with one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen, and I go, "Hey!" And he ignores me.
Oh.
And I get in his cab.
Oh.
And that's the whole story. And I wanted to tell someone so bad. So I call my dumb girlfriend, and I'm trying to, as I'm telling her, I'm like, "Yeah, it's funny, and I realize it's not funny.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. So I'm like, "Yeah," I get out of a cab. Bruce Willis gets out, and I got in, and she's like, "Yeah?" So what are you eating? You hungry? You want to do something? That was the whole story.
Nothing.
That was it.
It was.
Oh, that's an awful story.
It's the worst celebrity story.
That's horrid.
No, it's one of the better ones.
I wanted this like there was a smell on the seat. Nothing.
Something. He ignored you
Not to
on
be rude.
purpose or didn't hear you?
I didn't even know if he heard me because I couldn't go, hey, Bruce. I was so nervous seeing Bruce Willis. I was like, hey.
Hey.
I made a noise.
I'm not.
Could have just walked by and went, meh.
Is that a picture of him and his brood?
And his brood. Very nice. Okay. Hey, moving on. Baseball season is upon us. Want to say good morning to Boston. They're finally waking up because the Red Sox played I don't know where they played.
In Japan.
Japan. They won. The game was over 4:30 in the morning, some ridiculous time. But, I have to admit that, I was following the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Celtics, but I have to admit that I am a Mets fan. And our boy Ralph Kiner is getting old here in New York.
Ralph Kiner.
And Danny noticed yesterday while he was watching the Mets game that Kiner should just retire. He should not be doing play-by-play anymore. I guess at this point he's doing, guest appearances during the game.
Oh, boy.
He doesn't have it in him to do the whole game anymore, so they kind of throw him in there for an inning or two, I think.
He was all effed up when he used to do Kiner's Corner.
Oh, yeah.
It was some show that it would come on after the Mets games, and he was like the little wrap-up show.
Well, it was known that these guys like to, tip back a few in the booth.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we don't know if he's, I think this is just old. No, I think this is old and tipping back a few.
Yeah.
Just because you get old, you don't stop drinking.
No.
Makes for an interesting combination, though. So Danny pulled a couple clips of Ralph Kiner doing the Mets game yesterday. Listen to this.
One of the reasons why a hitter will swing at the first pitch, he's afraid to get down to 2 strikes.
One of the reasons to get down to 2 strikes. Okay.
Oh, what he's saying is is all right. It's just how he's saying it. He's slurring it.
Yeah, he's a little slurry.
Well, you have to learn to lay off the pitches, and that takes a lot of work. And one of the things that the Mets have worked on with Reyes at short is his pitch selection and getting balls that he can hit on the ground and hit and try and beat the ball out. And he has too many fly balls. Keith and I were talking about it earlier. Too many fly balls for outs.
He has a little Dick Clark in him.
There's something going on. There's some... yeah, he's a little slurry.
Well, Stephen S. from Bayshore, he's back, and he's writing for us once again on Instant Feedback. He writes, soon he'll be watching the new segment, Kiner's Coffin.
What's next for David Wright?
Really nothing but success. The one thing about David Wright, he's working on things that he knows he has to improve, and when you think that way, you're going to get better. And he has got the ability to be able to change around and try different things. One of the things you see right here in the defense of the game is that they're playing very shallow, something they wouldn't do without that wind blowing in. There's a lot of power to right.
You know, Ralph Kiner's a legend.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to sit him down and go, look, bro.
Get off the
over.
sauce.
I think he's old. I think it's just
you
that
think
he's
it's
old.
just old?
Danny, old or
drunk?
Or drunk. Let's play old or drunk.
I'm gonna go with the old, and his tolerance probably isn't what it was. So he probably had a beer, and he's feeling it real good. So that with the old combo is not working well for him.
And drunk.
Is anyone acknowledging alongside him that he doesn't sound quite right?
No, but what they would do is sometimes on really just rambly speeches like that, he would end, and they just really didn't know what to say to him, so they would just go back to calling the game all awkwardly, 3-2.
All right, Redding's an ass.
Why?
Ralph Kiner sounds like W&E Anthony. All right, I had my days on that program.
He's thinking all the time. He's working all the time. And
oh, my God. Someone is telling us he has Bell's palsy.
Does he?
We're trying to have a little fun here. My God.
That half a saggy face thing?
Is that true? Chuck, what's going on?
Yeah, Yeah, man, it's true. I'm a lifelong Mets fan, and I used to think about Kiner all the time. He would just slur and stumble through whatever he was saying. I used to yell at the TV, have another drink, Ralph. And then, about 4 or 5 years ago, they said, he was diagnosed with Bell's palsy, man. He really should just hang it up. He's embarrassing himself.
I don't understand. I don't understand this whole TV thing. Like, if you get Bell's palsy, in your job, you are so fired. They don't want to deal with some dude with a saggy face. You're
Saggy
done.
face guy.
Especially if you're like one of these people that are interacting with the public. But if you're on TV, you can have all sorts of crazy afflictions and just get out there in front of the camera.
Put them on.
Put them on. We don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, we all heard the Dick Clark thing. Now we got to get the Dick Clark. Oh, we got the Dick Clark audio? Despite a bout with Bell's palsy, which left him slightly slurred speech, Kiner is still broadcasting, entering his 45th year of doing Mets broadcasts.
Wow.
He's been doing broadcasts since Anthony was 5 years old.
Hey, that's not even close.
What?
That you do that. You have to continue to try and do things and test out. Probably the greatest example in the world is the best golfer that's playing golf right now is Tiger Woods. He's constantly changing his swing to find out one that works a little bit better than the one that didn't work as well the last time he played. I mean, you've got to really think about this game. This is a game of thinking. And very few people have the talent, if they don't think well, to overcome that. Right, of course, here as a short lady's running.
Thanks, old catcher's lip.
Wow.
Travis has his Wikipedia page open, and it states clearly that he has Bell's palsy.
Oh, wonderful.
States clearly.
Clearly. You mean we should have maybe done a little research before you entered this bit?
It even says that Kiner's known to slur his speech.
Oh, God damn. No, you know what, though?
We're making accusations of Alzheimer's and drunkenness. And the guy's got an affliction.
I'm sitting there.
You know what, though? Screw Ralph Kiner. I'm a Mets fan. He didn't sound this bad last year. You know that, Danny.
Well, it's just funny because I'm just sitting on my couch and I'm like, man, this is going to be great for tomorrow's show, man.
Also, they're saying he might have
thought I looked to see if he's got a stroke or something.
Supposedly he had a stroke, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh,
no.
Danny was so excited that he IMs me. He's like, dude, you got to turn on the Mets game. Listen to Ralph Kiner.
Oh, no.
You know what, though? If you're going to put... And this is coming from a Mets fan. If you're going to put Ralph Kiner on the air slurring like that, you got to acknowledge it and you got to make fun of it. I'm sorry. That's how it works.
And you know what they kept doing? I mean, I guess they probably do it for all the guests, that they have in the booth, but they had to keep flashing on the screen a little bar that said, voice of Ralph Kiner.
Well,
and
no one else wanted to take credit for that voice.
Because you can't. I mean, it doesn't sound anything like it used to sound. So, I felt like they kind of had to remind the people watching, who's there, because you're not going to know just by listening to that.
Oh.
One thing I've always contended that the intestinal walk is a stat that gives the batter
intestinal
no
walk.
Yeah, what's up?
That was the intestinal walk.
What happened?
I've done that.
Yeah. You ever do the intestinal walk? You got to hold your cheeks together. Make it to the turlet.
I was thinking the intestine decided to walk out of Ralph Kiner's body. He's had it with the alcoholism.
Pink socking.
Yeah, pink sock. I see what you're doing to the liver in here. I don't want any part of your body anymore.
Him and Ed,
out of here.
Ed Kranepool got drunk together, and Ed gave me the old pink sock. After that, he gave me a pink sock. And Daryl Strawberry mushed my face into a pillow.
Yeah, did I ever tell you the time I got pink socked by Rusty Straub? Well, let me tell you, girl. Let me tell you.
One thing I've always contended that the intestinal walk is a stat that gives the batter no credit. And if you don't get a chance to hit, it shouldn't be charged against you, which it isn't in regular scoring.
Well, obviously we missed a play. Thank you, Ralph. You're talking about your intestine walking out on you, and there's a freaking play going on.
You think that's bad? They probably didn't call the other guys. I forget who's commentating for them now, but they probably didn't say anything about baseball for a solid half inning. They were too busy talking about old. They were talking about old Three Stooges reruns.
That's what they used to do.
Wait, you know what? God bless them. Because usually, there's nothing to talk about. Baseball is that boring for the most part. tell stories.
But you get so
between home runs. That's all I want.
You get so used to like listening to the commentary to know what's going on because all of a sudden they're talking about Three Stooges, and I'm like, what just happened? Like, why was there was a guy on base? When did that happen?
But you're watching. You can figure that out yourself.
That is old school announcing. They used to do that all the time, and then it got to the point where the announcers just go through stats after stats and a lot more advertising, so they go to commercial a lot more. But these guys used to just talk about the most inane crap. Exactly, Three Stooges episodes.
And it was so interesting to them that like they went to commercial and they came back and it was like midway through that part of the inning and the guy's like, I want to finish up our Three Stooges conversation from before, and like they brought it back.
That was like one of the funniest things to watch because they'd have to get the play in, so you'd hear him going, "Yeah, there it is." I remember watching Mo Howard who would do the finger thing into Larry's eyes. And, he'd actually bend his fingers so he didn't get him in there. The pitch high and wide for ball 2.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Wait a minute. What is...
They were smooth, though, man.
Oh, yeah. You just go right back into it. Talking about where they ate.
Yeah.
The Scooter.
Talking about his wife, Cora. The worst stories.
Who cares about Cora?
And Cora and I... No one cares, Phil.
Yeah.
Is there a train in the story with you and Bill White and Frank Messer? If there's not, I don't want to hear it.
The Scooter.
One more clip. We can do kind of clips all day.
Sure.
But we'll give you one more.
One more of the saggy lip.
Move on.
I'm talking about Santana not pitching today. He was scheduled to pitch. And they took him out. They didn't want Atlanta to know what he threw. He's new to the National League. Sort of reminds me of the old April Fool joke that they pulled in spring training for the Mets way back when they had Sid Finch as a prospect, a rookie that came to the ballpark. He threw the ball 160 miles an hour. No one saw him pitch except the catcher. That was Jerry Grody. And maybe a couple others there. And that was one of the great hoaxes ever pulled off on baseball.
Wasn't there a sport? No, the greatest hoax is you. Still broadcasting Met games on TV. Because I have no idea what he just said.
That's great.
I have no idea.
Someone here is saying it sounds like Brooks from Shawshank. He should end his career that way.
Got me a job at the Foodway.
The Foodway.
That ball high and wide.
And that was one of the great hoaxes ever pulled off on baseball.
Wasn't there a Sports Illustrated story about that too?
Yes, that story by a very famous writer.
Walks Prado here.
I can't remember his name at the moment, but sort of goes with being old.
You can't remember your own name at this moment.
Sort of goes with being old. Yeah.
I saw a triple play once when I was a boy.
Goes with being old, like having a limp too. That happens. And your pants.
Someone wants to know, well, it's Kevin from Connecticut. He writes, who's calling this game, Ralph Kiner or Foster Brooks?
Ooh,
a
that's
Foster
an old
Brooks reference. Wow.
Wow. Going way back. It's a Dean Martin roast joke.
Yeah. We got Kiner's grandson on the phone, Matt, in New York. How are you, Matt?
Hey, what's up, guys?
I'm sorry that we're making fun of the great Ralph Kiner, but we couldn't help ourselves, sir.
Oh, man, it's funny, but yeah, it's painful for me personally. I mean, it's sad, degeneration. I mean, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of his backstory. I mean, he actually had a massive stroke about 10 years ago in 1998, and the organization didn't really publicize it very widely. They tried to hush it up a little bit. They just said, oh, he's got, pneumonia or he's sick. So he was off the air for probably a year or more, and he couldn't talk at all. So for when he got back on the air a couple of years later, it was like a big deal. But you always noticed he talked differently. He was never quite the same. And some people said, oh yeah, he's kind of tipsy or whatever. But it was really the stroke. Well, in 2004, my grandmother died of a very rare bone cancer, and he took that really, really hard.
Could you call every morning? Sorry, this is very depressing. I feel like idiots.
Go ahead.
And he took that really hard, and he really did hit the bottle quite heavily. And they kept him around. The Mets organization I think they can't really cut him loose totally because, he's just part of the franchise. He's been there since the first season or whatever in 61.
Is this guy for real?
I think he's for. Are you for real, Matt?
I'm absolutely not joking you. I mean, I've been to his house a number of times. Well, they sold it now in Palm Springs. He lives in Florida now. He got remarried.
Oh, you're one of those grandsons that, you don't really get to really hang.
All right.
I got cousins like that. I understand, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, we're related, but, do we hang? Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, the count is 1 ball and 2 strokes.
So do you
oh my God, is he terrible?
Do you get upset by all of the accusations that he's been drinking when he hasn't been?
This guy doesn't get upset. He hasn't been in the same house with Ralph Kiner since he was born.
No, Opie, that's wrong. Actually, I have, but no, he actually does. I believe he really does drink pretty heavily now, and so I think it's half of his stroke and half is he really is probably quite inebriated in a lot of the games. But he's only around for a couple of innings now because they just don't want to let him go. But
there's a lot of young broadcasters out there that are pretty frustrated because they're like, look, come on. What are you doing? I'm ready to be called up to the big leagues.
It was more than a couple, too. Yesterday, he was on from probably the 4th inning to the beginning of the 9th. So he was in there for half the game.
He was feeling good.
I believe he should go. I believe, honestly, he should be I don't think he should be broadcasting anymore because, it's too much at this point. But he's just like...
Matt, you do know you're a horrible grandson, right?
Yeah, well,
I got things going on in my family I wouldn't admit. This is your grandfather.
Yes, I know. And it's
kind of sticking up for him, I guess.
You can learn a thing or two from the mob. Shut your mouth.
Yes, I can laugh at Anthony and catch her, mitt and lips or whatever. I can laugh at that. But it's just sad, man. It's sad.
Out of all of them, you had to remember that one. Jimmy said some hurtful things.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
I don't know.
See?
They were
but
hurtful.
Anthony, it sounded more mean when Anthony said it.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So when's the last time you saw him?
The last time I saw him was when he got remarried probably about almost 2 years ago.
And following that question, when was the last time he saw you?
Cared.
How old is his new wife?
Or remembers seeing you?
Good question.
She's older than him. Actually, she's like late 80s, early 90s.
All right, are you kidding?
Hold on. Go back, E-Rock.
Are they banging,
Matt?
Yeah.
How old is Ralph Kiner, your grandfather?
I believe he's 88.
Or 85.
I wouldn't be able to tell you how old my grandmother is.
No? You have a grandmother?
Yeah, she's in a home. I've never been there.
All right, Matt.
His wife was Diane Kiner, and she died in 2004 of cancer, and that's the only reason why I think
what kind of
drinks more heavily now.
What kind of
cancer?
That's
why I think bone cancer.
Oh, Pete. Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's.
And you know what? And And if Jimmy ever ran into him on the street, he'd look right past Jimmy too. So
why?
Because Jimmy, nobody notices him. Celebrities just don't notice Jimmy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks, Matt. We got to move on now. Enough tragedy for one day. We got Ben Mezrich standing by. His movie's coming out, which is very, very exciting. Also, we got Rampage Jackson also here already. Yeah. It's getting busy. It's Opie and Anthony. Stay there.
Yeah, this is Rich Voss. April 4th and 5th, I'll be at the Comedy Castle, somewhere in Detroit or around that area. Comedy Castle, look it up. Rich Voss, April 4th and 5th, Comedy Castle, Detroit area. Great club, I hear.
I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life. But there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight.
Opie and Anthony. Infamous DJs.
Opie and Anthony.
Here. We're back. Opie and Anthony. Jim Norton. Ben's in studio. Ben Mezrich.
Yes.
We love Ben when he comes in here.
Is it Mezrich?
Mezrich.
Oh, it's Mezrich?
Yeah.
I've been saying
Well, you can say either one.
Ben Mezrich, right?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Mezrich, though.
It does. Yeah.
You are rich, though.
Well, you know, the movie's not out yet. Hopefully later.
How annoyed were you that stupid Steve Martin's movie took the name of your book?
Bringing Down the House.
Awful movie.
But you know, when my book came out and that movie was out at the same time, people would call me and say, "I saw a billboard for your book."
Oh,
yeah. Like,
kind of
who
works
does
both
Queen
ways.
Latifah play in your book?
A man, probably.
Let me do the basics for you, Ben. Yeah, you had a book out called Bringing Down the House. I love this book way before I got to know you. You know, Ben's been on our show a bunch of times, but I actually read that on vacation, and it was a page turner about these MIT students that took a lot of money from all these casinos all over the place. And then the movie's coming out this Friday, but you had to change the name to 21. And there's a lot of readers out there that's going to be a little confusing for people.
We put out a new version of the book called 21.
Oh, you did? Okay.
With new materials in the back. It's got an interview with me and the main guy, a picture of me and the main guy. So, you know, he's coming forward now, the actual MIT kid. So,
right.
You know, there's some new stuff, but we put it out under the new title.
I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice, short, easy name. People know what it's about.
Yeah.
It's good. Big Hollywood production, though. That's kind of cool, huh?
Starring Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
Dana, who's here, produced the movie with
Dana.
the head of Kevin's company.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Dana's trying to figure out the scene here. We're
the producer.
He's the producer, yeah. But,
so Kevin Spacey plays who?
The professor Mickey, who recruits and trains the team of MIT kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawrence Fishburne plays the private eye who's chasing him, and Kate Bosworth plays the hot MIT girl.
Was there a hot MIT girl?
Well, in reality, this is the best-looking group of MIT kids you've ever seen. Yeah, no, you know, they're not.
Yeah, you know, they got a cast for Hollywood.
Well, I mean, it's a movie, right?
Yeah.
And basically, if it was a movie of real MIT kids hitting, it would have been a very different movie.
And of course, the story goes that the MIT kids got together and started this whole scheme of card counting. They were doing it on the QT.
Right. It was all, they'd have these double lives, and they'd change their look. They'd have a makeup artist doing their makeup, and they'd hit Vegas every Friday, fly from Boston to Vegas, and they won about $5 million playing blackjack. And they had that whole, it was like James Bondy. They'd carry the money under their clothes and go through the airport with like $300,000 each on their under their clothes. And,
wow. Yeah. Sounds vaguely familiar. I remember being a couple of airports in the bathrooms, getting money from people. Okay, I'll take that back. Better not be a dime missing.
So you've already gone through this.
Maybe a couple of times.
It's
a lot of fun.
Safe to say Ant's done very well. It's been advised not to really talk about it anymore.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
But he's done all right for himself.
How long have you been involved with Kevin Spacey's company? A while?
I started as an assistant 12 years ago.
So were you there when he did Swimming with Sharks? It's my favorite movie.
No, just before that.
That's, yeah.
You ever see that with Frank
That's
Whaley?
Twisted. Yeah.
A scummy movie executive, but it's, I think the best thing. It's
a complete ass.
Yeah, great representation of how awful Hollywood is. All right, so how's Larry Fishburne doing? I won't call him Lawrence because he's been Larry since Apocalypse Now. As far as I'm concerned, he's still Larry.
You know what? He's great.
Cowboy Curtis, I like calling him from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, you want to go way back.
He's an intense guy. Man. He's really intense and scary and intimidating. And I actually, at the end of the Vegas premiere, we end up going out to like 5 a.m. and he's just very cool. Like people come up to him and take his picture, and he's like, "Not tonight, baby, not tonight." And he's, you know, he's Lawrence
cool about
Fishburne.
that?
You know, no, he's just very like
Jimmy's all mad.
He's suave about it.
Yeah, he's just very kind of like an iconic, I think.
Yeah,
Morpheus. He just walks around like Morpheus.
He's
all
Morpheus.
The time.
He is Morpheus.
Puts his hands behind his back like that. Does that cool little walk.
Yeah.
Did you mention
Jimmy's
Cornbread Earl and Me?
What? What?
Wasn't that his first movie?
Was it?
I don't know.
Apocalypse Now, I thought was his first.
No. I believe Cornbread Earl.
Wow, really? Because he was a kid in Apocalypse.
Yeah, he was 17, I think, when he did that.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Hey,
know.
Ben, is it true you walked through an airport with what, a couple $100,000?
Yeah, I wanted to become a part of the team to write the book, so I literally would, stuff money under my clothes, and then something like $100,000 to $200,000 I carried through Logan Airport, which is a scary thing because it's not illegal to carry your own money, but if you get caught, you do end up handcuffed in a cell underneath the airport.
Yeah, apparently you could carry anything through Logan, though. Jesus
that's
Christ.
true. Well, Logan is, the
come on,
easiest
help
one.
us out, Logan.
No, but I became a part of the team, and I'm not great at math, so my sort of thing was carrying money, and then they would signal me what to do. I was like a big dumb gorilla at the table, a gorilla player. And
yeah, they'll ask you like, "Hey, where'd you get the money?" If they find it.
Oh, if they find over $100,000 on you, they'll do more than that.
Yeah, they're gonna wonder where that came from.
Yeah, they're a little curious
because you're either laundering it,
right.
It's drug money. Right. There's some kind of
interestingly
problem.
enough,
yeah, something illegal.
If you fill a bag with Bellagio chips, they don't ask.
Really?
It's an interesting and nerve-wracking thing to think, but you can actually move a fair amount of money around with chips.
With chips?
Yeah, because they just think you're going to a poker game. Like, they don't even think about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if I want to tell a lot of people that, but the MIT team did figure that out, that you could carry a lot of chips on you.
But wait.
You just get one of those chip cases like you're going to a poker game and fill Bellagio chips. You could have $1 million in there.
Well, where do you trade? You have to trade them in and get them back sooner or later.
Yeah, but you go there, you get a bunch of people to trade. You could do it. Yeah, that's what they would do. They'd go and then they'd have a bunch of different people trading in the chips because you can't trade in more than a certain amount without filling out forms.
Is it over $10,000 or more?
It's over $10,000, but it depends on the situation. But if you trade in more than 10,000 chips at a time, there's going to be forms filled out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta watch that.
Raul has not forgotten, and Ben actually helped us out on the radio show. And I still think you're a dope. Remember the last argument we had about the effect other blackjack players have on you? That's
right.
I believe Ben was the one that proved you wrong.
Well, it wasn't so much a prove wrong as just he disagreed.
I disagreed.
Was there a proof?
What was the argument again, really fast?
The argument is if you're at a blackjack table and there's somebody that really doesn't play blackjack by what is deemed the rules. You know, you hit on 16 under, you stick on 17 and over.
Sure.
Depending on what the dealer has, you do certain things. And you adhere to those rules, and the table's happy, and the odds are in your favor a little more than if you're goofing around, I believe. And if somebody is at the table taking cards, it does screw the table up.
It totally. And wait, Ben, you said you disagree with
Mathematically, it doesn't change.
Don't ever play with this guy, by the way. He surrenders. He's the worst.
The surrendering player.
To my table, I get up and leave.
Mush.
What's surrendering?
Surrender is actually a good move.
Is it?
At certain tables, they let it.
Move. Don't ever.
You can surrender your 2 cards, get half your bet back. So if you have like a 16 against the dealer's 10, you surrender that hand and get half your bet back.
And then the dealer pulls
But not all casinos offer it. But
and you lost half your bet.
It's actually a good. No, surrender is a good move for the player, but a lot of people are too.
How about surrender on the drive to the casino and do a U-turn and you save your entire bet? You're there to gamble.
Right, that's Dana's point. But the truth is, if you're man enough to understand that surrendering is an okay move, you can actually
man enough.
He thinks it's
man
being
enough to keep your bet that you put out initially.
Right.
Ride it out.
Ride it out, no matter what the odds are.
You just don't know. They flip over that card, and
but you know what? I agree with you that there are times in blackjack where you go on these runs, and it is very highs and lows, and if everyone's getting good cards, and someone keeps hitting. Mathematically, it doesn't really change anything, but I can see in terms of like the way the cards are going, how it feels like it's changing things.
It definitely does, particularly when there's a run. If somebody's not playing by basic strategy, I'll get up from the table.
You got to leave. If I'm sitting there and that dealer is showing a 4, and someone hits on a 16 and draws that picture card, and now the dealer flips over there. Yeah,
but you don't know what the count is, so maybe he's going to draw a low card, unless you're counting. If you're counting,
maybe.
Mathematically, it doesn't make a difference.
If you know the count, then it could make a difference, because you could be expecting more face cards. If you've been card counting, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the occasional chance they pull the small card, and then another, and they pull
then they're the hero.
I told you.
Right. But I don't even like winning like that. It's not a thing where it's like
you don't like winning that way.
You know why? Because it's too goddamn nerve-wracking. Because it's too nerve-wracking especially when you got a big bet up there. I don't want this guy determining my effing fate.
So if
I want my cards and the dealer's cards. I don't need this idiot next to me smoking cigarettes.
But you don't like winning that way, so when you do win that way, do you give some of the money back?
Yeah, I do. I just give it all back. I say I didn't like winning like that.
It's like a push almost.
Yeah. It's infuriating.
The movie sounds like it's going to be a biggie. How are the reviews so far? Early reviews are
We
good?
got a great Rolling Stones review. We got a great Variety review. I think the movie looks great. I really do. I think people are going to love it. People who like the book.
I honestly don't think you can mess this one up. I think the book was amazing. I think the movie is going to be just as good.
I hope people
really
said it was better than the book.
I did when I saw it. When I first saw it, I was blown away by it. I really, because you know what? It captured something about hitting Vegas that first time. You know, when you land and you look down outside the plane window and you see Vegas. I mean, there's nothing like it. And there's also been a lot of movies that have shown Boston being like kind of dark and like The Departed and this is like the young college fun Boston. So it's in a lot of ways it really captured a lot of the book.
You know, you just nailed that. There's a lot of movies that have come out recently about Boston, and they make it look like just a gritty, dark city.
Right.
And?
Huh?
And?
It's not.
Oh, does this show corruption and date rape and all the other fun stuff that goes on in Boston?
Like
no,
Gone Baby Gone was very, very dark. Departed was very dark.
Yeah.
It's good they show
Mystic
the other
River.
side.
Mystic River was dark.
yeah, it was kinda
and now you see,
white people accused of crimes are dark.
Right. But then you see 21, and it's like hip college kids who look like Kate Bosworth, which is very realistic, and hitting Vegas every weekend. And it's just cool. And also,
we
like,
clearly put the Hollywood angle on it.
Yeah. That's great. How do the other participants feel about who's playing them, and get a laugh out of it?
Listen, the main kid, Jeff, he loves Jim Sturgis is fantastic, and Jim's like this guy that girls just go crazy. Like, we were in Austin for the film festival, and he had to go out a back door, and there's like girls waiting, 15-year-old girls just waiting for him outside because he was in that Beatles movie, Across the Universe, and he's just got this, he's really good in the movie. And the other kids are really good. It's a great cast of young kind of fun actors.
And how do the real participants, though?
You know what? A couple of them were at the premiere. Unbeknownst to me, a bunch of the MIT kids were there, and I ran to them afterwards, and they were like, it was really good. I mean, there's some things in it that if you're a professional card counter, you're going to be like, okay,
but do that. It's the Hollywood version,
right?
Yeah.
But in general, the MIT kids really liked it. The ones that I talked to seemed to love it.
Did anyone ever catch you guys doing it like? Did any savvy pit boss or dealer ever go, wait a minute? No.
Definitely. I mean, we, when I joined, I went to the team to write it, we were getting kicked out everywhere because I was sort of towards the end of their thing, and you'd have people come in and throwing you out all the time, and stuff, and worse sometimes. They got chased out of Shreveport, Louisiana by like a sheriff with a shotgun. I mean, literally like that, like to that degree.
That is the end of a run when you're in Shreveport, Louisiana.
And there's like a couple of sheriffs following you.
Kicked us out everywhere.
Yeah.
There was once when we were filming in Vegas when Mike DeLuca, the other producer on the movie, and we actually learned to count. What we realized is extremely difficult. And one time me and Mike were sitting there, and he was counting. And the pit boss came over and said, "Hey, Mike, if you're going to count, don't move your lips."
No kidding.
But also, we were in Vegas, and the main guy, Jeff, the real guy, we were at the Playboy Club, and he was 20 feet away from a blackjack table. And a pit boss came over and said, "Jeff, you got to step back a little bit."
Wow.
He wasn't allowed to be within 20
No
feet
kidding.
of a table. So they're pretty serious about it there. I mean, they don't want you anywhere near.
If he walks into any casino, will they know who he is?
Yeah, pretty much. If he comes near a blackjack table, the cameras will get him. If he can walk around a casino, and the casinos love the movie. I mean, we shot it in a lot of the casinos because it makes people think you can be blackjack. But they don't let him anywhere near a blackjack table. I mean, they really don't. Even like for the fun of the movie and everything's great, but he can't play blackjack.
Really? That night we went into the Playboy Casino. I went up and my host was like, "Hey, how are you?" And then we cash in our chips, and we're sitting down, and he goes, "Your boy can't play." I'm like, "What do you mean my boy can't play?" It's like, "Your boy can't play." And I look over, and he's got like 4 security around him.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It is amazing how like Vegas and all these places, they are built on raping you out of your money. And the one guy that can beat him, and these pricks are like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what is it called?
And it's crazy because the most they're going to lose, I mean, they're making millions a day, and he's going to win a few $100,000.
Yeah, how do they get away with that, telling you can't play?
It's their rules.
The innkeeper law or something it's called?
Yeah, it's their business. It's like their hotel. They can throw anybody out they want. And it's different in Atlantic City. They can't just throw you out in AC, but they make the rules really harder there for a card counting. They shuffle up a lot, and then they do stuff like that. So
That's amazing. That just because you can count some of the cards, they can push you. That just sucks. They'd be mad if you were actually doing it, like writing down, like if you had a thing with
that would be
10Q.
check.
All right.
Top, just sitting there, Adam.
Well, listen,
excuse me, sir.
We have to take a break, and we got a very busy show. So, I mean, if you guys want to stick around, you're more than welcome. But we got pretty much a trained killer coming in here. So you're going to at least you're going to have to give up your seat at the very least.
I say that what they do is they stay in that seat right there, and they wait for Rampage to walk in, and they look at him like, "Go ahead, what are you going to do?"
I don't like that. You guys know who Rampage Jackson is?
I know. Yeah,
he's coming in next. He's intense, and actually, he's intense.
Ben was talking trash about
I was not.
Oh yeah,
were you, Ben?
You were saying some
I'm like
awful
12
things.
pounds. No, I run away.
He's the light heavyweight champion in the UFC. He's a tremendous fighter.
He's a problem.
Yeah,
but he's also a very funny guy. Very funny guy.
Yeah, well,
so it's Ben Mezrich and, of course, Dana, the producer of 21 in theaters Friday. Anything else you guys want to say about it? I'm excited. I'll be there on Friday.
Awesome.
No, I think people are going to love it.
Actually, I'll be there on Monday or Tuesday.
Well, that's okay.
I don't like being in crowded theaters these days.
No.
It will be crowded, hopefully.
I think it will be. All right. And benmezrich.com to see what you're about, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben is always interesting. I mean, last time you were in, we were talking about the sex shops of Japan,
right,
and the oil guys.
Dana and I have that movie going out next week, actually, about the sex shops in Japan. And,
well, it's not about the sex shop.
Well, no, it's like Wall Street in Japan kind of thing.
Wait, you're starting another movie?
Well, yeah, we have 2 projects going out next week to a bunch of studios, but one of them
and
is...
then 2 other projects currently set up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we got a couple movies together.
Look at that.
So hopefully he'll be back here.
If you need any actors, believe me, I do great work.
Yes.
You're the man.
Yeah. You want a guy getting booted out of a sex shop? I don't even want money. I'll be happy to play a guy getting booted out for asking for something
Method
disgusting
acting,
that they don't do.
How funny would that be?
Documentary. We'll do that as a documentary.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
We got to take a quick break. We'll be back. Opie and Anthony. We got to get right back into this. In studio, Rampage Jackson. We love this guy, man. How are you, Rampage?
I'm doing good. Kind of early in the morning. How y'all doing?
He goes, last time I was here, you guys had a crackhead on. I'm like, a crackhead? We're trying to figure it out. We're asking questions.
I thought maybe it was one of the homeless guys we had in or something.
Right, and we're asking more and more questions. It turns out it was Rich Voss. He goes, you had a crackhead in here last time I was here.
Yeah, crackhead.
And then we understood why, because that was the day Rich Voss admitted that he used to wear tiny little Daisy Dukes to like turn on his drug dealer to get a little more crack.
He found out the drug dealer liked guys. So Rich played up to it to get a better deal.
That's when you hit rock bottom.
That is a true crackhead.
That's a true crackhead.
That's why calling him a crackhead is completely accurate.
That's worse than a crackhead.
And if he's admitting to that, you know he did things that were just a little more awful than just wearing that.
I remember that day, too, because like when guys like you come in, we want to look kind of like men and look a little tougher. and we got Rich Voss telling the story of the Daisy Dukes, doing stuff to drug dealers possibly to get crack. Like, this guy's never coming back on this fairy show.
I was over there.
And we're such a dumb radio show because Voss had an altercation yesterday where he tried throwing karate kicks.
Yeah.
And why did we not have him in today to at least get an assessment from a true fighter?
Yeah,
on what if he knows anything or not.
We did a pilot for Comedy Central yesterday, and one of our Rich Voss, the crackhead, ended up throwing karate kicks to Keith Robinson, who then ended up beating the crap out of him. But
yeah, Keith's one of our comic friends.
Yeah.
You know, one of those guys that like when they get pulled over and they go, "Do you know how fast you were going?" He'll go, "What?" to the cops, like that type of a.
Oh, he that type?
One of those guys, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
He is a problem.
Oh, dude, does he get out of tickets though when he say that?
Yes, because they charge him with resisting arrest.
Yeah, they forget about the ticket real quick.
Yeah, there's a great story about Keith. He's told us one where the cops. He's a crazy dude, and he's just one. Those Philadelphia dudes, like they always have all that Sonny Liston mentality. Yeah. And they pulled him over, and he's fighting the cops, and he's like in the middle of this, like, why am I doing this? And they pulled mace out. And he goes, I eat mace for breakfast. So they tested him, and it didn't go down as well as he thought.
Maybe he needs bacon and eggs with it.
He really said that to a cop?
Oh, yeah, I eat mace for breakfast.
Who would say that? Who would say that?
Somebody about to get mace for breakfast.
Yeah, he is a problem.
Keith is just one of those guys. He has a button that's just. It would probably make him bad in your profession because he's probably too angry to think. In a moment like that.
Yeah, he'll probably gas out because, your mind gets to going. You get so mad, angry. You want to go. You want to annihilate this guy. Then your body like, man, please slow down.
Yeah.
He was jumping around in this ring yesterday before the actual event.
He was doing
Rich.
a Sonny Liston, man.
And
he was bopping.
He was so psyched because he had the gear on, he had the gloves and everything, and he was so psyched to just punch somebody. And he went after Rich and just punched him in the head many times very hard and got Rich really aggravated to the point where Rich kicked him.
Who, the crackhead?
Yeah. The crackhead started karate in his ass, trying to karate kick.
But he's not a good.
Why you got to beat up on a crackhead like that?
Well, Voss kicking, him kicking is like an old woman swinging her purse, yelling "masher." He's not. We saw him throw a kick. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. About 10 years ago, as a girl I was dating, we were standing in front of this Chinese place, and Voss was like, "I used to take karate." We're like, "Let's see a kick." He threw a straight, stiff leg kick, and he slipped in garbage juice, and he fell ass and back in the garbage juice in the side. I have never been happier than to watch that idiot.
Oh, is that great?
You know the stuff that leaks out of the garbage bags? It's wonderful liquid if you're doing karate.
That's a new nickname for one of my friends. Garbage juice. Thanks, bro. Thanks, dog. Garbage juice and a crackhead. They go together.
Oh, how hard were you laughing?
I've never been happier about anything because he went down. When you throw a straight kick,
Yeah.
and you slip,
You're going right on your
and he was in
tailbone.
his late 40s. It was nothing. I've never been happier to see anything happen.
good.
Right
Oh, okay. I thought you said a crackhead did that.
Oh no, Voss.
It
was Rich Voss.
Rich Voss.
Oh.
Guy.
Same guy.
The ex-crackhead.
Yeah.
Now we're calling him the crackhead.
The
You
crackhead that slipped in garbage juice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Trying to
Yeah.
act like he knew how to handle himself.
Rampage, you got a great laugh. Do you use that laugh when you're beating the crap out of someone? I would like to imagine that you're just destroying someone and laughing the entire time.
No, I don't normally laugh after the fight if I won and something. I'm in the locker room, like, I'm happy then. But damn, I'm fighting, man. I'm serious, dog.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I make jokes and stuff like that. But as soon as that octagon closed and the referee said, "Let's go," I'm serious until I whoop his ass.
It's hard to imagine you're only a light heavyweight.
Yeah, because I look like a heavyweight right now. I put on a few lbs.
No, I can't imagine they're bigger than you. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I'm average size for a light heavyweight. Like Forrest is actually bigger than me. Tito's he looked bigger than me. He got a big ass head and big shoulders, but he had a little bit of tiny legs. So,
Oh, really?
Tall, Chuck is taller than me. I'm average size. I'm average light heavyweight size.
We used to do a bit, and we had to stop it. But Tito came in here back in the day. This goes back probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see how long Steve, our big guy Steve, how long he could last against Tito. It took 4 seconds, and I think we had to call an ambulance and we had to stop the bit because I would love to see a Rampage do the same. This guy, Steve, would you 12 seconds you lasted?
12.
Tito?
No, you didn't.
But you've retired from that bit, right?
Yeah.
You don't want Rampage Jackson to
I
try
would
beat
love
that
to
record?
see the tape of that because I think it was quicker than 12 seconds.
Maybe 11 seconds.
You probably know me right now. I'm out of shape. I've just been hanging out and stuff like that.
Is that it?
Yeah,
You've just been hanging?
Right
He doesn't want a lawsuit. Is basically what he's saying.
How long does it take you to get back into fighting shape once you...
Fighting shape?
Yeah. Like from the condition, because you say you're out of
from
shape,
today,
which is
from
hysterical.
today.
But yeah, from today, let's
I
say.
can get in fighting shape in 8 weeks from today.
Really?
It'd be a lot of hard work. I'd be sore, get a massage twice a week or something like that. But in 8 weeks, I could be in fighting shape. If I had to be in fighting shape, and I could do it in 8 weeks.
How many hours a day?
To put them together, I probably train like 5.5. If you add running.
I do 35 minutes on the elliptical, and I'm like, man, I can eat whatever I want now.
I can eat whatever I want now.
And I was interested if we were talking about like getting LASIK surgery and stuff like that, and you wear lenses. Does that affect you when you fight or not at all?
I take them out because I can see. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't see people's faces from far away or street signs, stuff like that. So I just take my contacts out when I fight. I can see good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's good. Just run to the other end of the ring.
Yeah.
Just stay there.
Yeah, I just
stay away from you.
Yeah, I can see fine. I just can't see the crowd. I don't want to see the crowd face anyway. I have tunnel vision, I don't want to see the crowd anyway. Most of them be ugly, man. You look at the front row. How your ugly ass get a front row seat? I'm sorry, Dana White. It's Dana White, the president. My bad, Dana.
How much does the crowd affect you when they're if they're have they ever been cheering for the other guy?
Yeah, I'm telling
and
you
you're in
that.
there, and does that affect you, or are
Man,
you
dude,
focused?
During the fight, it don't bother me. But after the fight, after I knocked Chuck out, I got booed. I was devastated because I'm like the most fan-friendly guy ever. And I noticed since that fight, I have not been so fan friendly with the American fans because I'm an international fighter. I mostly fight in Japan.
It came out of pride and all that.
Yeah. Then I got booed from doing my job and knocking somebody out. I thought it was a exciting knockout. Then I got booed. I was like, whoa. So I didn't know what fans were really my fans. And some people fake. They come want your autograph. This will have your autograph and stuff. And so they really bothered me after the fight getting booed.
But you know what it is, though, man? Ty Cobb said, because he used to get booed on the road all the time. That's a great compliment. And I think Liddell was like the first big name in the sport. And they're seeing like a great Titan. They're seeing like the next group come up, the next generation. That's how they're looking at it. Like, man, our guy just went down. It isn't a weird way of respecting. It's certainly not indifference, but you beat a guy that they didn't think was beatable. And it's interesting that he came back and beat Silva, which was I was kind of nervous for him. And Silva beat you twice, and you beat. It's a very weird parody in UFC.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Styles make fight and stuff like that. And I think that if I would have fought Vanderlei in the UFC, I would have beat him. That's what I think, because Vanderlei and Pride, he was a Chuck Liddell of Pride. Right. But the thing about Pride and the UFC, which is different, the UFC lets it be real. They let it happen what happens. But Vanderlei, if you get the best of him in the fight, they'll stop it so Vanderlei can, recover. Or if you beat up Vanderlei on the ground, which most people do because he's a good stand-up guy, they'll stand you up. And that's what happened to me. And other fighters that fought Vanderlei Silva. So if I would have fought Vanderlei in the UFC, he probably might have never beat me.
Now, is Pride, there was this thing, like when Pride, I think those fighters started coming over, people were like, the Pride guys is UFC a tougher, or are they pretty comparable as far as where's a tough place to fight?
Well, I think, to be honest, I think it's, like I said, I think it's tougher to fight in Pride just because, like, and I don't know how much I can say, but it wasn't, like the UFC is ran by regular people. Pride wasn't. If let me put that out there like that, it was ran by other people. The government stuff is different over there. And, so Pride, anything happen. The referee wanted the other guy to win. He can kind of alter the fight.
Oh wow!
A little bit what people just don't know. But UFC, they real. I was surprised that after I knocked Chuck out, that he didn't win by decision. You know what I'm saying? No, y'all laughing, but in Japan, stuff like that can happen.
That could happen in Japan.
That can happen in Japan.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that happens, and it was like whoa. So but if you take a fighter from that normally fights in the ring and you put him in a cage, if you never seen a cage before in his life, most likely he's gonna, people might react different. He might feel like an animal. He might get scared or something like that. So yeah. It's crazy.
You knocking Chuck out was I mean, again, even though you'd already beaten him, it was surprising because, we're not used to seeing Chuck just go down. But I think they said that was rated the second best knockout of the year next to Gonzaga knocking out Mirko Krokop, which I was really surprised at. That kind of, you haven't heard much about him. I think he lost again after that too, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost to my friend, one of my training partners, Chet Congo from France. Yeah, and it was kind of crazy because we was training together for that fight, me, Chet, and my other friend Michael Bisbing, and Chet Congo got hurt and he started getting sick. I was like, oh man, you fighting Krokop, dog? You might not take this fight because most time when Krokop get knocked out, he come back the next time and murders the guy. Normally, yeah. And I mean, if he loses or something, he come back and murder the guy the next time. But and my boy Chet Congo was 100%, and Chet Congo whooped his butt. I was like, whoa! And then I got much respect. I started bowing down, like, whoa, Chet.
I didn't see the fight. Did he beat him standing up or did he get on the ground?
He beat him standing up.
Wow!
If he went to the ground, he beat him on the ground. But my boy Chet Congo, he's a Muay Thai fighter. He's like 6'3" or something, like 6'4", and all rip, all muscle, like 240, 250, and he's like from Africa. He's a French guy from Africa. What kind of mix is that?
That's a little,
that's great, yeah.
That's a little crazy.
I get a black guy talk to me. What the hell?
What is that?
What little big guy slap you? You embarrass yourself. Embarrass yourself.
Rampage
African at least.
Rampage is in here. Promoting the Ultimate Fighter? This sounds like a really good concept. Team Rampage versus Team Forest. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I can tell y'all that it airs on Spike
tonight at 10 p.m. Right?
April 2nd.
Oh, April 2nd.
April 2nd starts.
Okay.
That's what I can tell you. I can tell y'all on for real. I've heard it was like one of the best shows. I never really watched the shows before. I heard it was one of the best seasons.
So you and Forrest, you're both coaching different different fighters,
different teams.
Different teams, and they're obviously competing for. What are they competing for?
What who competing for? The fighters?
The teams. Yeah, just
the fighter. The fighter is competing to get a 6-figure contract.
Right. Okay.
That's what I think.
With the UFC. And then at the end, you're going to fight...
I'm going to fight Forrest July 5th, I believe.
Wow.
Is that a championship fight?
Yeah, I guess every time I fight, it's for the championship, baby. I got the belt. It's on the line every time I fight.
How does it feel being the guy? Because now you're the guy. Like, for a long time it was Chuck, or it's this guy. Now you're the guy that everybody is gunning for.
You know what? I'm just not realizing that now. I'm hearing the interviews and people calling me out. People in other weight classes calling me out. I got this heavyweight Kimbo Slice, I heard. It might be true, it might not be true. Calling me out. I'm like, hold on, dog. You're not even my weight class. I don't even think you can come make my weight class. And he don't even fight in my organization. I got guys. I'm like, damn. Why don't you call that the heavyweight champion?
They all want a piece of you.
Yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
I was like, is it because I'm black? He was like, no, because I'm black. I'm like, damn.
That would be even worse if he said yes.
Hey, how do you feel about the wrestlers trying to make a name for themselves in the UFC? You got Brock Lesnar. What do you think of his debut?
You know what? I was very impressed by Brock Lesnar. I think it's good, that the pro wrestlers can come over. I think that's a little bit of what our sport needs. Like some of the guys that are more character-like, but come and do some real stuff. But Brock Lesnar, he came, he didn't bring any WWE with him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't act a fool or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping he would come out and, bring some of that. I think we need just a little bit of that.
A little more smack talk and
just a little bit of
like
go out there and fight for real.
Mm-hmm.
And, back up your smack. But you know what I'm saying? You notice people watch what they say when they going out there getting that kick.
Brock didn't do any smack talk whatsoever. He was really, really serious.
He didn't do no smack talk?
I don't think so. And he came out and he was just all business.
He did a good job. He almost finished Mir.
He's got to figure out that grounds thing a little bit, right?
I'm telling you, he's going to be a champion in the future.
I'll tell
really?
You wow. Here's why nobody smack talks, because they break your arms or legs. It's like, it's not like boxing where you're just going to get knocked out. It's like you're relying on a guy, like as you're tapping, he has to stop. Or he's going to snap your leg or break your arm. So if you talk a lot of crap, he may just go, whatever.
They go, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, especially when you go with the guys from like Brazil, because one of the guys, I don't want to say his name, the guy was talking smack at the weigh-ins or the interview before, and it's part of the game, But the Brazilian guy didn't like it, and he choked him, and the guy tapped him. The referee tried to pull him off, but he was still joking like, no, he didn't want to. The UFC kicked him out.
Oh, kicked him out.
Yeah, they don't play that.
Huh.
Yeah.
You get any? You get into any street fights? Chuck Liddell was telling us some great stories, man.
Well,
when you guys get together and have a few drinks, it gets a little ugly sometimes.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to a street fight in a long time. I think the last street fight I got into since I've been a professional fighter was probably my cousin.
Really?
Yeah, I got a cousin like 6 months younger than me, and I actually grew up fighting him my whole life. My mom said I've been fighting her since I was in Pampers, and she remembers. I don't remember, but she told me, and me and him never got along, but we were like the best of friends growing up, because his mom and my mom, his mom is my mom's niece.
Right.
And we grew up together. They grew up, and I grew up with this guy I can't stand. I love him, my cousin, but I can't stand him, man. We was kind of we was the bad guys of the family. We always get in trouble. So once I got, become a professional fighter, so I come back home and visit and stuff like that, and then he still remember me fighting him all the time. He messed with me, and he said, you can't beat me up now. You're a professional fighter and stuff like that. I said, no, man, I don't want to mess with you no more. I've changed, I used to fight on the street a lot. I said, now I don't have to prove myself. Then he did something to me that pissed me off. And then next thing you know, the old flashback, old memories came back. I just whooped his ass real quick.
Oh, man.
I felt bad. But
gotta suck
but
to
he
be
know how,
him.
yeah, but he know how to press my buttons. He knows how I am. He come and just pinch both my nipples. I'm like, man, what the hell wrong with you? he knows me for my whole life. He knows I don't like stuff like that. He just comes and pinch my nipples. He just actually, I guess he want to see how a professional ass whooping felt.
See, I'm just the opposite. That would endear me to somebody. Like, oh,
you would get a tee-hee from Jimmy if you did that to him.
Yeah, I like that. I need that.
I don't like that. I don't even like girls pinching my nipples.
You don't like a girl to do it?
I don't like a pinch. Come on, pinch both. I don't like that.
I'm not a fan either.
I hear you.
It's a little weird, Jimmy.
It's a little weird, man. Come on.
Not pinching. I like a brush, like a light palm brush.
That's different.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Yeah, pinching is kind of different.
You don't want what was called the purple nurple, where they would twist in school or something like that. That deserves a professional beating.
Oh, you know what? They should let that be legal in the UFC. Actually, it's not illegal, so you guys might see that in my next fight. I'm gonna look at the camera. It's gonna be for you guys. Like
twist. Guy taps out. I hate that.
That is not in the rule book. I'm gonna have my manager look it up. That is not in the rule book. Forrest Griffin, watch out for the purple. What is it?
The purple nurple.
The purple nurple, homie.
That is, how demeaning would that be? You get your ass kicked and you get a purple nurple.
When the guy's got that surprised look that you just did it, you just clock him in the face.
Yeah.
He's done.
Did you just give me a purple nurple?
And are people asking you a lot about the Liddell rematch at third? Because you're the only guy he hasn't beaten.
I know. So what's the problem? So what's up with that? Okay, I would understand if he would have beat me the second time, now it would be a rubber match. You know what? I don't care. I think if I beat Chuck a third time, I'm like, okay, when's the rematch?
You want to fight him?
I fight him. It's my job to fight. You know what I'm saying? Chuck, I think Chuck draws a big pay-per-view, and that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say I fight for any other reason besides money. You know?
What do you see as Chuck's weakness that you've been able to beat him twice? Like, what does he do that allows you to get in there and...
Yes.
He gets in the ring with me.
That's it. That's his weakness.
Not to be cocky or anything, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm the best fighter in the world. Every time I lost, I know why I lost. You know what I'm saying? Most people say this and make excuses and stuff like that, but I'm keeping it real. I'm tell y'all a secret about me. I'm real. I have no shame. You know what I'm saying? I have no ego. I'm keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I get my ass kicked. I've lost 5 times. I was disqualified once. But every time I've lost, you know what I'm saying, I know why I lost. You know what I'm saying? And if I go in a fight close to 100%, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win. And it's nothing. I don't care. I don't care how many people Chuck knocks out. I don't care what he do or this, that. I'm confident that I'm going to win.
Very cool.
And he made that. They said that body mistake Chuck made was something there was some kind of a body punch he threw that he never should have thrown against you.
Yeah, because I have my own style of defense. I think I have like some of the best defense in mixed martial arts. Because I believe if a guy can't hit you or take you down or kick you or whatever, you know, then you got a good chance of kicking his ass. So Chuck knew that from our first fight. And I'm pretty sure he watched the tapes on our fight, and he saw my defense style, and he probably thought that since I have a certain style of defense that I leave my body open. And Chuck actually has one of the best body shots in MMA. And he hit me with a body shot. Our first fight, I know he remember hitting me, and it was at the end of the round. Thank God, you know. But
you felt that one?
I felt that one because in my sport, if you take a knee from a body shot, the fight's over because they can punch you. In boxing, you get a count. If you take you can't take a knee from a body shot. You can't go like we go down from a body shot.
Oh, you go down.
Yeah, they can
punch you. Yeah,
it's over.
Why don't any of these shots break a rib or something?
Some do.
Like if any of us got hit, like you guys are getting hit in that ring, we would be destroyed.
I think we're built a little differently.
No, but what makes it different? Because you're a human when it comes down to it.
Because we got muscles. Because we exercise and our body, your body get a tolerance towards things. We build it up and we get punched there and stuff a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So the muscle around it is pretty solid and kind of takes a punch, but they still get broken ribs.
Yeah, we still get broken. I seen a guy get broken ribs, but so that's why Chuck do the body shot because he figured that's gonna be his out, you know. So he knew my defense pretty good. So he tried. If you watch the fight dissected, he tries to set me up for it, act like he's gonna throw a hook, you know. Then and Chuck has the best setups. Chuck is a damn good fighter. Yeah. When you dissect and you break him down, and I knew I was in there with the best. So I had to train for the best, and I prepared. I got the best trainers around me. You guys have no idea. I had the best trainer, and then for that camp, I had the best sparring partners. I flew sparring partners from all over the world.
We just want you two to get along. Because we like both you guys.
Hey, Chuck is cool.
We just want you guys to get along.
Me and Chuck can sit right here and kick it like when me and Chuck fought in the tournament in Japan.
Yeah.
We both won our fights. We knew we was fighting each other the next time we would see each other, but we was in the bar buying each other drinks.
That's cool.
I have so much respect for Chuck. He's a good guy.
Where you at with Silva? You had some bad blood there?
Yeah, me and Silva don't even talk to each other.
Oh, you genuinely don't like him?
Because I keep it real. He I guess he gets mad because excuse me. Silva is the type of guy that thinks everybody should be afraid of him. Every fighter, he wants everybody to be afraid of him. And the way I react around him is different from other fighters who fight him. I'm not afraid of Vanderlei Silva because I've seen his fight tapes. Like they call him ex-murder because when he was, you know, come all his fights, he really ain't fought a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? They just throwing him chumps, and he just go out there and murder them because they chumps, right? So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? This guy a chump murderer. I'm not scared of this guy, so I hang around. I speak my mind at press conference. I say whatever I want to say. He look at me all crazy like I'm supposed to back down. Like, man, dude, I'm from the streets, man. I know, you know what I'm saying? I don't get intimidated by guys like you. And I go out there and I fight him, and I fight him straight up. I fight Chuck. 45 minutes later, I fight Vanderlei. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kicking his ass, and they stand me up because he's a champ. They want to win the tournament, and I vocalize that. You can go back and watch the fight, and you can see his cornerman telling the referee to stand him up. And what American people don't know is that Vanderlei is smart. His team is smart. He had a Japanese manager in Japan, and Japanese and Brazil stick together. There's more Japanese in Brazil than anywhere inside in the world besides Japan. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so they stick together. And he had a Japanese manager, and I think some of the referees take payoffs in pride. I'm telling you, that's why I like the UFC so much because they ain't with that. But in pride in Japan, I promise you,
you just didn't trust them. Hey, we heard that you never saw Two Girls, One Cup. How did that come up?
The the girl that brought me here said something about 2 girls. I thought she said 2 girls, 1 cop. I'm like, 2 girls, 1 cop. And she said, yeah, they was crapping and throwing up. I said, well, they call it 2 girls, 1 cop. Where the police come in at? They should have got arrested, right? You know.
You've never seen this?
I've never seen it.
Just react to it.
I can't
because we got
just watch.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. Let them get close.
Get close, man. We got a mic for you over there and everything.
We show this to everybody.
We show this to all the big stars that
We're
come
very
in.
proud of
I don't think
being
it'll
able to
throw
show
him.
this.
I don't think Rampage will be thrown.
He's seen some stuff in his day, but let's see if we get a reaction out of
Anthony can have my
Rampage.
seat. Of course you can.
Yeah, you can have the radio show if you want.
The chair and your seat.
Right. Here's 2 girls, 1 cup. Rampage Jackson. Check it out.
Where are they?
Just in a little
In the doctor's
setting.
office.
Yeah, you know. Just getting an exam. Starts out nice, right?
It's a little something.
Nice, and then you. Yeah, he's cringing.
A lot of crap.
He's cringing.
Not gonna throw him.
They looking at it like ice cream. Hold on, which one? Whose crap was that? That's fake.
No, it's real.
No. They crapped in a cup, then they changed it to something else.
Yeah, well, they're probably dumping out, but they're dumping out like
That's
crazy.
chocolate ice cream.
That's what I think. Well, that's not ice cream, though.
That wasn't ice cream.
All right, so this is not going to work.
No, I told you he's not going to be thrown.
Yeah.
No, he's not thrown.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a fighter, dog.
Yeah.
Does this bother you? Does that bother you?
These girls are sick.
Yeah. They certainly are.
Who's going to date those 2 girls but each other? No.
Yeah, no one's gonna want.
Yeah.
Y'all playing with.
Isn't that insane?
You're not gonna
I
want
heard that was
to
good.
like kiss them or
You never going to be the same after you watch this video. I'm like, come on, man.
not even thrown. You know what he's seen?
Well, he's lived in Japan. I mean, they get a little crazy there with some stuff.
Yeah, you know what? one of my friends back in the day was kind of crazy. And he's one of them internet geeks, and he showed me some crap eaters. I was like, yeah, that's not compared to some stuff I saw some Japanese people do.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, that's a weird culture over there.
Yeah, it's a weird culture. You know, it's weird. I can't talk no more about it.
Listen, we got to take a break. The Ultimate Fighter is Team Rampage versus Team Force. So you're saying it starts April 2nd at 10 p.m., right?
Yeah.
On Spike TV?
Spike TV.
And your website is allrampage.com?
How you know that?
We do a little research here.
Okay, yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Allrampage.com.
Allrampage.com. It's always a pleasure there, Rampage.
Hey, anytime. I love you guys, man. Y'all cool as hell.
All right, cool.
Hey, tell the crackhead Jew I said what's up.
All right.
We got, is Triple H coming up?
Triple H next. Is he here? Busy show. Opie and Anthony, stay there.
Yeah.
In studio, Triple H. I don't do the Angry Vance, but it's the Opie and Anthony show.
Hey, no, which mic do you want?
Of course, WrestleMania is happening on Sunday. Hey, believe it or not, Triple H, I was thinking about you the other night.
I bet you were.
Yeah. Well, not in that way.
It wasn't on this couch, was it?
No, not in that way. I thought of you because you told a story on our show that I never forgot going back many years, and I think this has happened to you now twice. But I woke up in the middle of the night the other night because my calf muscle, this is a true story, decided that it wanted to move toward my knee or down toward my ankle, something. But the whole thing decided to move in the middle of the night. I wake up just screaming bloody murder. My chick's like, whoa, what the F is up? Did you just get stabbed by an intruder? And then I have to grab the muscle with both hands and hold it in place so it doesn't, like, I don't know, rip.
Right, yeah. Oh, it can rip off the bone, sure.
And this is the second time it's happened to me in the middle of the night, and I always think about you because you told that story of your quadricep like rolling up like a shade.
Yeah. It's trust me, it's not something you want
Well,
to
his
get to that point.
his ripped off and went up, and you got a little cramp.
No, it was, I'm telling you, I'm not. I guess I am trying to relate a little bit, but it's more than a cramp. You actually see the muscle completely move, and it's in a place on your leg where it's not supposed to be. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure if they know what it is, but there is something you can take to prevent it. I believe they call it Midol. It relieves your cramping, makes you feel better. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Yeah.
And that's even worse.
That from you.
You had the same injury like that a professional wrestler got, but you got it just kind of laying there
in bed
dreaming.
because I decided to stretch my toes too far in the middle of the night.
You're kicking the blankie off of you.
Didn't that quadricep thing happen a second time to you or something?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
And it actually rips off the muscle and then rolls up?
Yeah, well, when I did my right one, which was the second one I did in January of last year, it didn't roll up. It tore off, but it actually kind of stayed in place, which was nice.
Good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still just as painful and just as bad.
Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the pain.
But actually, it makes the surgery go by not the surgery itself, but the recovery go by a little bit easier because there's less muscle trauma because it doesn't end up near your hip.
Right. They got to pull it back down and.
Yeah. I've seen them do a surgery when I was there. You know, I spent 9 months with Dr. Andrews in Birmingham, Alabama, and so I got to see a bunch of surgeries. And I saw another wrestler, Kevin Nash, get his quad done, and it's exactly what it looks like. They go up there, and it looked like he pulled a little turkey neck out of the incision hole, and he was like, "Look at that!" You know, through the window, and then a bunch of them grab it, and they all just pull on
tug of war.
One guy holds them, and the others all pull on the tendon until they can start working with it. It's just crazy.
Oh wow.
We haven't seen you in a few years. It's obvious wrestling is continuing to be very good to you, sir.
Yeah.
I see the really nice suits and stuff. You used to come in here and just I don't know, flannels or something back in the day.
Yeah, look at you, all sharp dressed and everything.
You used to spank broads for us, and now you're a married guy. I think you got a second kid on the way.
Nah, but I mean, if you want to bring some broads in here,
he's not opposed to that.
Yeah, you know, Joe over here that's with me, he'd like to get in on some of that too if he can. We have a press conference this afternoon at Hard Rock at 12 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
Which all the fans can come to, by the way. So I'm all dressed up for that, you know. Got to look spiffy. WrestleMania's coming, you know.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Actually, we've been reading about it all day on the show, and it sounds like it's going to be a good one.
That is the big one. You're involved in the triple threat match there?
Triple threat match, me and Cena and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
Now, how is that going to work? All three in the ring?
Same time, and last man standing wins. Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and the thing that's interesting about it that a lot of people like is that there's a bit of jeopardy for the champion because he doesn't have to get beat. I could beat Cena, who's not the champion, and win the title. So it's, you know, go anyway.
Yeah,
there's no camaraderie between two more than anybody else.
Nah, we both hate Randy Orton, and I don't like Cena, so it's
okay. Yeah, that kind of works.
Yeah.
Can I look at this? Can I say the balls? This I really like this actually. The Triple H DVD. It's called Triple H: The King of Kings, which is kind of what Christ calls himself.
I don't think he actually said it. Just his publicity people.
Yeah, it was his people.
It's actually a book that didn't make it into the Bible where Christ put out like a memo. He's like, I'd like to be called this.
But that's not my. I mean, he didn't trademark it. He didn't get any of the legal stuff done. I can't be held responsible.
Oh, that's. But you have copywritten that, I guess.
No,
now
yours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But no, here's the beauty of it. It's not
Catholic, I might sue the Catholic Church for using it.
It's not.
We now have to pray to you, I guess.
All right. Well, it's not just the name. It's Triple H on the cover, and on his head, instead of the crown of thorns, he has like a belt. So it really is kind of very Christ-like, and the arms are kind of spread a little bit in what is a wrestler's pose, but it could be a very close-up of someone.
And he does have the
cross.
Jesus hair, which is good. That's like
he's got the beard going on.
Yeah, you're picking up on something there, Jimmy.
I kind of like the fact that he just went balls to the wall and said, "You know what? That's the guy I want to model my seat."
I'm Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
but he always has. Triple H has always gone balls to the wall, man.
Yeah, you got to. You know what I mean?
And we admitted this on our show. Like, we were huge into wrestling. We took a few years off, and we're starting to get back into it again.
Yeah, coming back.
What is changing that is getting people like us, I guess, back into wrestling? Because I mean, the popularity never went down that much.
No, you know, I think it's like any business or sport. I mean, there's certain guys. You know, it's like basketball when you had the Larry Birds and Magics and all those guys was this huge era in basketball, and then those stars kind of left, and they're building new stars. And you know, we had the Austins and the Rocks and the Mankinds, and you know, myself and Taker and Shawn Michaels and guys like that were in that realm, but a lot of them left and they retired and they, you know, got out of the business, and it's kind of almost you have to start over building a new fan base and get new people into it and stuff. And
you guys got so edgy. We brought this up with you guys when you started delivering hands and all that stuff. I couldn't get enough of it, and then Like, what happened? I think the Janet Jackson thing kind of shut Vince down a little bit as far as the edgy stuff. He had to pull back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
but it seems like you guys are now pushing the envelope again, which is nice to see.
Yeah, there's a certain point in time there where, Vince goes through phases where he just wants to go straight out, and they can't tell me what to do. And then, and then 5 years later, he's going, guys, high road, you know what I mean? Get off this crazy stuff. We need to, have
thinking of taking it a little highbrow.
Yeah.
We're going to go highbrow, that's right. All right, guys, balls to the walls. I want nudity. I want women on their knees. That's right, get on your knees.
That's awesome.
You're fired.
Oh, I love Angry Vince. The whole Kiss My Ass campaign.
Oh,
one of my favorites ever.
Who didn't love
the
Kiss My Ass campaign?
What clip were we playing like last week or 2 weeks ago where they were
being buffed?
Yeah, the buffing of the ass.
Yeah, the
was
professional ass
hysterical.
buffer before he got into the ring.
We were doing a promo once in the back, and it was being pre-taped, and I had no idea what he's going to say, and I'm supposed to be really angry, and I'm just giving him the death stare, and he starts talking about how he's going into New York City, and most people get a facial, but he's going to get an ashel.
An ashel.
And we must have done 30 takes because I just couldn't stop laughing. Every time he'd say something else, it just bust me up.
Oh, he's great. What an ass. I love him.
Oh, without a doubt.
Well, what's great about him, too, is that's kind of him. People take him so seriously and stuff like that. But he's like a big kid.
Yeah.
And
he never grew up.
No, it's I've said to him a million times, like when he'll do something completely outrageous, and I'll say, "You think Bill Gates does this over at Microsoft? You know what I mean? Doing this stuff to his employees? I don't think he does."
When he's standing there and he puts the shocked Vince look on his face when something happens that so surprises him that he's just shocked and the eyes get all big, and you look at him and go, this guy is the head of a giant corporation.
He's a billionaire.
He's out there just tearing it up still.
Well, and not only that, but then, when we do stuff like, every year, the last 5 years, we've gone to Iraq for the holidays and stuff and visit troops. There's a guy, he's the head of $1 billion industry or whatever, and he trades in his suit, he's putting on a flak jacket and a helmet, and he's sitting on a chopper next to us and, running around in the dirt with all of us.
Yeah.
And
Get me into some action. I want to kill some insurgents. That's right. Come on. Bring them on. Bring them on.
Well, he does do it, and then he's like trying to talk him into like making the helicopter do tricks. It's insane.
It's like, no, come on. This is real life, Vince.
Yeah. He's out of his mind.
Has he ever come to you with an idea where you had to say, Vince, what the F?
What are you doing?
You're out of your mind now. I got to stop you on this one.
Well, not only come to me with him, but then actually got me to do this.
Well, was there one where you said, I just can't do this?
I don't recall ever really saying no, but there was ones. I'll tell you a crazy story. This is one of the most infamous storylines in our business that just I still get people commenting about how it was just mortifying on so many levels. For some reason, he got in his mind about telling these cockamamie stories, and I was supposed to tell this story about how Kane had this girlfriend that he killed in a car crash, and it was just insane. And it ends up, I can't even believe I'm going to say I did this. I'm at a funeral home with a dummy in a coffin.
Oh my God.
I'm naked except I've got a skin-colored thong on, right, so nobody can see. With Kane's mask on, pretending I'm Kane. I'm on top of the coffin having mock sex with this mannequin.
Oh my God, no! And Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah, and Vince is yelling at me. God damn it! Do it harder, make more noise and stuff. It's got to be over the top. And there's a funeral in the next room going on. I'm not. The funeral director just opens the door and sticks his head in and look in. I look back. I got this Kane mask on. I'm buck naked. How you doing? Good to see you. And he's like, yeah.
Oh God damn!
One of those things I just when we left there, I was I'm just I can't believe I just.
Yeah, what did I just do?
You wanted it more over the top. Did he feel the section with the coffin was too subtle?
Well, and he's yelling at me, a lot of times. Sometimes you can never win with him because one time he's yelling at you more over the top, and the next time you come back and more subtle, more. I do stuff that's subtle.
Subtle. He doesn't do anything right.
An ashel.
Yeah,
an ashel.
Now buff my ass. You buff it. I love that one.
Hey,
he is the best.
Absolutely. Getting back to WrestleMania, which is Sunday on pay-per-view. I mean, Ric Flair going to retire finally. Come on. Come on. Is this finally?
I don't know what they're doing, but there's a part of me that hopes so. I mean, I love Rick to death. He's one of my best friends, and the night before he asked me. I'm so honored to put him in the Hall of Fame. It's a guy I idolized growing up, and but there's a point in time where I just every time he goes in the ring, I'm holding my breath. Like,
really?
Is he going to get hurt? Which remarkably, he never does. When we did Evolution, we were together for I don't know how many years that was, and I rode with him every single day. And I swear to you, that, me and Orton and Batista are getting out of the car all bent over. Oh, my back's killing me, or my knees are sore, or whatever. We're all selling the being on the road and stuff, and he's running around, strutting, wooing, and like nothing, like he never fell down a day in his life. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
He's insane.
And guys don't take it easy on him because he's older either.
No, and honestly, he gets mad if you do try to take it easy on him. And he half the time that you're in the ring with him, he's wanting to do just ridiculous stuff, wanting to get thrown out on the floor. Give me a suplex on the floor. No, there's no need for that. But he just wants to prove he can still take it.
Right.
It's just
wow.
I know he loves it, and I know
been his whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard. I think about the day when I got to step out of that spot. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like for anybody that does something that long and it's your passion of life. But there's a certain point in time where I think we all want to remember him for what he is, not what he. There's some shell of what he is.
Yeah, if it gets to that point, it's always kind of sad.
You don't want him to get to the Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
We talk about Willie Mays and how my favorite team's the Mets, and the Mets finally got Willie Mays, and I'm just a kid. I had no idea. I'm like, wow, we got Willie Mays. I didn't know at the time he was like 48.
Yeah,
could barely catch the ball anymore.
Yeah, you couldn't see it coming out.
Right.
It just gets sad. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get to that stage. We got Sam, big wrestling fan in studio. Actually, he's going to blow off the show for 3 days so he could go to WrestleMania. I don't know how he got that done.
Sam.
But Sam, you got a question for Triple H? You're always good with the question.
Yeah, sure. How worried were you when you thought Vince McMahon was dead?
Oh man, I was scared to death. If I hadn't seen them pre-tape it where he got in and out of the car,
of course you're talking about the limo explosion. When we saw that, and the fake leg just kind of dangling there to try to sell that Vince is in this limo.
Well, no, the leg was real, but it's
no. But then the door closed and then it opened again, and then there was a fake leg.
No, that was really his leg. What they did is he closed the door.
Right.
He opened the door. He put his leg out.
Okay.
And when he closed the door again, they just cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
To the explosion part.
Gotcha.
What kills me is so many people call. I mean, the office next day, people. I'm not kidding you. And they'd probably be mad at me for saying Trump called and was like, "Did something happen to Vince?"
Did Trump not understand that was a skit?
The magic of television. You know what I mean?
Sam was selling it so much on the show, he couldn't get off of it. The fact that the investigators were there, and I like how at first, right after they said the FBI is investigating, and then it turned into some other investigative. What was it called?
The FIC.
The FIC stepped in because I believe the FBI said, "Hey,
we don't
involve us
in your storyline."
That was short for fictional.
Yes, fictional investigation.
We always just tweak it just a little. One time we used a delivery service, and I can't remember. It was OPS or something.
Yeah,
like
and they're all guys that are just giant, massive guys that obviously are trying to get into the business.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever an ambulance shows up and they bring the gurney into the ring, it's just these massive guys. You never see paramedics built like this.
Right. Now we've actually started using real paramedics.
You're doing that?
Most times, yeah. But a lot of times when we do stuff like that, yeah, if you look closely, you can see where the guy has freshly shaved his goatee and covered up his tattoos, taking his earring out. You know what I mean?
Hey, I loved that, though, when they blew up that car, and it was just, oh, my God, they can't find the body.
Yeah.
It must have been incinerated.
Well, you know what's great about our business, too, is, I mean, one of the things about I've gotten to wreck cars, destroy motorcycles.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to every now and then just destroy some
drive over stuff.
Yeah, obscenely expensive piece of equipment.
Your highlight package is hilarious because Triple H is so freaking funny. The stuff you do is just hilarious.
Yeah, it's over the years we've just done. Sometimes I see stuff on package and it makes me laugh, and I'm thinking I don't even remember doing that.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty funny,
You go, yeah, that's kind of funny. It makes you feel like an idiot laughing at yourself doing something, but sometimes you just don't remember ever doing that.
Well, also an idiot, because there's patches of my career where if somebody will ask me about wrestling somebody, I'll be like, no, I've never been in the ring with him before. Sure you have. I have it on DVD.
Yeah, what? It was?
Hey, how old is your kid now?
She'll be 2 in July.
Oh, 2. Okay, I was gonna ask a hack question, but
I've got another on the way.
Yeah, I know. I thought your kid was older. I was wondering if she knows you're famous yet.
No, she just came the other night. She came to she's always at the shows, but Steph brought her in for we were just at a live event somewhere, and she just brought her in for the second half of my match. And it's funny, she's only 20 months old, but she understood the whole concept.
Really?
She got all excited when Sean made the tag, and you know what I mean. It was just she was going crazy, and then we got on the bus afterwards, and that's all she would talk about for 45 minutes. She just kept saying the same stuff over and over. It was really
right
funny.
on, man.
Yeah, she enjoys it. But Steph has said that she's been a wrestling fan since before she was born, because and I mean it's got to be an adrenaline thing. But every time when Steph would be at TV when she was pregnant with her, and she would sit down when the show was getting ready to start, the pyro would hit, the baby would start moving all crazy.
Start rocking.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got to be an adrenaline. But
one of my favorite moments with Stephanie was the when she was chained in the basement. This is so long ago, and she was chained in there and crying and get me out, and it was pretty much her first foray into they brought her in, and her acting was so bad. We've goofed on her when she'd been on there, but it was like, oh my God, please let me out.
What's funny is you think about this.
That's fantastic.
I'm not sure how old she was at the time, but she's pretty young. If your dad was in something and at 20 he said hey, tomorrow I need you to come to Orlando and we're going to put you on live TV. And you're going to get kidnapped by this guy and you've got to, what?
How crazy is that? Yeah. Kind of business is that?
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, it's, you have no experience doing it, but we need you to be professional about this.
Yeah. Act.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You're on.
It's crazy.
We got to get out of here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's that time. So what do we got, Triple H? Of course, WrestleMania Sunday on pay-per-view.
Huh? WrestleMania 24th this Sunday, live on pay-per-view. From Orlando, Florida, the Citrus Bowl, 70,000 people. It's going to be crazy. And today at the Hard Rock, we've got the press conference for WrestleMania. Floyd Mayweather's going to be there. All the WWE stars and the fans are welcome to come. It's going to be an event.
You going to show up there?
Of course, Sam will be there.
Young Sam will be there.
I'll be looking for your fro.
Look for that fro.
Yeah.
He's part of a bit we're doing.
Now let your eyebrows grow out more too.
They're like caterpillars.
It's like you just freshly shaved the middle, didn't you? Like you just disconnected.
Yeah, you got a unibrow? All right.
Yeah, he does.
I think
Triple H is really smashing you. You got nothing to say?
Yeah.
Come on.
You were talking
his ass.
You were talking smack when he wasn't in here. Huh?
No.
His voice just went up 3 octaves.
Isn't that amazing? Man, WrestleMania 24. 24 of them, and every one has just been a phenomenon. It's one of those just iconic things that in this country.
It's become kind of bigger than the wrestling aspect of it.
Yeah.
Celebrities are calling us. They want to get involved. They want to do something. I mean, it's great. And a lot of people that watch, that might be the only pay-per-view they watch for us for the entire year, but they love it.
You could also look back at some of the early ones, and it's really nostalgic to see what was going on in the country at the time. When you'd have Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik going at it.
And you see some of the stars that are there, Liberace, Reynolds,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just crazy.
Hysterical, man.
Liberace,
cool.
they had to drag him out of the dressing room, kicking and screaming. What the hell was he doing there?
Actually, I think he came out on his own. He was doing the can the whole way down.
All right, we got to get out of here. Triple H, always a pleasure.
Thanks
that.
so much, man.
WrestleMania Sunday on pay-per-view. We're out.
Oh, I think I saw boom! Oh, my God! God damn!
Whip 'em out Wednesday. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
What's up, Bob Kelly? I'm going to be at the Punchline in Sacramento, California, March 26th through the 30th. For tickets, call 916-925-8500. Again, Punchline, Sacramento, March 26th through the 30th.
This is Otto and George from the Traveling Virus Tour. April 5th, I'll be at the Comedy Shop in Parsippany, New Jersey at the Holiday Inn. JJComedy.com for tickets.
Greetings, people. This is Club Soda Kenny, so please grab a paper and pen or a pencil because I have Jim Norton important information. His Chicago show at the Lakeshore Theater, Friday, April 25th, 2008. A second show has been added. Tickets are on sale now. For tickets, you can go online at ticketweb.com. Tickets are on sale now. Or lakeshoretheater.com. Tickets are on sale now. Or you can call toll-free 866-468-3401. Tickets are on sale now. Or call the box office at 773-472-3492. Tickets are on sale now. Now, in case you forgot what the purpose of this whole thing was, tickets are on sale now. Jim Norton, Chicago, Lakeshore Theater, Friday, April 25th. A second show has been added. Tickets are on sale now. Thank you.
Hey, what's up? This is Patrice O'Neill. I'll be in Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase in Ann Arbor, Michigan on March 27th through the 29th. You want some more information? I'll be in Ann Arbor, Michigan at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase in Ann Arbor on March 27th through March 29th, 2008. And you can go to aacomedy.com. That's aacomedy, all one word.com. Or call 734-996-9080. Fuck faces.
It's so funny how we don't talk anymore.
Yeah, this is Rich Voss. April 4th and 5th, I'll be at the Comedy Castle, somewhere in Detroit or around that area. Comedy Castle, look it up. Rich Voss, April 4th and 5th, Comedy Castle, Detroit area. Great club, I hear.
I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life. But there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight.
Hey, what's up? Bob Kelly. April 4th, Comedy Central, 10 p.m. My special airs. Again, that's April 4th, Comedy Central, 10 p.m. My Comedy Central special airs. Make sure you check it out. And then April 8th, my CD comes out, a 50-minute audio CD. Half-hour special is going to be on it. And a 45-minute documentary with the likes of Colin Quinn, Dane Cook, Jim Norton, Keith Robinson, and a bunch of other people. So make sure you check it out on the 4th and you go buy it on the 8th. April 8th, the new CD, just the tip. Go buy it.
Here we are, XM Satellite Radio. We got a nice surprise. Triple H has decided to make the walkover, and he's sitting in our studio.
What's up, guys?
To discuss WrestleMania. Well, we did that already. Now let's get into the good shit.
Yeah. Fuck it. We can sit where over here.
Yeah. I'm just trying to adjust stuff because we haven't been here in a while. But a couple things. Jimmy offered Triple H a cookie. He's not going to eat a cookie before WrestleMania.
Well, Triple H is a man who spends a lot of time in the gym, and I was going to ask you a question. It's funny. I wanted to walk in and ask him, what do you do for abs? And I was too embarrassed because I was eating a cookie. I'm like,
I was just going to say, stop eating the cookies would be number one. That's, that's the first step.
I've been pretty good, though, but I do at least 35 minutes of the elliptical machine. I mean, you know.
And he thinks he's ready to show off his abs, you know.
He's gotten rid of about half the cookies he's eaten.
Yeah. Rampage Jackson Jackson said he spends 5 hours in the gym a day or something
When
like
he's
that.
training for a fight,
and you're like,
sure.
well, I can relate. I do 35 minutes.
Yeah,
and I feel like I can eat anything I want at that point.
I really do. I'll eat cake at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, well, you got that 30 minutes ahead of you tomorrow. I truly am an idiot.
And no offense, but, I mean, Rampage can say what he wants, but the results speak for themselves.
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah. Clearly, right?
Clearly the physical specimen that sits before us now.
Jimmy, but I have surprisingly good legs. Like, I have very good calves, and so
the foundation's there.
Yeah, below the waist, I'm fine.
You play golf?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Jimmy does something that a lot of golfers do. Like, there's a thing called a mulligan. A crappy shot, you're like, hangover mulligan. Like, you make
It's a
excuses.
do-over.
It's a do-over, which is not a real thing in golf, but people do it. Jimmy does that with treats. You threw a cookie down and you called it a what?
A post-vacation treat. That was what Sam called it. And I felt that when a man's been on vacation for 7 to 8 days, and I actually showed up for work today on time, I deserve 2 cookies.
Jimmy does
dessert.
He does dessert mulligans. He makes up excuses why it's okay.
You didn't have any treats while you're on vacation, right?
Very minimal. You'd be surprised. I actually am a pretty good eater, with the exception of the amount of mercury I eat due to all the salmon and stuff. But I eat fairly well. I should be disgusting.
He's eating cookies. He's worried about his mercury.
I know.
His
And I don't wear
levels.
condoms either. That's the beauty of me. I worry about mercury. But where's she from? Haiti? She's fine.
We found out a lot about you today.
Yeah,
Dietarily, you don't use condoms. You have nice legs. It's more information than I needed on you this morning.
Also, Jimmy has the best calves in the business.
Yeah.
So what do you do for your eyes? Seriously, I'm asking a professional guy who's in tremendous shape. I mean, besides the eating stuff, but what do you?
Your abs, the biggest thing is diet and yeah, I mean it's body fat. Everybody's got abs. It's there. It's just what's covering it.
It's what's underneath. Yeah, it's underneath all that crap.
Yeah, unfortunately for guys, that's where that's your fat storage area, right? So,
well, girls get the fat ass and the big thighs because the center of gravity is a little bit.
Yeah, we got our own problem area.
Yeah,
our gut.
You got it. Yeah, you get. I heard the biggest thing is what you eat. It's just eating because
that's half the battle.
Yeah, I mean even bodybuilders and stuff will tell you it's like you can train and do all the other stuff all you want, but if you don't eat right, I mean it's half the battle. Not everything else means nothing.
Triple H also reminded us that we need to talk in more detail about what Sam did for the TV pilot yesterday for Comedy Central. Get Sam in here because Joe,
poor Sam,
who's a behind the scenes guy but knows the show very well and brings the wrestlers in. And Triple H, they both know Sam because he's an obsessed wrestling fan. He's a bit obsessive, right, Triple H?
He is, and we walked over here, and I'm a bit disturbed about the story that he told me, quite honestly.
Oh, you didn't tell him that, did you?
Well, my friend Joe here decided to bring up that we did a little TV pilot in front of Triple H.
Oh, now it's we. You were
Well, I did
you were
something.
10 seconds.
You certainly did something.
It was a memorable 10 seconds.
It might last a lifetime, too. A very short lifetime.
Before he tells you what it was, too, he tells us, as he's telling us, he's like, and then they convinced me to do this. And I said, how much did you get paid? And he goes, oh, nothing. But
Nothing.
I don't even know if I'll get anything.
Kind of convincing.
What did they convince you with?
Well, we told it earlier, but we could really have fun with this on this side, the dirty side of the show. Go ahead. What did you do for the TV pilot yesterday?
Well, Bob Kelly went around and tried to find men to kiss me. And some homeless man, who was a gay homeless man, obviously, was following us around because he heard Bob Kelly was offering me as a prize. Started,
you would be a catch for
I know. They fought him like the Pied Piper. 2,000 fruits with fucking their zippers open, hoping for a shot.
He is a little cherub twinkish thing, isn't he?
I'm not gay, and I'd fuck 2 of his 3 holes.
Oh, God. Wow. Jesus Christ, Jimmy.
I'm including ears.
All right, I was trying to figure out which.
I know, but I'd already committed to the bit before I realized he's only got 1.
I was thinking colostomy bag myself. I wasn't sure what was wrong with young Sam.
He's got a fake eye. You guys have never noticed it.
Yeah. He's like Sandy Duncan. Just pop it out and fucking drink.
So, Sam?
So this guy comes up and Bob says that he's the perfect guy for this role. And, he starts saying, yeah, I'll do it. And he had some accent. He was horribly drunk. And then we started asking him, well, where's his mouth been?
Hold on a minute. But first, explain. You didn't do a good job the first time, and we had to convince you to kiss a guy better?
No, well, that's jumping ahead a little.
Oh, well, excuse me.
We said, where's his mouth been? Ha, ha, ha. And he He said, "Hey, I'll tell you where my mouth's been. It's been on the glory holes." And
all morning long, right?
Yeah,
he
said,
was bragging that he wasn't in there just for a little time.
No.
All morning long.
And he was the one giving the blowjobs through the glory hole.
Yeah, I mean, not all morning long. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon by this point.
He put in a hard day's work. This guy.
Yeah, he looked like he ate a glazed donut at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said he had just gotten back from 2 glory holes.
Oh,
2. So then they said, "Yeah, he's the perfect guy," and I hesitated.
Is that how they convinced you?
No,
I'm wondering. Like, no, he's been at the glory holes. Oh, pucker up, buddy.
No, I hesitated, and they kept, saying, "You
Barely
gotta do
hesitated,
it." Well,
by
I
the
did. I
way.
was hesitating.
He's trying to not sound like a homo in front of Triple H. Well, I did hesitate before I kissed the guy who would
Well,
be
guess
blowing a lot
what?
of people.
Triple H wouldn't even get to that point.
No, he wouldn't. But then, so yes, they said, "All right, let's do it," and I said, "Okay, let's do it for the, good of the show,
For your pride and your
And then I kissed him on the lips, or he kissed me, and then Bob, and then I
Jesus.
pulled back immediately, right? So then Bob Kelly goes,
What'd you pull back?
No, my whole body,
all right.
everything.
All right.
And then Bob Kelly goes, "No, we got to get a better one." And I started screaming that was good enough, that was good enough, and they said no, no, and everybody said no, no, and I'm a weak-minded person, so I said, "All right, you guys are right."
So by a better one, what did they mean?
I think they wanted like a long...
a little longer.
And then while they're debating whether or not they're going to do a second kiss, this guy like hugs me and starts nuzzling in my neck, which was like, at that point, I'm like, "What are you guys doing to me? This guy is psychotic." And then he got away. And
We're just trying to make good TV. Relax.
Well, this is
Good TV. What kind of show is this?
I don't know.
What the hell's wrong with you?
So this guy is psychotic, not you, the guy out kissing homeless people for no apparent reason.
Yeah, you're
just
not.
for the show.
Yeah.
So you had a longer kiss
And
with the gentleman?
Yeah, they tried to count to 3, but I only got to 2.
Oh, well,
So
then,
that's long
okay.
And then you
enough.
came.
He had a slight shiver and he just walked away.
He left the other guy hanging.
A lady trucker writes, Sam's Fro, great for cleaning homeless ass.
No, it's
Ooh,
not. I've
no?
never- well, I don't know because I wouldn't.
Well,
have
I
tried
think we might
something
have to
like-
try it if this show gets picked up. I think that's a good idea.
It's a bad idea.
It's
Well,
a bad idea.
Sam was pissed too because he's pretty sure the blowjob's never going to make air.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but standards and practices, they got a
get a
hold
little-
of the tape, Sam.
Sure, I have
Well,
no.
It should be
sensitive.
known that you did indeed blow the guy,
No, it
but
shouldn't be known.
but we're not gonna be able to show that on TV. Triple H is.
But this
Right.
wasn't the only man you kissed that day.
Well, no, because then, as soon as it was finished, everybody cheered, "Yay, yay!" And I coughed up a little bit, and then
What, the semen?
Just a little.
And then Bob Kelly put his 2 mitts on my cheeks and just pulled my face in.
Oh, can you slow down a little bit? This is getting hot.
No.
Yeah, let's hear
Bob
this
Kelly.
story.
And then
Bob
he-
Kelly.
Gave me a big kiss right on the lips too.
How long that one last?
I don't know. I was blacked out at that point.
Wow, he got a roofie. Someone slipped him a
He
roofie.
blacked out at that point when he woke up. His pants were down, his butt was greasy. He's not sure what went down.
No.
Sam.
Obviously, I got to ask you, who was a better kisser?
Well, Bob Kelly had smoker's breath.
How fucking
So hold on a second now. Hold on a second. So the guy with cock and ball breath was okay.
Smelling so strong.
Oh, wow, really?
Been eating a semen sickle all day, and you're worried about the cigarette smoke.
He
Oh
doesn't
my
like
God.
cigarette breath. What's wrong with you? When it comes to your gayness, is it like your blackness? You're just like slightly gay, or are you all in at this point?
2 days ago, I would have told you I'm not gay. Not even a little bit. But
Right.
at this point, maybe someone.
You're a little confused about your sexuality. That's okay. You're a young man. You have a lot of time to think it
You're
out.
basically saying when you kiss the homeless guy, something moves that you weren't
There's
expecting it
nothing
to
wrong
move.
with it or anything. If that's
No,
the
hey.
direction you want to go in, that's
There's
fine.
nothing wrong with that lifestyle. I mean, you should explore it. Run downstairs. I saw some bums on the street corner on the way in here. Just give it a whirl.
Yeah,
We'll drill a hole in the studio wall over there. Have at it.
That'd be great if we just turn this kid out.
Don't worry. But he can only get turned on from homeless dick. If you had an apartment, he'll never go near you.
He's the homeless dick kid.
Becomes a legend in the city.
He's on the street corner scratching himself. Hey, I'll blow you for nothing.
Yeah, it just started as a dumb, innocent thing for a TV pilot, and now it's like he's all in.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, the Comedy Central liked it so much, they're going to have a segment, Who is Sam going to kiss next?
What?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
writing
that's-
it as we speak.
I don't like- No, I don't know about that. Maybe we're going to get different Sams?
No,
every week there'll be a different man.
Yeah.
And you have to kiss.
Kiss the man.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wonderful story.
No, it's not.
I'll kiss a man, Sam. I am.
Are you embarrassed to tell this story in front of Triple H?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I am.
I would not blow you in a house.
Has Sam made you, Triple H, has Sam made you sign the chair?
Yes,
I asked him to.
Chair.
They're not made.
No, you're making all these guys feel awkward. You
Yeah.
carry a chair around that's autographed by everybody. It's impressive, yes, but it's embarrassing.
Could have been worse. He could have asked to kiss me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm feeling all right.
No, I'm not saying that I want to kiss more guys. What I am saying is, normally if you go up to a straight guy and say, have you ever kissed another man, they'll say no and recoil. But I now have to say yes 2 in one day. Which
True, yeah.
confuses me.
You always have that with you now. That
2 in a 10-minute span. We
Yeah.
thought one day. This was
Yeah.
fucking immediate.
You're a
point-
slut.
Yeah, at this point you're at this point you're a sloppy party bottom. Yeah.
Sam's a cock whore. And it's like he just lets them line up one after the
Yeah.
other until he's fucking overflowing.
Bob just grabs you.
Yeah, that was more of a rape than anything else because Bob Kelly
Jeez.
obviously just wanted to do it so much.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
Bob's always had an eye for you, I think.
You think?
Bob's a little something going on with Bob.
Yeah. Oh, Bob's a bit
Bob
gay.
Kelly is a little
He's-
experimental.
He's got a bit of the gay in him.
Bob's not gay. Like we've all done a few trannies. I mean, that's the.
Hey, whoa!
A
Slow down a little bit.
tranny is what's called the burden of every gentleman. But Bob wants tenderness. Bob doesn't even want to get blown by a tranny. He wants to hold another man's face. Bob
He
is
wanted
a
to
sissy.
nuzzle and just snuggle
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Bob's a sissy.
He's gone from cookies to sexy legs to just trannies now.
Oh, but that's
yeah.
the natural progression. That's the way it works.
That's known.
Yeah, of course.
You have no idea.
Jimmy and
Triple H.
trannies are just.
Jimmy, why don't you-
Everyone in trannies.
Jimmy, why don't you tell Triple H what your favorite thing is?
What?
For the ladies to do to you?
Not press charges?
Yeah, right.
What do you mean? I don't
When
know.
you have to lay down plastic and stuff, I think Triple H could appreciate a nice story like this.
You know what? He wants no. You know what? We've all been pissed on, and you act like it's weird. It is actually weirdly embarrassing, but whatever. It's been a while.
I actually, that's not as bad as what it could have been because you were, he's talking about trannies and stuff. I thought you were going to say, what's the favorite thing for chicks to do to you?
Yeah.
He was going to say, slap me in the face with their dicks.
Oh no, no!
Worse.
Absolutely not. Plus, they always want extra for that.
Why waste it on the cheek, right, Jimmy?
Jim just says inadvertently at some time when he's getting oral favors, he might put his hand on the what he believes to be a girl's back and rub a little bit and think, wow, that's a stout back.
We've all had that.
This girl has a Triple H back.
I don't have Triple H because they're usually black and the wig falls off and they look like Cleavon Little. And you're like, oh, you got me. You got me.
Surprise, Daddy.
Yeah, like the one from fucking Injustice for All. Mr. Kirkland said I'll be out on probation. The worst tranny ever.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to divert to my fucking male-on-male experience. Back to yours.
Yeah, what the hell's going on in this place?
Sam's listening to this like it's Penthouse Forums. Like,
He's digging it.
oh, man.
You getting hard, Sam?
No.
You sure?
The fact
I'm
that Bob
positive.
grabbed your face. How long did Bob kiss you?
I know.
Longer than I would have liked.
Did you have to pull away from Bob?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He would have just stayed there and
Yeah.
probably tongue kissed.
He would have easily gone to third base right there.
His mouth open a little bit?
Yes.
Ugh.
He tried. He was opening
Yeah,
his mouth.
Bob doesn't play.
He's bisexual.
Yeah, he's bisexual.
Yeah.
You're convinced of it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
He's
we all
got,
are.
he's got proof.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you do understand you fall into that category of a cherubish. You're like,
I thought you were going to say bisexual.
well, no, I wasn't going to say bi.
Okay.
I was going to say full. You're full on now. Do you still have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh. She's called a beard now.
No.
It's called a beard.
I'm stealing Travis's gimmick now.
What do you mean? Never saw Travis kiss a guy, I'll tell you that much.
No,
Saw him
man.
hold a cat in a real fruity picture, but...
Yeah, but he's a lesbian.
Yeah, because he's...
Here's the greatest part.
considered a
He's a
woman.
girl, and he's married to a girl, which is very interesting.
When
a
this-
girl from Canada. I don't know how you got that done. Being a girl yourself, it's
They allow that up there.
Yeah.
When this day ends, and WrestleMania is happening, Sam has to go out there, and they're gonna have to see Triple H, and this our moment here is gonna be over.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to make eye contact with him, and you know he's gonna be thinking, "Hey, faggot." That's exactly what he's thinking. He won't say it.
Yeah,
That's what he's thinking.
He's gonna interact with you because we're still on the radio.
Here's
But
another
as soon as the
thing.
mics go off, you're done.
Here's another thing. That hair of yours stands out in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you see Triple H at some point lean over and talk to another wrestler and they both look at you, he'll have just told him that guy sucked hobo dick. Yeah.
No.
Triple H, he's getting into the wrestling. He's actually part of a what league?
The New York State Wrestling Federation?
Oh.
You don't know about those guys?
Is that it?
And he's doing what is it called?
A kissing match.
No.
Yeah.
That's right. Get in the ring and make out.
I'm just a guest judge
A guest judge.
in a boxer versus wrestler.
You're
match.
gonna keep it sexy. Now get in that ring and start kissing that homeless guy. You're gonna kiss him, and he just got through with a glory hole.
I don't want to do that anymore.
You don't want to do it anymore.
No. But he's talking smack and everything. He's doing what is it called?
I cut a promo.
I cut a promo.
Oh, you cut out. Well,
What's your gimmick name?
Primetime Sam Roberts. That's pretty good, right? Original.
Butt burglars.
Sam the Open Mouth Roberts.
No, it's Primetime.
Yeah,
prime time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Kind of rolls off the tongue.
I don't think Triple H
So does
started.
Jism.
I don't think Triple H started his wrestling career by kissing homeless guys.
No.
You guys need to have a contest or something. Come up with a better gimmick for him.
Yeah.
A better
Yeah.
name,
But see, I feel like they'll mostly be centered around the fact that I kissed that homeless man if they do that. Oh.
Yeah, well, probably would.
Yeah. Right.
Gay Art Garfunkel. Art Garfunkel. It's like- he doesn't know who that is, though.
I
so
know,
it's
I've
not-
heard the Art Garfunkel. I liked it better when I was just the weird kid with the big hair. Now I'm the weird gay kid with the big hair.
Well, you said it. So
Whatever you do, when you're kissing men, multiple men out on the streets of New York City.
I was gonna say, are we supposed to feel bad for you for that?
Yeah.
No.
So Bob had bad breath.
Yeah, it's smoker's breath.
Hilarious.
that really is funny.
That's the thing that stood out for him.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is, if he hadn't smoked, you'd have enjoyed it more.
Then if he had smoked,
Yes, you'd have enjoyed it
You
more
have
if
a
he
problem
didn't
with
have cigarette
more.
breath.
You have a problem with nicotine.
yes.
Not cum.
Well, no, both, I'll say.
What?
Both?
Okay.
Would you have enjoyed that more? That's a good question. If Bob had Lavorist right before, would you have pulled back slightly slower?
Maybe a little.
Oh,
Not like because it wouldn't have been like, oh, nicotine breath. But it still would have been, a guy.
Yeah.
They're calling you Puddle of AIDS writes Oral Roberts.
I don't like that one.
And Gaping Sam Roberts is coming in from Awful Me. Which one do you want?
Gaping.
We'll give you a choice. You could be Gaping Sam Roberts or Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts is pretty funny.
I guess
the tie-in. And
Oral Roberts.
Aren't you supposed to be buff if you're gonna join the wrestling world?
yeah, what kind of prime
Do
time?
you have a finish yet? Do you have a finishing move, like the tea bag or something like that?
Sam's finishing move is he goes gulp.
There he goes with the Roman war helmet.
Oh my God, he swallowed.
The wrestling twink.
It's over.
I've never done anything like that.
Oh, his
Yeah.
fucking the zipper in his suit's in the back.
Everyone tries to pin him the wrong way.
Yeah, Sam. I mean, you can't just be a guest referee. You're gonna have to get into the action, and you don't really lift or anything.
Well, I mean, I guess I could start. Right? I got potential, don't I?
Right
for
now,
what?
right now, you look like the top rope.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah. Triple H is beating you up pretty good.
That could be one of those, like, wiry high flyers, right?
Wiry high flyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it. You're really, let me see your arm. Let me just see your arm.
Okay.
And I just want to say how quickly he started to peel off his clothes.
He can't wait to get naked in front of other men.
Putting that back on.
It looks like you have a string hanging from your shirt, but it's actually your arm.
Hey, fucking pasta limbs.
He's giving you a good beating.
Hey, that's angel hair pasta.
What do you have to say about your beating you're taking from Triple
That's
H? Your hero.
It's well deserved.
Yeah. That's
don't-
not what you're saying, behind the scenes.
What do you mean?
He had a lot of smack to talk to about Triple H.
I would never talk smack about Triple H.
What do you say? When he comes in here, I'm going to kiss him right on the lips.
Hey, I'll show him.
Yeah. Can't talk to me like that. I'll make out with you all day.
Sam, any more questions? Because we got to get Triple H out of here. They got the big press conference. What, noon at Hard Rock? Joe?
Noon at Hard Rock.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the Triple H appearance there, Joe?
I am very much enjoying the Triple H appearance here, and a little nervous that Sam is standing behind me.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you.
The funny thing is, every time you turn and look away from me, he licks his lips just so slightly.
That's not true.
He is
appreciate you letting me know
salivating
that.
behind you
You
there,
wouldn't
Joe.
even enjoy it, Joe, because the whole time you'd be knowing he's just blowing you to get to Triple H. You feel so used and dirty.
He is looking at you like right now, like he looked at that plate of cookies that was in here earlier.
Yeah.
A little,
Not true. That's not
little
true.
frosting on those cookies, maybe?
No.
I have a question for Triple H. It's not a.
Is this going to lead to another fight?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did you ever get tempted to get involved? Because I know in MMA at all. 'Cause I know they talk about like a lot more wrestlers might go in that direction, or is that hold no interest for you?
Nah, I just don't understand the attraction. That stuff's so fake. You know what I mean? I don't know how people can watch it. You know what I mean? It's just, it's so clear that it's just phony. And I know one time I was watching, I saw the two guys going. It really looked like somebody might have slipped and punched the other guy, and they really got mad and started going at it. But yeah. It's just so phony. I can't get into it.
I hate how they try to sell it like it's real.
Yeah, it's just it just insults your intelligence. I don't get it.
You're right. They are pussies. Tap tap. Fuck you.
What do you think of Brock Lesnar?
I saw the fight. It's unfortunate that I guess like in boxing or something, you usually start out with the lower talent and build your way up.
Right.
Go in there and start with a guy that was the world champion and just, hope you do well. He did good for the first, minute, I guess.
Right.
And then he got,
He's got to figure out that floor shit.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. It's that's such a science too, and there's so much stuff going on, and that's a difficult business. But Brock's got a lot of personality, and he's got a lot of charisma, and he's certainly got a look.
Yeah.
That if he can come back and do well in some of his other fights, I personally would have gone the other direction though. When he got done the fight, he kind of tried to play the humble bumble part, and I'm going to try harder and, learn more and come back. I think he should have gone the other way and just shit on all those guys and let them get so mad that they would have been all those fans would have been so pissed off. They'd have paid anything to come back and see him get beat again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Rampage commented on that, though, like on the shit-talking element. He said that they don't do it a lot because he goes, there was a Brazilian dude, they actually booted out because the guy was kind of shit-talking him at the press conference. And so when it came to choking him, the guy was trying to tap, and the Brazilian guy wouldn't stop. Just kept choking him. Those guys don't play games. You have a fucking broken shin. Like, oh, shit.
They had to kick him out of the league.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they don't talk a whole lot of shit.
Hey, Triple H, what are you going to do after wrestling? You got to stay in the entertainment business because Triple H has something, man. You're hilarious.
But you know what? For me, I enjoy the wrestling business so much. I'm sure I'll stay doing something like that. And of course, it's also, now part of my family. So that's a big thing for me. But, I don't know. I made the movie when I did Blade. I enjoyed doing it, but it wasn't something that I would want to leave this to go do full time just because it's just a different world. There's so much waiting around and sitting around. It's kind of boring.
I could see if Vince ever steps down, you just become like the new Vince and control the whole fucking thing.
And I get like
antics.
Get an ashel and like
I could so see you stepping right into that and being just huge.
Well, you know what the thing is though, Vince will probably outlive all of us.
He'll
never step down.
He's not leaving.
Yeah, no,
he is not leaving anytime soon.
He'll be 100 years old. crapping his diapers on TV. just,
Someone throwing him out of the ring.
Change my diaper.
How long has he been at it now? Because I remember being a kid and he would be interviewing like Andre the Giant,
Standing on a box.
standing on a box to make himself look like he
great.
was taller and stuff. But early 70s or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
probably. Yeah, I mean, his dad owned the promotion first, and then a lot of people think Vince just was given this big like here's the wrestling thing, do what you want with it, but it wasn't true. His dad didn't want him to get into it at all.
Right.
And he had to prove himself, and then he bought it from his dad his dad made a deal with him like, yeah, you pay me all this money in installments, but if you miss one installment, I keep all the money and I get the product back. You know what I mean? And so it was really
hard ass.
Yeah, I mean, he really made him, take it, but he did, and Vince a risk taker. He just he'll roll the dice all the time and hope for the best. And people can make fun of him about the XFL or all that thing, but who else would have had the balls to try and do that?
Yeah.
And not only that, but not only start a football league, but look at the NFL and go, you know what, fuck you.
Hey, you don't have to convince us. We
signed on.
Yeah. We drank the Kool-Aid.
But it was a hell of a
That's
shot.
what we tell people.
Yeah,
Who else
fun.
had the balls to look ridiculous on NBC
It
in
was
prime
fun.
time?
Yeah, but you roll those dice. I mean, if it would have worked, holy shit.
Right.
And as far as the wrestling goes, Vince took it in a direction that it just wasn't going in. It was pretty much the complete laughing stock years ago in the 70s and stuff, and Vince brought it in, made it a legitimate entertainment form where it was like, okay, we're gonna let you in on a little secret here, but these guys are taking huge bumps, and and the storylines got so entertaining to watch. The guy really is a genius when it comes to that.
And even just taking it global and realizing the fact that instead of all these little areas, there should be one brand for the whole world to see. I mean, that was ingenious at the time.
Don McMahon.
Yeah.
I want to be the Godfather. He did. He united everything.
Yeah, he brought it all together, and and then really, if I've been to these pay-per-view conventions and stuff for that industry, and when they talk about it, they talk about him as like the guy that basically almost started pay-per-views.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he really broke ground on that and got it rolling. Without that, it would have never, there wouldn't be a pay-per-view. So I mean, it's a big deal.
Perfect timing. Great.
Very good.
I want to see that bastard sometime. Got to get him in here.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He loves it. I actually was talking to him last night because he's going to be at the press conference today. Which did I mention? It's at noon.
Yeah, noon at Hard Rock's Cafe,
Hard Rock,
Manhattan.
And,
show up.
I don't think you have to promote that. I think you're set there.
Yeah, they had people waiting outside last night.
I'm sure.
So.
They're animals.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, the wrestling fans are animals. I've been to a bunch of WrestleManias and they line up, I don't know, a week ahead of time or something ridiculous.
I mean, I know it's like a cliched thing people say it all. We have the greatest fans of any
They're
business.
animals.
I mean, they just are. It's
yeah, but
the
they're
kind of
also
thing
the
where they
strangest looking too.
Well, some of them, but you know what I mean. We get them from all
Been to
walks
some
of
of our
life.
appearances.
Yeah, we get them from all walks of life, but I mean, it's just that they're just, they're the most dedicated, the most loyal. I mean, they'll show up to everything and just yell and scream and have a good time, and that's what they're there for. Have a good time,
Obviously dedicated. Where's the clip of that guy? I love
Wrestling
this guy.
fan?
You ever see the clip of this guy?
You've had to have. Where's E-Rock? You've never heard Wrestling Fan?
No.
E-Rock's got to get it.
And I don't even care, why this guy had such emotion going on. It's just the fact that he just lost his mind. But now he's, capitalizing on it. He's got T-shirts and stuff that he sells and a website. Where's E-Rock? He's finding it? Because we got to get Triple H out of here. Here we go. You've had to have heard this.
He was at some kind of a gymnasium. There were a few wrestlers there. I don't even know who they were.
Terry Funk was there.
Okay.
I think Harley Race was there.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this.
And he starts talking, and he gets a little choked up.
I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it. I mean, thank you.
Easy, man.
Thank y'all guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Funk, for saying what needed to be said. I don't want to see another one of these.
Well, thank you.
I was like, take it easy, man. I like the one guy who's like, take it easy, man.
Yeah, he wants to say something else.
It's still real to me, damn it.
And that's what I guess that's what the T-shirt is that he sells.
Yeah.
It's still real to me, damn it. T-shirts.
What's funny about that too is here's this guy, right? Obviously, he idolizes all these guys. He stand up in front of them, and they're all like, "Oh Christ, please, somebody get this guy out of here."
Take it easy, man. All right, we got you. Fuck, what time's the fucking limo?
It's
Get me out of here.
Yeah, awkward. We love. It's on the same disc, like when athletes retire. So now we just got to play the Mike Schmidt for him. We find excuses to play the Mike Schmidt retirement speech. It's quick.
And Triple H, if the time ever comes,
please
where
don't do
you
this.
do retire. Don't do this.
All right.
Okay.
This is what you should not do. Brett Favre did this recently.
Right.
He was trying not to, but it happens to all of them.
Some reason it
happens to all the
happens.
greats.
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with 2 very bad knees and a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
Oh, no.
I thank God this dream came true.
Nah, see, you don't want to be that guy.
How big could he have turned that around if he'd have been a thank God that dream came true because I made millions of dollars. I take you suckers to the bank.
That's right. Yeah, like do something like that. Don't end on true.
That note. I got a theory why all these great athletes cry when they retire, because they know now they're not going to be on the road anymore, banging all the broads in all the cities, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm going to be stuck at home, and I have no excuses left."
Girls never suck the dick of the batting coach.
Right. It's like now I got to come up with excuses why I got to go to Tampa for the weekend.
Girls won't, but Sam will.
Yeah. Sam will suck a dick at the drop of a hat.
No, I've never sucked the dick or
No?
blown an
No?
athlete.
You sure?
Positive.
All right. If you say so.
You're not one of these girlies that wait for the guys outside the locker room?
No.
Going from city to city?
No, that's not me.
I can't wait till he gets his fucking restricted access badge at WrestleMania, like where they say everywhere but the locker rooms. Where there's men changing, stay out.
Yeah, we heard you on Opie and Anthony. You're not allowed in anymore.
Swooning little fairy.
Liberace could go backstage, but I'm not invited.
Oh,
That's a sad statement, isn't it? Yeah. Think about that. Liberace was allowed back then.
And you're not.
You're not.
Could wait outside the homeless shelters.
Oh.
Plenty of action. No.
You could offer like blowjobs as they're getting their soup from the soup kitchen.
But I don't want to do anything like that.
Blowjobs and a cup of soup from Sam.
Wow, what
That
a
could
line.
be your thing.
It's cold outside, but it's warm in here, and there's an arrow pointing to your mouth.
I don't want anything to do with that stuff.
I feel pretty safe though. I know I'm dressed nice. I keep myself up and things like that. I'm feeling he's more in like a line with like a Foley or somebody like that.
Right.
Yeah, he likes that.
We had
disheveled.
You're onto something because he had no problem allowing McFoley feed him steak.
I threw up almost. What do you mean I had no problem?
You had more meat in your mouth though.
Yeah.
The meat in your mouth.
Was it a tube steak? It was smothered in underwear, but it was good.
Yeah.
Mixed tubes.
Now that I think about it, you're quick to volunteer for all the gay stuff we do on this show.
Yeah.
What's that about?
But he almost threw up from fucking steak, but the homeless guy and Bob Kelly kissing him. He was right.
Yeah, he's fine.
I did cough up a little with the kissing.
Yeah, a little.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Making us all sick.
All right.
Sorry, Jim.
Let's get Triple H out of here. We got the press conference at Hard Rock at noon. But we don't have to promote that show.
And WrestleMania's when? Sunday night?
What are we promoting, Joe?
WrestleMania Sunday night.
Give it the big plug now.
All right, the big plug. Here it comes.
The bosses are listening. Go ahead.
Yes, they are. And 12 o'clock today, all fans come on
we
down
did
to
that
Hard
already.
Rock. Yeah, I know, but we gotta keep it fresh in people's minds.
Joe's like going straight into like a strip joint sell like now on the center stage. It's Candy.
Right, Candy. You might remember her. She was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
On center stage, it'll be the WWE WrestleMania press conference, Hard Rock Cafe today at noon. Pick up Triple H, King of Kings DVD.
Hold on. You're doing something different this time around.
Yeah.
We like when you throw in little Opie and Anthony show references in the middle of your wrestling plug.
I'm getting
to
there.
prove that you really do listen to this radio show.
Wait,
all right, let's go.
I'm getting there. Jimmy,
He's got a talent for this. Watch
Aren't you
this.
playing Chicago? Was it the Lakeland Theater?
Wow, April 20th. God damn it. I would really love you if you plug Seattle this Friday and Portland this Saturday. But
Seattle this Friday. Tickets on sale now.
Wow. Very good. All right.
You see?
All right, keep going.
Triple H, King of Kings DVD on sale now. WrestleMania 24, live from the Citrus Bowl on pay-per-view this Sunday, March 30th. Order it now. Sam will be on the corner looking at it. So I think that's pretty much everything.
You got to go.
Opie,
Yeah.
I say nice things about everybody when they come in. I loved Anthony's screensaver from The Other Side.
Yes, I have the new governor and his wife.
As your screensaver?
It's their wedding photo. Where
And
he's looking off into outer space and she's looking at the camera.
I'm almost a little bit starting to get worried about Joe over here that he might start crying and talking to you guys any second like the guy next to him.
Calm down, man. Calm down, man. No, it's still real to me, damn it.
He looks at Sam. You're still straight to me.
Fanboy Sam. That's it.
Yeah.
Straight fanboy Sam.
Well, call yourself whatever you want. They're prime time.
Depends on your definition, my friend.
Sam, don't get excited. He's plugging people, but in a different way than you are.
Instead of prime time, maybe call you fun time, Sam.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen.
Kind of fun.
Looking forward to WrestleMania.
It's good to see you guys. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Being here. I always have a lot of fun.
And you're not allowed to
anytime
spank
you're in
girls
town.
anymore because Stephanie will kill not only you, she'll kill us.
Yeah, well,
I think we
Don't
would be
need
part of
that
the
either.
beating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't want to be on
daddy
this.
wants to see you guys. Oh, no.
Shit.
What the hell do you think you have Triple H doing?
Actually, I was going to say earlier, and I never got to it, was Vince loves you guys. I told him last night I was coming on to do the show
cool.
when we were on the way here.
Yeah.
I love those guys. They're
Yeah,
great.
he
I got to go on there again sometime.
Yeah, he loves
has
us
to
so
come on.
much that he's probably 5 blocks away from us. Couldn't stop by.
I know better. Yeah, he's great. We'd love to have him on.
Very cool. All right, guys.
Looking forward to WrestleMania.
I got
Sunday.
I got to take a leak.
Take a little break.
Sam,
Don't
please don't
forget-
follow me into the bathroom.
Yeah.
I really need to take this leak in private.
I don't want to follow you.
Don't do a little. Don't
Yeah.
do any peeking.
Don't forget, WrestleMania tickets are on sale now. Jimmy, Seattle, Chicago, tickets are on sale now.
Thank you.
Don't forget, Triple H, King of Kings,
Yes.
on sale now.
You
That's
guys
it.
are the best.
All right, we're just babbling now.
Thanks, man.
We'll be back.
Hi, I'm AJ Poopy Shits. I love chicks and I love tits. It's my favorite part of chicks. That's why I love the Opie and Anthony show and their Wow sticker promotion. You just log on to the website, get yourself a sticker, throw it on the back of your hoopty, and you get to see some great chicks and their tits. Who could ask for more? Certainly not me. I'm all man, and if there's one thing that men like, it's chicks. Sometimes at home, I'll stand in front of the mirror, totally buck naked, and tuck my dick in between my legs. Pretend I'm a chick with great tits. Toodles.
Da, 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 da. We are back with the Opie and Anthony show. I want to say hi to the gang on the bleachers that came out for our first live show in the last week and a half. That was very nice of them. Got a nice crowd out there. You can come by any day and watch the XM portion of the Opie and Anthony show. Where are we? What's the address? 111? 57th Street? I always get the addresses wrong.
We're between 5th and 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th. Just
between 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Just kind of line up outside around 9:30, 9:45. We'll let you up and you can check out the show. Where's Eastside Dave? He was part of this pilot yesterday.
Goddamn, that Triple H was funny.
He's great, man. What a fun guest.
He really is. Every time he's come in here, he's been great.
He's hilarious.
Here he is. Dave was
Eastside
getting.
Dave.
Dave was really getting the.
Dave, you know what?
The compliments yesterday.
I think we're gonna let you sit with the boys today.
At
and I'll
the
tell
big
you why.
boy table, like
And
on
I'll tell you why.
Thanksgiving.
It's the first time we've had Eastside Dave. Are we playing your bit today? I thought we'd come back strong from.
No! Oh boy! Watch his neck. Just watch his neck.
You really thought we'd let
Watch
this in
his
at the
neck.
You really thought
more than it hurt to me, Dave.
You really thought we would.
Don't let him get away.
All right,
Don't let him get away.
now
He's
it's getting
scrambling.
You started the razor too soon.
Don't let him get away.
You really thought we were
Yeah,
going
who
to let you
started
just sit at the grown-up table?
Grab his head, Daddy.
Oh, here he goes.
Kenny's got his hand.
Afro Wars. Afro Wars is over.
It's over.
Opie and Anthony.
Club Soda Kenny has
Opie and
a.
Anthony.
Get on mic, Sam.
You're not hurting him, are you?
Opie and Anthony.
Get on mic, Sam.
No, let him breathe, Kenny. Let him breathe.
Look at that, baby.
You're breaking my fucking wrist.
All right.
All right. Don't hurt him.
Oh.
He's gonna run. He does this.
He won't run. What are you doing?
No, get him right down the middle.
Get him down the middle.
You already got it, Chuck. You lost.
Listen to him scream. Afro Wars is officially over. Afro Wars is officially over.
Don't you spit on me. I'll put a mask on you. Don't you spit on me. Don't you spit on me. You don't have it. You so prime time on the street? You think you can trick me? You think you can beat me? I beat you again. You don't fuck with the bull. Opie and Anthony, we're the better. It's taking 9 guys to get me down. It's taking 9 guys. We got your stunts. We got your hair. We got your plugs because Ron Fez is on from noon to 3. What do you got left, Dave? What do you got left?
Let me see.
I'm gonna rip you a new asshole, Sam.
How's the haircut look? How's the haircut look? How's the haircut?
Play tricks on me, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that haircut looks awful.
Let me see, Dave.
That's fine.
Dave, let me see.
That's fine.
Dave, you're on my foot.
Dave, turn around. I want to see your haircut.
He's fucking holding my hand.
Turn around.
Let him go.
Oh God, it's just a big.
I still have an afro, in my opinion. I mean, it's this.
You don't have an afro.
This is an afro still.
No, you're done.
This is still an afro. Absolutely. This is an avant-garde afro. Look at my fucking hair. And you know what? I'm not shaving, bitches. That's the fucking big joke on you. Look at my hair. It's still a fucking afro. That's
not an afro,
You
Dave.
put a couple bald spots in my head. You didn't afro me down, bitchy. I am going to go through life like this because this is still an afro. Ron Fez doing the 3 face.
Wait, turn around. Turn around.
I just faced you. You got around. You had 8 guys to try and stop the bull, and they still didn't properly execute a head shave. I got more fucking hair.
Let me see.
9 people on 202. Not me, Dave. Look at this.
Wait, let me.
It doesn't matter. This is still an afro, Mr. Opie.
You think there's enough hair on there?
No.
All right, well, get the razor back. Get the back. Get the back. Get the back. There you go.
Save the side.
Get the back.
Don't touch
the sides. Don't touch the sides. Hey, get back the razor. Hold his hand. Jesus. Now he's trying to poke out Danny's eyes with the razor. You let him get the razor. Eastside Dave has the razor now. Let go of the razor, and the pressure will be released. All right.
Wait. Just wait.
Hey, what are you, insane?
Dave doesn't play games.
Get the bangs off him.
All right,
Get off those bangs.
Get the bangs off. Wait, did he get the strip in the back all the way down to the back of the neck? All the way to the back of the neck.
The bull's gonna fuck you up, Sam. The bull is bald, Dave. The bull is bald. It's taking fucking 8 300-pound security guards. Yeah, but Dave, and I'm still not down. Your whole Ron Fez crew tried to take me out on 57th Street. You couldn't get the job Pitsy, done. where the fuck are you, Pitsy? The Opie and Anthony show got the job done. Hey, Pitsy! Get over here! Copying and pasting in your office. You fucking sons of bitches. How does like that? You want to start? How you like that? Get this fucking guy. Get this guy, Pitsy. Who is this guy? Who is Pitsy?
Pitsy. All right, now you just pissed off Kenny. Now you pissed off Kenny. Now there's a brawl.
It's over, Dave. Admit defeat because it's over. Get the back of his head. Get the back of his head.
Kenny.
Get the back of his head.
Sam, look out. There we go.
Dave. You've been beaten, Dave. Come on, don't get the ball. Dave, you were beaten again.
Oh, Kenny's an animal.
He is.
My nipple ring. Wait, get the back of his head. Turn over, Dave. I'm still got hair. Turn over. Turn over, Dave. I don't turn over for nobody. Ron Fez doing the 3. Turn over. I don't turn over for no one. Ron Fez doing the 3. I ask you politely to remove the fist from my throat. You guys are fucking with the bull, baby.
Afro Wars is over, Dave.
Afro Wars ain't over. Shit.
Afro Wars is officially
I want
over.
my $500 for the biggest gainer competition. Whatever happened.
That's right.
Actually, yeah, do me a favor. I haven't shaved down there in a while.
Wait, now
you guys think shaving my crotch is a fucking joke on me, you fucking faggots.
Now we got to explain. Like the Ron Fez crew tried to get Sam on the street, right? What happened, Sam? What happened? What happened?
You and Pitts
there were 9 interns down on 57th Street that tried to assault me, throw me into a plate
drunk
glass
Irishman.
window.
His name was Mooch.
Throw me into a plate glass window. Throw
Get
me
this
down
shit
on
out
the
of here.
pavement.
You are a chronic liar, Sam Roberts.
And you got
and
no
you're going
hair
to
off
fucking
my
hell
head.
for it.
You didn't get one
You
strand of
fucking
beautiful
Garfunkel.
curly hair off my hair.
Oh, you are a lying sack of shit. You're going to go down hard.
So we've been planning this the entire vacation.
The whole time, baby.
You thought you were coming in here. I got to explain all this because all hell broke loose for the last 20 minutes. And we invited Eastside Dave to the adult table. We allowed him to sit with us. With us!
His head is bleeding.
Like that would ever happen.
He thought he was privileged. He thought we were going to talk about the pilot we filmed yesterday for Comedy Central. And quite frankly, Eastside Dave was a star, yes. And he thought he was coming in here to talk about that. And we ambushed him.
Yeah.
And we completed Afro Wars by shaving his head.
It didn't count.
Remember, Dave?
Afro Wars was a thing of honor.
You started these sneaky tactics, Dave.
No.
This
that
is
was
your
just,
own.
That was fun and games.
This is fun
This
and
was
games,
9
baby. This is
security
the end of
guards.
the game. Game over, Dave.
Just a fucking parade of 300-pound men dragging the bull down. The horns are coming out, Sam Roberts.
The horns are out, and they've pinned you down to the floor, Dave.
Yeah, I wish I could talk, but Calypso and Kenny's cock is 2 inches from my mouth.
You started this, Dave.
Are we done?
Wow.
We're not done. Dave, you started it. We ended it.
He's sitting on my fucking nipple ring that I did for your television show. Can you please let him off my nipple ring?
Oh, God.
It's going to be infected with sweat.
I thought we were piercing your ball bag for the TV show.
The guy wouldn't do it.
Oh, you wouldn't do it? So
No,
we
I
got
was
a nipple
willing
ring?
to do it because the bull's always willing to do it.
All right, sit up. If you go after anyone, though, you're done. Oh, we really need to get the back of your head. But you let that...
He looks silly.
All right, one... All right, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
You use that mic. I can't talk in my mic because Dave was drooling and spitting on it while he was talking.
All right, Dave. The haircut is terrific. Actually, it's perfect how it is. Danny did a great job. It's perfect. What are you picking up?
He's trying to stick it back on. It's over, Dave.
Stick your hair back on.
Can.
Afro Wars is over.
You never said I can't continue the war.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
It's not over. I got hair.
No, you don't.
I got hair.
Look what he's
Just put it
doing.
on my
His
head.
hair back on his head.
I just put it on my head. I have a wonderful head of hair on my shoulders.
You guys tried to get Sam to lose Afro Wars by you were in cahoots. You were like doing some top secret shit.
You convinced Pez. You convinced Fez.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You convinced him. I have my.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because Fez wouldn't do a thing like that.
A rambling, crazy Irishman by the name of Mooch decided to take you down. It was all fun and games. It wasn't 9 security guards. Oh, Sam.
There was Dave. There was Mooch. There was Pepper.
I didn't even touch you.
There was Pitsy. There was some random.
Dave, can you take the fake hair off your head before you put
No.
our headphones on?
Where's the glue? Pitsy, where's the glue, Pitsy? This shit ain't over.
There's no glue.
I need to ask you one question. I'm looking at a picture that E-Rock took where Kenny's pretty much choking you out. Your color, is that from your alcoholism or because
It's a
of the
little
lack
bit.
of air going to your head?
It's both, buddy.
All right. Because you're a little blue there.
Someone bring Dave some glue. He's asking for some glue.
Do you want
That
glue,
was,
really?
I really appreciate the help of Graz and Pitts at this moment.
Do you want
Yeah.
glue to try to glue it back on? So you
Yeah,
can
because the
continue?
Afro War. Look, I don't quit. You might think
All right.
this is over,
But
it's
he's gonna
not. Ron
glue.
Fez, noon to 3. You can
Dave.
tape it to my head. You can do whatever you want. That means the Afro War continues.
Dave, you don't have to quit to be defeated.
Here is how you would have beaten me.
You got beat.
I didn't get beat. So with luscious hair in the back.
People are saying you
So
look
what?
like Clint Howard.
I think. Hey, the guy was in Apollo 13.
Let us
That's
give you
great
a
Nominate for
movie.
Best Picture.
Great movie. You're
All right,
right.
how about we do this? Now that Afro
me.
Afro
I'd
Wars
like to be in the Best Picture from time to time.
Now that Afro Wars is over, how about we give you the Clint Howard?
The Afro Wars does not end.
It's over,
Till
Dave.
one
You
of
got
us
beat.
says,
How about we give
I
you the
decline.
Clint Howard with the long hair on the sides? I think it would be a great look for you.
I'll do a Clint Howard only if you concede that the Afro Wars continues.
How does it continue?
Well, Dave,
The
you're
whole top
Because
of your
I have a
head's
back
missing.
afro.
No, you don't. We took that out too for the most part.
Gabe Kapler had a back afro.
Gabe Kapler.
Dave's wife is stepping up and saying, "Where's the money for the weight gain contest?"
I hope he owes me 500 clams.
I don't know about no.
We're talking
weight
about
gain
Afro Wars.
contest.
We're not talking about
All
some
right.
weird weight gain.
Yeah,
contest.
I don't remember that one.
Oh boy,
I don't remember the
we
weight
could get
gaining
in trouble
contest.
for welshing on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember actually doing that contest.
No,
I remember we were talking about
So,
doing
so
it.
let's admit then, if you are willing to admit that Eastside Dave of Ron Fez noon to 3 defeated the entire staff of Opie and Anthony 6 to noon.
What about
the biggest gainer?
What about the plug for the guys that put you on TV?
I just said 6 to noon.
No, you didn't mention the show. Comedy Central.
I wasn't sure what we could say or what we couldn't say. I was trying to protect you guys.
You're smarter than Dumb Sam. I think I know what trade I want to make now. Hey Sam, tell us what you did on the show, and then he gives the whole plot of the fucking TV show that no one's supposed to know about.
I just talked about kissing that guy.
He's like, there's teams and this and that and
What teams?
points and
Points.
If you guys are willing to concede that I, in fact, won the biggest
They're
gainer.
now calling you Eastside Larry Fine. Stephen S. from Bayshore. Is
Sorry, 1/3 of the greatest comedy troupe of all time. Thanks for the compliment.
Can we give you the Clint Howard now?
If you concede that, I win the biggest gainer. This way, it's a stalemate.
Oh, by the way, I got your wedding ring. So
That's
what
happened.
What are we going to do now?
Come on.
Now
How'd that happen?
You know.
Did you lose that?
They took it off my finger when one of 15 people grappled me.
Pandemonium.
Like I was
Pandemonium.
Ramshackle Jackson or whatever.
No, you left it at the Bard Comics last night when we were doing the little party after we were done, and then
don't you ever say that?
Yeah, I was home.
Did you do that?
I was home at 8:15. My wife could
my
verify that
God.
shit.
Yeah, but the shoot ended,
verify that shit.
But the shoot ended at 4. We all know that.
It
so.
didn't. You're lying.
Oh my God! Is your forehead bleeding?
Yes, it's bleeding.
Oh God!
It's bleeding because I'm a fighter. Fighters bleed.
A bald
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony.
You sure did put up a big fight.
This is a nice.
You got hair in your mouth.
It's a nice ring.
I got hair all over
He's
the
got
place.
hair.
Can we
Got
give
hair
you
in
the
my
Clint
cock
Howard,
hole.
or you want us to at least clean it up a little bit for you?
I want to admit that I took the entire staff of you guys down for biggest gainer. If you guys want to admit victory, then it's a stalemate, and then more wars can continue. But let's admit that I took the biggest gainer competition because I'm not going out here a loser because I believe I won that.
Hey,
fair
Butcher,
swear.
you still in the biggest gainer?
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, Eastside
I'm
Dave.
having a child in a month.
You need money.
I need
don't
this
you?
$500, and I need the title at this point.
You want your ring back?
I'd love that.
Can we just clean up your hair a little bit?
Is there any way we can listen to this?
What?
Wait a minute.
God damn it, I love you so much, Mr. A. You're a fucking great person. Pure and simple, I don't care what those fucking...
Whoa, hey!
Fucking, whatever. That's a fucking... You're a fucking good guy. Ron Fez. Okay? Noon to 3. But O&A also. 6 to noon. And Anthony, fucking... no. I got no call to call you Anthony. I got call to call you Mr. C or Mr. A. And that's what I got calls to do. And I'm saying right now, fucking love you. Love you, man. All right. Love you. Have a good vacation. Bye-bye.
These are the types of calls we get. I got one more.
You're making drunk calls to Anthony?
Yeah. Here's one more.
God damn it, I love you so much. You, Opie, Anthony Cumia, Opie Hughes, fucking Ron Fez. I fucking love you so much, dude. You have no fucking idea. You're the man.
Oh, Jesus.
I love Ron Fez, too. Jesus Christ. Ron Fez, noon to 3. Opie and Anthony, fucking 6 to noon. Let's fucking rock and roll, bitch. It's fucking St. Patrick's Day. I'm calling for one person, Mr. A. Mr. Anthony. Just tell him that I love him. Pure and simple. I love Mr. Anthony. I love that fucking Jimmy Norton, too.
I was just about to get hurt.
Yeah, I love Ron Fez. Alright, I'm fucking gonna pass out. I love you guys. Shit. Fuck, bitch. Fuck.
I spilled the beer.
Poor Elliot Spitzer. Such a fucking horse. Spitzer. Hey, you know, I'm Spitzer. You know, whatever. Fuck that shit. Yeah, whatever. Spitzer. O&A. Round Fest. 202. Bitches.
There you go. That's wow. Those are some of the messages that I received over vacation
I don't see anything.
from Dave.
I don't see anything wrong with those.
No,
A
why
man
would you?
Calling another man with affection in his heart.
It's so fun. I loved getting those messages. I felt true love from those messages.
I need to check into rehab now.
Well,
yeah.
With your head shaved like that, they'll take you in a second. Yeah. This is lunatic.
I got a bed waiting for you now.
Trying to hurt himself.
Did your wife encourage you to stop drinking?
Yeah, or definitely the cut down.
Yeah.
Definitely the cut down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with the once a week thing. The problem is sometimes once a week, then that makes me want to drink just as much as possible, and then phone calls like that are made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your ring. I'm not messing with your ring. Thank you. See, look, I'm a nice guy. See,
That's class personified right there.
barely.
Personified. Personified.
Fucking Dave.
So, in the end, we admit that it's a stalemate. Because I mean,
No, you
Thank
lost
you.
Afro Wars.
Oh,
I think Sam could officially cut his hair now. You started this,
Afro
Dave.
Wars.
We beat you at your own game.
how is this not an afro?
Dude, we beat you.
There's no hair in the middle.
Dave, focus.
Yeah.
We beat you at your own game once again.
No.
You started this like behind the scenes. I'm going to try to like make him lose,
Right.
and we didn't forget.
Yeah.
And then
I remember being dragged into this competition.
You took the honor out of the competition.
I remember it differently.
dragged into it. So and now to get serious, you were a star yesterday. Fucking Comedy Central thinks you're the real fucking deal.
I did that for Ron Fez, noon to 3.
No, you did it for Opie and Anthony's TV show. You gotta like start separating yourself, my friend.
Separate nothing.
But you were doing stuff that they didn't even tell you to do. What'd you do? You drank the. Give us the list of things you did for the show yesterday for the pilot.
They cut off Big A's eyebrows.
Yep.
And they were putting them in a cup with water, and I grabbed the cup out of the guy's hand and drank it.
And it had the eyebrows, the greasy Big A
It
eyebrows.
was disgusting Big A, and I nearly
There was
threw
grease
up.
in the cup, even though it was just water
Yeah.
and shaving cream and eyebrows, and you drank that whole thing.
That was horrifying, and then this one comedian was eating apples and spitting them into my mouth.
You're doing like a baby bird feeding.
Yeah, but it would have been fun, like 2 or 3 apples, but he did 15 fucking apples on the street.
Really?
And I started to throw up, and then I started almost throw up the apples back in his mouth while he was doing it. So
Yeah.
that was a horrifying thing.
And then it ended with a nipple piercing?
I got a nipple pierce. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know exactly how it's going to come out. I'm like, okay, can I take it out now? They're like, no, just keep it in there for a while. I'm like,
Did it hurt?
okay. Yeah, it hurt like hell.
We wanted to get his ball bag pierced, but they wouldn't do it.
No.
They wouldn't do it.
Why wouldn't it?
Not the champ. The champ was willing to do it in a heartbeat.
Why
the
wouldn't they
bull.
do it? They was downtown and everything.
They wouldn't.
Everything goes down
no,
there.
the guy. They actually asked the guy. They're like, "So will you pierce his balls?" He's like, I pierced only one ball before, and the man had to go to the hospital. So
really?
I'm not going to do that
sound
again.
good.
Yeah. So we're like, okay.
I finally figured out something you will not do.
What's that?
You've eaten your own shit. You've done it all.
Yeah.
You really have done it all. I'm going to give you props now, but you will not get a Prince Albert.
I was
That's the only thing you probably
what is
wouldn't
that?
do.
God, that's a piercing through the tip of your dick, through the hole in your dick, out through the bottom of your dick, and then you put like a barbell through
Get
it.
a photo of a Prince Albert. I mean, they're done.
Yeah. I mean, we won't even
Who's
get
this
it.
fucking Prince Albert that is named after?
I know.
That it's named after him.
He's a fucking food in a can.
Yeah.
He's a fucking hole through the cock and bad food. Prince Albert stinks.
Yeah, I don't think you'll do a Prince Albert. We're trying to find you one. And we won't get into the dick slicing and all that, because then now we're getting a little too going too far. But as far as like relatively normal shit, I think that's the only thing you wouldn't do.
Well, the penis is a sensitive area for me. I've had problems with it before.
Have you?
Although I was willing to do a catheter on this program.
What
that's
problems
true.
do you have?
What? Certain issues, fever blisters is what I call them.
You have fever blisters on your penis.
Fucking started talking about this yesterday in between like
That's an old problem.
in between stuff we were filming.
Nothing new Valtrix can't cure.
Oh, you got the herp, huh?
No, it was honestly, I swear to God, I have very sensitive skin, and I get into, I break out with the hives a lot.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, because the doctor said that it's not herpetic. And I wouldn't have ever remembered that word had he not told that to me.
Right.
But
Have you gotten tested for herpes?
some are debating that.
Why the
the guy tested for everything.
And did he give you Valtrex?
Why the Valtrex
Yes.
then?
Why Valtrex?
Because he said it would cure it would be the same symptoms. It would
So
alleviate
it's
the
just
same
like
symptoms.
herpes, except it's not herpes.
It isn't though, because I get like the hives on the side of my body and like my forehead.
Right, but have you been blood tested for
Yes.
herpes?
Yes, and
Do you
they're
have any herpes
clear.
antibodies?
No.
Or
Hey,
any anti whatever?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Eastside, there's your Prince Albert.
Oh.
That's the only thing I could think of that you wouldn't do.
Never.
That looks like it could do some permanent damage.
That's like part of the normal world. I mean, we could go further with this stuff, but as far as like things you would do and not do, that's the only thing I could think of
Who
right
would
there.
want that?
I don't know.
Why would you look at that? That looks like it would be fun.
That's the only thing. And I'm not even trying to convince you. There's no.
I gotta think about it. That's all.
yeah,
boy.
right.
Oh,
No,
that
let me-
looks so painful.
If you're gonna do it, wait for this TV show to be picked up. We could do 5-7
Yeah,
minutes on
please.
this one. You lost Afro Wars. How does it feel?
I
to
don't
be a
feel like
loser?
I did.
You can't.
I don't feel
continue,
like I
Dave.
did.
But Dave, I understand.
You lost, Dave.
I understand your spunk or whatever, but it's over. You can't continue now.
I mean, how did I lose? I was grabbed by a multitude of security men.
Did you come in here on your own? You weren't smart enough. See, you got to like get that brain smart too.
Right. Well, I'm not the most intelligent key in the box.
All
or
you got to
however
do is
that
stay out of the
fucking phrase
studio, and we wouldn't have got you. You walked into your
Key
own
in the
trap, my
box.
friend.
goes. Right.
I don't know what that meant, but
What about the biggest gainer?
yeah, right.
I won that competition. It was supposed to be over by now.
Pat Duffy would do a Prince Albert, by the way. You know, the guy that's been
Would he?
beating you in the stunts.
He would.
Yeah.
I don't know though, but the eating his own shit.
My own
My
feces
God.
is better than
It was
brushing
Crazy.
with.
It was your
Guy went to the
own,
hospital
One of you
having
guys-
hot sauce put up his ass from a semi-celebrity.
He's got fucking
Kidding,
herpes.
Jay. Come on.
He's got
Jesus.
herpes.
Fever blisters.
He's got herpes.
Fever
so
blisters.
Fucking
Hives.
Tabasco up the asshole's nothing to this
Genital
kid.
hives.
Genital hives is what they call.
My God.
All
All right, let's see. Did you show the Pal Talkers? Maybe they haven't seen the hair yet.
Oh no, they've been looking at it. Believe me, I've had.
No, take the fucking duct tape off.
You look silly.
You try to duct tape the hair back. Look at that.
Let me get a good.
Save that for
back
Ron Fez
view
at
here.
least.
I'll go to 6.
I mean, if
That's a
I have
great
the
shot.
hair, it's the same thing as, Marv Albert. Everyone says what a nice afro he has.
Right.
I mean, if I tape hair on my head, that's the same thing as Mr. Albert.
Did we get a nice for you in the middle there? You want us to clean up a little bit? It's like the reverse mohawk if you're trying to figure this out at home.
Yeah.
Okay, turn.
It's a new kind of afro. What do you want me to
Terry
say?
Bradshaw.
Yeah, turn around. Look that way. So they can see. There you go.
There's the
You
back.
can just stay right there for a minute. Let me get a good
It's
view.
better that we didn't take the mohawk all the way down to the back
Yeah.
of the neck. There's like a whole clump of hair still there.
Hey, Tom Hagen.
Someone says, when did Louis C.K. come in? Oh, that's good. Louis C.K.
Dave, you fell for our trap. I'm disappointed.
Oh, I didn't fall for anything. I came in here. I fought like a champion. I still have plenty
You
of good
did.
hair on my back.
You did fight.
Yeah, but this was a competition about the hair on your head, and that's gone.
No, it's not.
You
It's right here.
You can't continue. Stop trying to put the hair back. It's not going to work.
Admit that I defeated everyone with the big gainer, and then I'll go quietly. It's a stalemate.
Get the fucking scale in here.
Admit that I beat Popeye Jones or whatever that fucking intern's name was.
Popeye Jones.
Butcher, have you been training?
I'm still fat, yeah.
I will do this. If you have gained more weight than Butcher to this day, I will admit defeat.
Okay.
Do we have the numbers?
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Where is Than?
Than is sick today.
Well,
is Than all right? Than?
Than will be okay.
What happened?
Got struck throat.
Ooh.
Oh.
See, I'd rather have that than someone with herpes.
Fever blisters?
Fever blisters, that's what they are.
Gentle
For
hives.
sensitive skin.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your starting weight?
Skin.
195.
Are you lying?
No.
All right. And Butcher, come on in here. Biggest Gainer was a contest that kind of never took off. and we forgot to tell the participants that we really didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
All it resulted in is me having now an eating problem.
Now he's addicted to food.
At like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I really need some Doritos. I wonder why.
I hope you lose this contest because of the hair we just took off your head.
Oh, yeah, it puts him under by an ounce.
Putting it back on then.
I put it back on.
You can't put your hair
He
back
put it
on.
back on his head.
I don't think anyone will notice the difference. I really don't.
Please, fix that nice for the Ron Fez show today, noon to 3. Get it all glued back in place nice. Ew, don't sneeze on us.
No, I'm going over there. No, it's just the hair.
All right. And Butcher, what was your starting weight?
I think Butcher was 208.
208. All right, 208. If you beat Butcher right now, I will admit defeat. But my boy Butcher's got you beat on this contest too.
No, you go first, please.
What? Look at Dave. He's just a mess.
Oh, fuck you, Dave. It is so done.
Wait.
224.6.
No way.
Yeah.
You started at what time?
208. What time?
Fuck you,
What weight?
Dave. You're done.
208 is how many pounds?
16.
16 pounds you have to beat. So what was your starting weight?
195.
My starting weight was 195.
195. So you need to hit
211.
211
and I will admit
or
defeat.
better. 211 or better.
Wait, there was a point in there, wasn't there? I might need the point. 0.6.
So you got to be 211.6.
Yes. I'm keeping this
211.
By the way, I must say, I think this contest was supposed to end officially April 1st.
He's got 211.6.
Oh, yeah!
Wait. Stop moving.
Yeah, bitches, 212.2, the champion,
Wow.
and the stalemate. 212.2.
Wow.
1 fucking pound Eastside Dave
you know
pulls
what?
it out of the shitter.
And
Now,
eats it.
admit that I am sometimes the champ. Sometimes I take a loss. Yeah. Sometimes I take a loss when 8 fucking security guards
Butcher.
bring me down.
What'd you do? You couldn't eat a little more?
Would you have a salad, you asshole?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll admit defeat.
Fucking-
I'll admit defeat.
Wait,
I
he
was
beat us
told-
by 0.4?
That's fucked up, man.
Wow.
He admits defeat.
Wait,
Contest is over.
That could be the hair.
I won by 100 pounds, Opie.
That could be the hair.
on there. Take the hair off your head. That's
The
not
champion
officially
wins.
part of you. Take the hair off your head.
Look at the hair.
And stop drinking water. I think I was born yesterday.
No, I wasn't drinking it.
Butcher, drink the water
The
now.
contest is over.
Drink
He
the
made
water.
defeat.
Drink the
The
water.
contest is over. The
All
guy
right.
made defeat.
Get back on that scale.
Can't hold the bottle.
He's holding a bottle, Jimmy Norton's point out.
I lost weight.
What are you drinking? AIDS? You fucking asshole.
He's drinking my genital hives.
All right, the scale's fucked up.
On, what do you want me to do, Stevie?
I think they've.
The scale's fucked up, so we're going to have to call this a draw.
No, he admitted defeat. I'm the champ.
All right.
Well, Steve, what do you...
Well, Dave, what are you doing?
Oh, you're stepping on the buttons.
Yeah, he's getting nervous.
Oh, he's trying
Steve
to.
doesn't know what he's doing.
No, because you took the hair off your head, and
That's
now
how
you're getting
you
nervous.
executive produce.
Now you're getting nervous. Now, what does it say?
212.4. So
Day
give me
one.
some more weight. Add me some more. Give me some more fucking victory. Oh, I love the victory. I love being a champ. It's hard not to be a champion, and I am one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my champion, and you might have a slight victory in Sam Roberts. Maybe I'll concede now.
I am
but,
the champion.
But we
Of
have a
Afro Wars.
stalemate. Part champ. I'm at least 50% champion. I'm going to take that to my grave.
50% champion.
Thank you.
50% champion, huh?
And I am the biggest gainer champion for Ron Fez noon to 3.
Soon to be full-time on the Opie and Anthony TV show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The hair is
Now, can
taped
someone
on its
remove
head.
this nipple piercing? That really hurts.
You want us to remove it?
With pliers.
If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, we know
Who
what
knows
we're
what they're doing?
You guys know what you're doing. You can do it right
Yeah,
now.
get the pliers.
You can't pull it through like that. What is it, a barbell?
Kenny, you
It's
know
a
what you're
barbell?
doing, right?
What do you got
Kenny
to
knows.
unscrew one side of the barbell, right?
Yeah, Kenny knows. Let
You have
Kenny do it.
some alcohol, too, right?
Yeah,
What?
Kenny knows
what,
what
you
he's
need a
doing.
drink?
No, that's a,
Gotcha.
All right, take your
another
shirt
bet
off.
I'm in.
Take your shirt off. Kenny knows what he's doing. Don't.
That's not pliers. That's a knife.
Well,
You can't cut it out. Jesus,
away from
Kenny.
Will you just take your shirt off? We're good at this stuff.
He's not going to come near me with a knife. I don't think he
put it away.
All right, listen. So we're getting a lot done here. You lost Afro Wars. You cheated and won Biggest Gainer.
No, I won Biggest Gainer fair and square. I want my 500 clams, Mr. Opie.
I'm done.
No, just the one. No!
What's wrong?
He's grabbing my nipple.
Well, let him do it.
Yeah, so what?
Let him do what?
You look like an orangutan.
Okay, all right. Sure.
You like
Okay,
it?
no, I don't. I don't like it. I like it very much.
You like it more?
Ow!
Get an angle on this.
All right, let's just get the piercing out of his nipple.
Thank you, guys.
Kenny, you going to do it?
Nah,
Who could do it? E-Rock? Steve? Steve, you got piercings all over your body.
Yeah, my ears.
Huh?
My ears, I have piercings.
My rears.
My rears.
Somebody's volunteering from the stand.
Oh, that's safe. That's one of the listeners in the fucking in the bleachers. Well, that's good.
I'm not going to. Yes, please. 202 employees only.
All right.
No offense.
Sam, you want to do it? You're, now that you're gay, you'd probably enjoy that.
I'm not gay. I just won Afro Wars. Why can't I have a little bit of glory?
You won Jack and shit.
What are you talking about? You just admitted defeat to Afro Wars.
Sean M. is noticing from Monroe, New Jersey, that I sound like one of the Duke brothers. Turn those machines back on! The only one who saw Trading Places? Turn them back on! I don't want to admit defeat.
Pull that camera.
All right, we got
My wife's offering to do
It's hitting the wall.
This?
Yeah.
All right, we got we got Travis's wife. Will take out the piercing for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, with your
I need
hands?
to see it. Is it like a normal barbell? Or?
Yeah.
Make it hurt.
No, please don't make it
What?
hurt, Travis's wife.
I would never.
That is one.
You look like an orangutan. You really
Wow,
look
he
at that.
really does.
You got some orange hair, bro.
Okay, come here.
Oh, Jesus. Do you know what you're doing here?
Yes.
Hey, don't touch her. Don't touch.
I can't look, though. No.
It's already unscrewing. I'm gonna pull. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
I'll bet you the skin was healing around it.
Oh.
He's squeezing it. Oh. Oh, it's bleeding, though.
All right, get some alcohol.
I think I
in
need
there.
alcohol.
Yeah, you do. Make sure it's safe.
Is it bleeding?
Don't drink the alcohol.
Steve comes in with Budweiser.
How many days into the drinking challenge are you?
Since I called Mr. Anthony over here.
Yeah.
Since St.
I
Patrick's
guess
Day.
so, huh?
You're not allowed to drink?
Not till
someone bails?
Mooch or Pepper Hicks bail.
All right, so if you keep... Or
Pitsy.
Yeah, all right. All right, get out of here.
Thank you, guys, and you can watch the champion walk away. Ron Fez, noon to 3. The biggest gainer champion.
Yeah.
Afro Wars champion right here.
Biggest gainer champ.
Afro Wars.
Biggest gainer champ.
Afro Wars champion of 202.
Biggest gainer champ. Sure, the biggest gainer champ will take some photos with the fans.
Is he the best? Who's better than Dave? Jesus Christ.
Dave, are we doing What's Up Dave's ass to finish up this mess? Yes. All right, get prepared.
Yes.
We're going to do line of the day. Dave's going to come back in for the grand finale. We start. Where's my sounder and all that? Get that ready. Are we ready for line of the day?
I don't know. Hang on.
No?
Oh, God. He is too much. There's no one better.
How about we do a quick break? We do What's Up Eastside Dave's ass today? Huh? Oh, Dave's ready to go?
Yeah, Dave's ready to go.
How fucking loose
Wow.
is his ass?
That's fast.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? All right, hold on.
Stupid camera,
Hold on.
too.
Get line of the day ready.
Hi, Bob. I didn't even see Bob Eatman out there.
There's Bobby. Super Agent Bob Eatman. Here we go. The intro to What's Up Eastside Dave's ass.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for What's Up Eastside Dave's Box! Eastside Dave has stuck an object up his ass, and Opie and Anthony.
Hold on. Dave's original weight was 198, not 195.
No.
Who's saying that?
Dave, why are you in here?
Travis, what was it?
Dave, we're not ready for you yet. Dave. We're not ready for you yet. I stopped the intro because there was a little controversy on your starting weight.
No,
for the
Bronx
biggest
Johnny.
gainer.
Bronx Johnny was 198.
Oh, all right.
Dave was 195.
Fair enough. All right, Dave, can you leave until the big intro? All right, he's waddling back out with his pants around his ankle. He's got something up his ass. He's covering up his dick with his pants just below his ass.
Dave's a fucking mess.
All right,
Yes, he is.
Here we go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for What's Up Eastside Dave's Box! Eastside Dave has stuck an object up his ass, and Opie and Anthony have to figure out what it is. It's What's Up Eastside Dave's Box!
Yeah. Hello, Dave.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. I wasn't necessarily prepped today, so what I did was I did some shitties after the shower. So this one's a little bit smelly.
Oh, God. All right. Some shitties after the shower.
When I know I'm going to do this competition, I do the shitties and then I take the shower.
Yeah. Right. All right, here's the deal. The game is very simple. This is our new competition because I noticed, listening to Ron and Fez, that they're starting to do games and stuff. I'm like, you know what? They're not going to beat us in the game category, so we're coming up with our own games. What's one of the games you guys have there, Eastside Dave?
Well, we have plenty of games. We have Spinning the Hits.
Spinning the Hits, I've heard, I like.
We have Fez's Opinions. I mean, there's a bunch of brilliant bits.
Well, you got one game, obviously. Okay, Spinning the Hits. Thank you. Jesus, why'd you have to pull your pants all the way down?
They're encumbering my knees.
All right, the game is very simple. Encumbering my knees. The game is quite simple.
Okay, I'm seriously bleeding here.
I know you're bleeding.
Dump some alcohol on it.
They haven't given me yet.
Someone get him some alcohol.
We need rubbing alcohol because we want to. You know, we can't cure the herpes, but we could cure, like, infections for you.
Oh, God.
Jesus, Dave.
Oh, God damn it.
What a dimpled, awful ass.
Those dimples will go away now that the Biggest Gainer contest is over.
Shape of his ass. Can we see your ass again, Dave?
Oh, it's fantastic on camera.
Awful dimple. That's the worst ass I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
You got
invisible tape, like...
I used to be in shape until a certain
That's splitting your ass in half. All right, The contest is very simple. Eastside Dave has put something up his ass. It's our job to try to guess what it is.
Holding it in. Oh, God.
All right, we
close up on his ass.
We go around the. Holy Christ! We go around the room and we ask you questions.
Yeah.
And try to figure out what's up Eastside Dave's ass. Who wants to start, Jimmy?
I would like to. I'm going to start with a guess.
Really?
Is it Sam's tongue?
Now that
No.
Sam's gay.
Is it edible?
No.
Mm-hmm. Not edible.
Okay. Is it plastic?
Yes.
It is plastic.
It's something you brought in today?
Yes.
So you can't find it around the office. You brought it in from home?
Yes.
Not edible, but it is plastic.
Plastic.
Is it a Pez dispenser?
No.
Would you use this at work?
No.
Okay.
Use it for pleasure?
No.
Work or pleasure?
Cooking utensil?
No.
Fuck. You thought about that.
I shouldn't have had to think about it. I'm sorry.
All right.
My nipple's bleeding. That was a clear no. It's not a cooking utensil whatsoever. And yet the alcohol still does not come in the studio.
Of course. Why would it?
I'm going to have to cut my fucking nipple off tomorrow.
Oh. We'll get 20 minutes out of it, you know.
Is it something you carry every day?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Something from home that you carry every day.
You wouldn't use at work.
Is it
Oh my
a
God!
keychain?
I know. That's what I was going to go with.
Yes, it is a
It's
keychain.
a keychain, and
Now we got to see it.
wow, as
Specifically, it's a keychain of me and my beautiful wife at the Brooklyn Aquarium. And you know how much I love my wife.
He's licking the keychain.
Hey, wait, hold on. Can we let's get one, I want one of our guys to smell that keychain and see if it was really.
Oh, God.
Can we get somebody to smell? No, I'm not smelling it.
Dude, it was.
Come on, smell it. You
Where
don't
else
have
could
to
it have been? He had his hands in front of him the whole time.
You saw it in the camera.
Dave.
You saw it in the camera.
I don't doubt
You
this
pulled
kid.
it right out of his
Trust
ass.
me, I will allow anyone to smell it.
E-Rock, you don't have to put it on your nose, but at least get close. I don't believe him.
Smell it.
Hold on, get him, Mike. Just at least get close enough.
Quick.
E-Rock is fucking trying. I lied. I believed him.
E-Rock, what does it smell like?
Oh God, is that sour?
Again, I wasn't prepared for this game today. So my shitties came after the show.
Shitties. You all right, E-Rock?
Oh, Dave, your diet sucks.
Oh, you're talking.
I know.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
That's what Cool Ranch gives you.
E-Rock, I was surprised you didn't make the cut for the TV show. What happened? The audition sucked?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think his audition flew. Because Opie even brought it up. He said, what about E-Rock? What do you think? What did you think of him? And the girl's like, eh.
You had to audition and you didn't get it?
I said he's done a lot of great stuff for us. Let's not ever forget the armpit waxing. Much more impressive than anything Eastside Dave has done. All right, Dave. Well, hold on. The official outro.
Some contestants will take on the home version of What's Up Eastside Dave's Butt. Promotional consideration given to anybody who gives a fuck. What's Up Eastside Dave's Butt is copyright 2008 Opie and Anthony Productions. We'll see you next time when we play What's Up Eastside Dave's Butt.
Oh, it stinks in here now.
There you go. I challenge Ron
Oh, is that
Fez.
you? Okay.
I challenge Ron and Fez to come up with a better game than that.
Really?
Game on for
Think they
games.
will.
Game
What's with
on
all
for
the
radio games.
what's with all the challenges.
There you go. Line of the daytime. Time to get out of here. Oh, man, did we trick him today. He really thought he was sitting down.
He does look silly.
To hang with the boys.
He looks silly.
Dave fucking really makes me laugh.
Oh, he's the best.
Oh, it's funny, man.
Guy has true dedication.
Put the fucking hair back on his head.
He put on a
So
duct tape,
stupid.
and then he kept putting it back on.
With tape on it.
I'm willing to give up Sam, Than, and Travis for Eastside Dave.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a trade.
Oh, sorry, Sam. I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, there's at least 1/3 of that is not justified there.
Travis.
Wow, really?
I wasn't
Yeah,
talking about Travis, I was
Travis.
talking about me.
But you know what? Now that you're gay, we can do a lot of good stuff with you on the radio show.
That's
so
true.
I'm not really sure I want to give you up anymore.
He might be valuable.
I'm thinking of all the great gay bits we could do with you.
Yeah, because now you can, if the news gives us any crap, we can say, but we got a gay guy working for the show.
That's right.
Right.
And then we parade you out, you suck a dick.
No, I'm not gay, and I just beat Eastside Dave at Afro Wars.
Yeah, but that's not going to get the gay out of your mouth.
Would you let a guy slap his dick on your cheek?
No.
Yeah, but you kissed a
Just
homeless
smack
guy.
it. Just a little tap,
that
tap,
spent the
tap.
morning in a glory hole.
Yeah, 15 minutes before that happened, if somebody said, would you let a homeless guy kiss you, I would have said no.
That's right.
So,
Well, it's still gay.
okay. Well, I disagree.
I disagree.
That's where I'm going to stand on that.
Boy, I wonder what they're going to be talking about on the message boards today.
No.
Sam won Afro Wars, or wow, did you hear? Sam sucks cock now.
Both. There'll just be two threads.
Yeah, right. Yeah, one thread with 3 postings and the other with 10,000.
Or one thread. Cocksucker wins Afro Wars.
And they'll have to go inside the bid. Well, I expect it all along, if you really listen closely to the AJ Poopy Shits character he does. It sounded a little too real to me.
It did.
If you're asking me.
I don't know who does that character.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, now that you're,
Boy.
I mean, who you kidding?
Wait a second. You're a good boy.
Line of the day is brought to you by BodogFantasySports.net. If you're a fantasy baseball player, what happened to the other thing we were doing? Wow, this BodogFantasySports.net doesn't mess around.
They certainly don't.
You log on to Bodog to get the edge this year if you're into the fantasy baseball. It's free, and they offer public and private leagues, a variety of ways to play. Do they do home run derby? I love home run derby.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Yeah? Anyone doing home run derby this year? Travis, are you into this stuff?
Oh yeah.
You do home run derby?
On another website? Sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just asking in general.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'm sure they're doing it too.
Yeah.
where you pick a bunch of players in a draft, and then you just follow their progress with home runs, and that's it. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good betting game. Fastest growing fantasy experience in the country, BodogFantasySports.net, unless you're Travis. That's right. Way to support the sponsor.
I love BodogFantasySports.net.
Yeah,
I'm
so
in
much
a league.
so that you're in.
I'm in many
website.
leagues on many websites.
Yeah, all right. I don't blame you though. I would hold out for the cash from BodogFantasySports.net. You're a big get for those guys.
That's true.
All right, sponsorship for Travis on the way.
Thank you.
Here's a runner-up line of the day.
I was chewing gum and
Yeah.
didn't brush my teeth.
What was it? Crap flavor?
I think you need to.
New Wrigley's vomit gum?
Wrigley's vomit. Dude, that was like 4 hours ago, and we forgot that we're bringing in Big A. When is he coming in, tomorrow? He's never had a tongue scraping, so I'm bringing in a tongue scraper.
This is so disgusting.
This will... I say this bit will knock out many people. Many people, because I like scrape my tongue every night and it still
This
freaks
is
me
bad.
out.
It's going to be bad.
So you scrape from back to front. It's almost like a spoon. And then when you take it out of your mouth for good, it's just a look at Jimmy.
That's really fucking disgusting.
It's just a glob of
I can feel that in my
gook.
throat.
Just a glob of gook. It's probably one of the worst smells you could get from your own body. Probably worse than smelling like your belly button.
Yeah, my belly button's
or
nothing.
scratching your ball bag.
No.
Is it good today?
No, it's fucking nothing. My belly button's weak.
Yeah.
I'll give you a $1 if you take a whiff. Give you $1.
How gay are you?
That's not gay. That's a belly button.
Oh, well. There's your $1.
Sam's noise is funny. Like,
Listen to this.
yeah, but listen to this. I win. He gets $1.
Holy shit!
What is this, 1955?
I should have molested him. Give me a 5.
Holy shit, we didn't even talk about the merger.
What?
Well, it doesn't affect us because we're leaving satellite radio.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. Why do this when we have a TV show? Who are you kidding? Ow. Is Big A coming in tomorrow?
He hasn't called back yet.
All right. Here's another runner-up line of the day. Merger
That's
talk
amazing.
tomorrow.
That just because you can count some of the
Yeah.
cards, they can push
Yeah.
you. That just sucks.
All right,
They'd be mad if you were actually doing it, like writing down, like if you had a thing with.
Yeah, well, that would be-
10Q.
Check.
All right.
I'm so lost.
That was when we were talking about card counting with Ben.
Yes.
Boy, they really stacked the. Boy, they really stack it, and make it in their favor, huh? Says regular Joe.
Oh, my God. Use Lad Bag. He's always good for one from Boston. He goes, tongue scraping is the best. Get a cigar smoker in there. Ronnie's a cigar smoker.
Ronnie can do that.
And scrape that. You'll see primordial cancer right there in front of your eyes. Then put it on a spoon and get Eastside Dave to eat it. Whoa. What do you think of that, Jimmy? What will happen if someone just takes a whiff of what Big A's got on his tongue?
Fucking. That makes my fucking back teeth touch. It's fucking. all those. You're dealing with fucking almost 40 years of nervous moments.
Hey, to our Seattle fans, Jimmy's going to be out there. Friday or Saturday?
Friday night, I'm going out there, and Saturday I'm in Portland, Oregon, and hope you guys come out, man. I haven't
Friday
been home for 2 weeks.
I want to promote the fact you're going to be on BJ Shea's show out there.
Yeah,
in Seattle.
I love BJ, man.
An
He's actually
old friend of mine.
yeah.
I haven't seen in years, but we started together at. I think he was ahead of me. Actually, I was just a nobody. On Brother Weeze's show in Rochester. He's a great guy.
Those guys fucking rule, and he loves you, man. They're really cool dudes in Seattle.
He's a solid dude too.
Yep.
All right, here is your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day. Did she see it coming though? Like, or was she
No.
hopefully looking the other way? Hopefully she wasn't like. like a large thing looks slippery. No time to duck. Smells like fish. I'm floating above, looking down at my dumb father, feeling a giant sea serpent on my face.
What just happened? Looking down at my dumb father, he's thinking he's got Alzheimer's because he doesn't understand what just happened.
No, he's remembering my prom. My father's remembering my prom and the bright future, and he never thought he'd be peeling a sea monster off my face on a boat.
I want to kiss more guys.
Oh, really, Sam?
Wow.
Where did that come from? Well, I don't know. There you go. Can I hear that again?
I want to kiss more guys.
There's no edit there, my friend.
I don't remember saying that.
You usually hear the audio jump when you have a weird edit.
No edit at all.
There's no edit there. When did you say that?
I don't ever remember saying that.
When doesn't he say that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to not kiss true. more guys. Okay.
You just said it again.
No, that's not me saying that. Somebody's playing that. I want to kiss more guys.
Stop saying it.
I'm not. It's a recording.
What are you talking about?
I want to kiss more guys. That is an edited recording.
It doesn't sound edited at all.
I'm watching your mouth move, Sam.
No, you're not. I want to kiss more guys.
Will you stop, please?
Look, this is theater of the mind tricks. I'm not saying it.
Yeah. All right, we'll see.
Theater of the mind tricks. What the hell does that even mean?
I got to pee too. Should we pee in a jar so we could use it on a future show? Jesus, what the hell's going on with us? We'll see you guys tomorrow. It's good to be back. Thanks for the support. Bye.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday is a wonderful pastime embraced by Opie and Anthony fans all over the globe. Some people, however, fail to see the joy in this time-honored tradition. In the spirit of fairness, we offer them this platform to voice their opinions to the Opie and Anthony Show. Introducing Irate Keyboarding Person.
Dear Opie and Anthony, why do you guys always have to talk about Whip 'em Out Wednesday? I don't want to see strange boobies. The only boobies I want to see are the ones on my lovely bride Eunice, or the ones on my back. I really need to see a doctor. I think they're sisters.
If the thought of seeing naked breasts upsets you this much, we submit to you that there may be a larger issue you're not dealing with. For more information on Whip 'em Out Wednesday, or to get a WOW sticker, visit opieandanthony.com.